we are going to be heading out onto the water in kayaks to a haunted, abandoned farm.
Hello? Is there somebody out here?
That's loud as fuck from behind you.
Kebble. Things will happen. Is there life after death? Yes. Are you here with us? Are you really here with us right now? Yes. Can you make that device go off if you're here with us? And it goes off. Tell me how that's not proof.
Hello and welcome to What Goes Bump Tonight. I'm your host, Riley Clark, and alongside me, as always, is
Trevor Jetson.
And today, our special guest, Project Unknown.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
You guys are the bomb.
We're doing. Yeah, super excited to talk to you guys. Just recently released a video yesterday, right?
Or
was that today?
Monday,
Yeah. We were a little late on the upload. Sorry, y'all.
Editing problems, you know.
I watched it at work and I was like, I need to go back and rewatch this shit because I could not give it the full attention it deserves. Because
I'm only like
y'all
10 minutes.
You know what you're fucking doing.
The history part right now, so we haven't got to the fun, juicy stuff yet, but we'll get there for sure. And then I also gotta shout out your Jersey Devil video that you did recently, like
crazy.
3 weeks ago. That video, wild.
It was one of the most wild nights we had in a long time.
So where are you guys from?
New Jersey, so the Pine Barrens.
I was just gonna say,
it's like our home.
Awesome.
We live where our county is. It's basically 70% Pine Barrens. So like
basically, yeah.
We're very
overwhelming.
Home. We're very close to the plot here. So this video felt like we were really bringing it home for our home state. So
100%.
That's awesome. It's beautiful out there too. Like it is.
I've never
cool.
actually been to New Jersey, but it's definitely on my bucket list to get out there, especially the Pine Barrens. Like what
I was just gonna say, if I would had to put my money on that, there's anything out there that we might not know in like these large forested areas or like very unlivable areas like that. Probably places like that. And the Pine Barrens would be very fun to explore.
Oh my gosh. I mean, like, if y'all are ever in the area, please join us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, we're not experts or anything on the Pine Barrens, but we've grown up around these legends forever. So we've got stories for days for you guys. It would just be really cool to like go with another team.
I like to call that amateur experts. We're amateur experts. Like this has been our lives. Like I'm not no fool to it. And I'm not a stranger. Been around this carnival once or twice.
My circus, my monkeys.
Exactly. I love that. You're picking up what I was putting down.
That's great. So like, what? Oh,
you go. I know exactly what you're gonna ask already.
Okay, yeah. So what got you into the paranormal? Is it the New Jersey stuff with all the legends and
like what was the
history out there, or is it personal experiences?
Well, for me, I basically lived in New Jersey my whole life, and there's this book and there's a website. It's called Weird NJ.
Okay.
You guys ever heard of it or no?
I have not.
So cool. So Weird NJ is basically all like the weird, creepy urban legend stuff all over the state.
It already.
So these two guys, their names are Mark and Mark, and basically they made this website called Weird NJ. And basically ever since I was like a teenager, like me and my friends, we would go. They literally have magazines. You could probably go to like any bookstore and get them.
Yeah.
And it literally has a whole map of like every creepy place, every road, every urban legend, every Jersey Devil sighting,
abandoned ruins
and stuff like that.
Oh God, yes.
Like freaking like where demonic cults go, dude, everything. So
they had it packed tight,
dude. Yeah, dude. So when I was young, like me and my friends were like, "Dude, we have to go here." So we would just go and we would just go to these spots and just like we just love being scared. You know what I mean? Like just the
there's none better.
The whole mystery and the whole unknown of like what could be out there,
the history behind all of it too.
Exactly. Like that's what kind of got me started. And also, the Sci-Fi Channel, watching like Ghost Adventures, Destination Truth.
Yep. Oh dude,
like watching.
Shout out Josh Gates, the goat,
dude, the goat, man.
Big old goat. Dude, the Chernobyl episode was like the one that was like,
oh yeah,
sunk in. I'm stuck now.
And when he was in Oh, he was in the mountains somewhere, and he caught that footprint of a
Dude, the
Yeti.
Yeti, dude, the Yeti.
Oh,
was-
yeah.
that was the
dude,
most
that-
compelling thing, dude, he's ever caught. I think he was in Nepal, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nepal,
I think you're
that's it.
right. Yep.
Dude, he caught literally he found a whole huge ass footprint like this big, dude.
And you
And
wanna
right
say
before
they
that, they caught something on
staged it?
thermal down there, I believe.
I think so too, yeah.
They caught like something down there. That's why they went down there. And then they're like, oh my God, there's a giant footprint here. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's unbelievable. And like obviously, Ghost Adventures 2. Have you guys ever watched it? I'm sure you guys have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
remember
grew
the
up
docu-
New
watching
episode by Ghost Adventures tonight, 2-hour special or something. Like
Yeah, the Devil's Island, yeah.
We're going head to head with them right now.
That's gonna be
Let's
cool,
go.
man. Basically, remember the first documentary they posted? They were like
Yes.
the first ever,
The
dude.
very,
remember
very first. Was
the-
it the
the
brick
best-
getting
the,
flung?
dude, the
best paranormal
flying
documentary.
brick, dude.
Yep.
It
Defied
flew.
physics.
When I was a kid, I was probably like, I had to have been like 12.
Yep.
And I was just like blown away from that. I'm just like, are ghosts real?
That was my
is real.
exact
That was it.
feeling when I saw that too. And like I was a kid and I saw that and I was like, that's pretty cool. Cool. And then now that I'm older and I started doing research into it a little more and like looking into like the whole physics behind it, like how they actually talk to the scientists, and it's like, how does that happen? Like
Exactly.
what?
It doesn't unless a ghost throws it, man. Like,
Exactly.
it's-
And like the force behind it, everything like that. At that point, I was 100% convinced that there's people out here doing some stuff that I had no idea even existed. And like I do think nowadays there's a big difference from the stuff they were doing then till now, which now
Yeah.
I honestly I see the burnout.
Yeah.
It's been a decade plus of that for them. It's like, yeah, I
grind,
could
dude, yeah.
imagine. Exactly, it's a grind. Like I'm sure you guys feel it, and you guys don't. We don't personally do as many investigations as they do. So
Mhm.
I could only
And they're
imagine.
doing that
It can
house
be a
call
minute.
show too. It's like I feel
Yeah.
like
oh
you-
shit, yeah.
that
yeah.
show, I feel like you could just tell they're so tired. Like
Yeah. I think Bagans is like chilling though. He's chilling in like a
chilling.
house or something while
Yeah.
like Aaron and like Billy
the
and
rest of the crew goes.
they're basically there doing the house calls and Zach's basically chilling, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it felt. It almost felt like he wasn't in the show. He was part of it, but it almost felt like he just watched what they
Supervising.
recorded and just kind of like filmed a vignette
Exactly.
of like what what he can allude into. I don't know. It just felt super scripted.
It reminds me a lot of Gates with the Expedition X show. He's got
Yeah.
a couple
yeah.
like spin-off
lot,
shows,
yeah.
and he's like, he's like the supervisor. Everybody that calls in, they're like, "All right, this is what we got," and he's like, "Ooh," like he'll tell like the story a little bit, and
Like
I'm
he's a mob boss.
yeah, like
The
they're
Don
reporting to the
Corleone.
boss.
Yeah. So but yeah, that's how that's kind of how I found my love for the paranormal. Just living in a state that's basically haunted
I love
and
that.
having all this
Yeah,
weird
that-
stuff.
We're very
Uh,
fortunate
yeah.
here. I feel like because most states they don't just have a book that has everything you could ever want to know about
No.
a state.
No,
We
we
have
don't have
big.
anything like
So
that.
like for us, it's like we're just. I mean, we're eating,
Yeah.
but like for me,
I got my cake.
oh yeah. For me, it was sort of like, of course, with the paranormal television shows, that's where I started. I started with Ghost Hunters and Paranormal State were like my favorite shows. And what happened was when I started getting old enough to watch these shows, my mom started like divulging to me that she's like, "Oh, did you know I have experiences with the paranormal?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh shit.
And then she's like, "Oh, and your uncles and your grandma, we lived in a haunted house." I'm like, "What the heck? You didn't tell me any of this." She's like, "Well, she didn't want to scare me as a kid." So
Yeah, it's like it's not one of those conversations that just comes out usually unless you're the one provoking the conversation. 'Cause
Yeah.
Same thing happened with me.
yeah, like I had to like fall down the paranormal rabbit hole before she would even tell me anything. But when they were telling me these stories and just seeing that like it all matched up despite like the age differences between like my grandma, my mom, her brothers, like they were all at different points like mentally, but yet their stories are all the same 20 years
Right.
ago. Like, and I was just so captivated by just the emotion that they were showing while telling me these stories. And I knew at that point, like, okay, I believe in this. I love ghost hunters. I love paranormal state. I want to do this. Like, I want to prove to myself and other people that what happened to my family is possible. So
Yeah.
I'm
I love
living
the
the
fact that
dream.
like being in person and hearing people's stories like that is so nice because you get to see the reactions, the emotions like just bleed out of them. And it's like for me, like if I'm talking to somebody and I see them, they're like, I had the wildest experience of my entire life. And then they're like, like, you know, like you can see them getting all excited about parts, and then like you can just see it in their face. That's like, there's no lying here. Like you're just being so utterly genuine that it reinvigorates every spark that I had when I started in this, where it's like, wow, what the fuck? It's like you can see it. Meeting the unknown.
What's up,
Ooh.
Among? What's up?
Yeah,
Those are
shout out
good boys
everyone in
too,
the
right
chat,
there.
y'all, the real ones.
Among the
Trisha.
Project Unknown collab someday.
That'd be wild. Among the
Wouldn't it be?
unknown known, Project Unknown known.
There's some whole multiverse of unknowns together.
Like it'll just, you guys put your like stuff together, all of a sudden it's just like unknown, like paradox. It's like wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow.
Implodes.
Exactly. So on you guys' investigations, what would you say your guys' favorite tools to use are?
You want to go first?
Oh, I do actually.
Take the podium.
Yes. So for me, actually, this was something that we weren't aware of until our investigation at the Shanley.
Mhm.
They were nice enough to allow us to use some of their like equipment.
Yeah.
And one of those things was the Phasma box, which we had never
It's
heard
so
of.
fun. I love
Dude,
it.
I
Sweet.
Crazy.
I
dude.
was just enthralled. Like when Stephanie, one of the employees that works there, was showing us how she uses it and how intelligent the responses can be, we were just floored.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure right after that investigation, I bought the software, like immediately installed, because I knew
Oh, yeah.
like this just changed the game for us. Like it felt
Mhm.
like every response was just so intelligent and like right there. It was. I've never felt anything like it. So
I've got
that's
two
for me.
things for you then. So our one experience with the Phasma box was so interesting because we were at the Old Lincoln County Jail, and while we
Shout
were,
out, I got their shirt on.
hell yeah, you do. I didn't even realize that. That's fucking awesome. While we were doing it, we were with the group while it was still being run by Ghost Hunt USA, which they fell off at the end. But they were cool enough to do the same thing where they were letting us use equipment that they had, and they had a Phasma box, and so they took me, and I got real lucky because there was a group of like 11 or 12 of us, and everybody was like, I'm kind of scared, and I was like, yo, I want to do this. So I go to the other side of the jail cells. I don't remember what floor we were on. And I was sitting there and I had the headphones on and I was just spitting out the responses I was hearing. I couldn't even see them because they were so far away on the other side of cell blocks. But afterwards, I had heard a tugboat sound come through. Didn't even know it could make sounds that weren't
Yeah.
words. And like, I was just walking through there and I was just making conversation. And I talked to one of the guides, and the guide was like, oh, actually, yeah, you heard a tugboat because there was a canal next door and there's a mural on the wall next door that shows all of it back in the day.
Wow.
Sure as shit, it was storming bad when we showed up, so we didn't get a chance to like walk around outside until the next day. It's like, oh my god, I didn't know it could do that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, it's pretty
another
wild.
great app to use, and I don't even think it's an app anymore because Spotted Ghost, shout out homie, he's the creator of it, but he made this tool called Spirit Talker. And
Dude.
it is
Yeah.
the coolest tool that I've been able to use on investigations to like collaborate or corroborate evidence with other tools going off, because it does the same thing as an Ovilus does, but it has more sensors because your phone is just jam-packed full of sensors.
Yeah,
So
I would
it's like,
say, yeah, I
use
would say
that.
that's my favorite tool to use. I mean,
Mm.
I watched you guys familiar with the Twin Paranormal channel?
I'm familiar with
Yep.
them.
So like I watched one of their videos once and they were
Mhm.
using the Spirit Talker app. I'm like, dude, these responses are crazy. Like,
Mhm.
there's no way. So, you know, I downloaded it and I'm like, if this, we went to our first investigation was the Burlington County Prison in New Jersey.
Yeah,
You know, a small place. Ghost hunters went there back in the day, back in like, I think 06.
right.
So it was like, oh, it's a 45-minute drive from our place. So let's do
Yeah,
it.
shit, yeah.
So we went. It
Smart
wasn't,
wish.
it wasn't that much. It was, you know, it was a good night, and we used that tool, man. And oh my god, the responses. It's scary how real and how good that app is.
It is. Our first video using it was the Indian burial ground video.
And it was
And
wild.
that was our first experience. Like, we had used it around our houses or whatever, you know, and we were just getting random words. So like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just
It probably
a
does
gimmick.
pick up random
And then we
like,
used it
senses and throws out.
an
but-
investigation
Yes.
purpose, and it literally said the name of a grave we were basically on the way walking to before we got to it.
And then
we
it was
walked up to this
corroborating
grave and we
other
were like,
evidence with stuff too.
what? Yeah, and yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, Spirit Talker. I feel like that one and Phasmabox are like top tier.
Yeah, I don't
Phasmabox,
feel
yeah.
like they're faking shit. I don't feel
No,
like that at
dude.
all.
No. It's too real, man. Like, oh my god. Like, I'm like, I thought this was just an app. What the hell, man? This is top notch stuff.
Whoops. Hell yeah, it is. So, how many investigations would you guys say you've been on in the short time that you guys have been investigating? Like upwards 10, 20, you know, like pushing more of that?
But like even before YouTube, like starting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we could
Yeah,
even
yeah,
like
yeah.
we could say all that because it's all tailors into the same thing because it's honing the craft no matter what.
I think we went to Penhurst.
Well, yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yes.
So we went there before. That I would say that was our first real.
That was
like,
pre-Project
haunted,
Unknown
like,
days.
Yeah, that was our
That's
first.
where you're
real.
experiencing it
Yeah.
before you're recording things. Because then you're
Exactly.
adding that whole nother like caveat to it where it's like, fuck, now I have to be a producer and a director and like a content creator all in the same boat.
It's a lot, but we love it. But yeah, that was Penhurst was probably the first place we went to before we started like.
How
a
was
sweet-
that?
Dude,
Was
that's
it
a sweet
crazy,
first spot.
crazy?
Raina had like
This was-
insane. You tell.
Yeah, so this is probably like the most compelling experience I've ever had in my life. And we weren't really expecting it. We were just there to because I think we had gone to Gettysburg too for your birthday one year.
Still just as fucking cool too.
Yeah, like I had started ghost hunting when I was like 15 with my family. We had gone to Gettysburg a couple times, and then we went for his birthday one year, and we were like, oh, let's just go to Penhurst Asylum, like see what it's all about.
Yeah.
And I remember the tour guide telling us that there was a spirit of a girl who kind of looks like her that's in Penhurst. That she's because the tour guide, she's like got like pale skin, very like light blonde hair, light eyes. She was like, oh, there's a spirit here. People say that like it looks like me, and they've taken pictures of it before. And when I was walking with my friend, they were with the tour guide, walking ahead of us. And I always like to hang back and like just be in the darkness a little bit. Like
that's what we do is like amoeba back. It's like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, like
I get all this.
Yeah, like while they're all like giggling, joking around, talking to the tour guide, I'll like hang back and just see if anything is happening like over here. So we're just walking and I'm talking to my friend, and it's like we have to like walk through this little room. There's like a door here. So we're walking in, there's a door here, and then there's another one here. So we're walking through here to get to that door. And in this door, there's like a little glass window. And in the window, I see just the head of a woman. It's pale, light eyes, blonde hair. I see like blackness around the eyes, like kind of like makeup. So I'm thinking it must be the tour guide, right?
Yeah.
And then they come walking with her like a couple minutes later.
It wasn't.
And I'm like, you were over there, right? She's like, no, I was with your friends. And I thought she was like gaslighting me at first. I'm like, there's no way.
You're like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that was you. Nope. She's like, I was with your friends the whole time. So after that, you said I was like kind of behaving a little weird. I started feeling like really sick and nauseous. And I just wanted to like sit in a dark room by myself for a long time. And then after we left, as we're walking out of the asylum, my body starts getting really sick and I start retching. Like
really?
I have to vomit,
it was
but
bad.
nothing's
I
coming
did throw
out.
up after Eloise Asylum, so it's like, holy fuck.
Yeah, like
I feel that.
I think that's a sign of a possession. I think.
Or like some type of an attachment, or like an
yeah.
overwhelming presence that's like affecting you very, very physically.
Or they could have been sick themselves and they're making you feel.
Oh shit! I didn't
how
think about
sick
that.
they were.
That's crazy.
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I thought it was like maybe they just drained my energy, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
'cause
I
the
think
experience I
promoting
have-
that is definitely a thing.
Like the experience I have, like I was at this crematorium. So I was in the basement of this building in Alaska. That was a crematorium that
right.
was used. They used the incinerator to heat the town with tunnels underneath. So it was the
With the
incinerator that
bodies.
burned all of the bodies, was used to heat the town through the tunnels. It's this fucked up story. Palmer, Alaska, by the way. And
I know where to not go.
Yeah.
No, you want
So
to go there.
I'm where the incinerator used to be, and I caught like an EVP of a voice that says hello, and then seconds after that, I like couldn't breathe like at all. Like I had couldn't catch my breath. like felt really flush, like my hands got like all clammy, and I was like, I need to step outside. And I stepped outside and it immediately like lifted off of me. And I went back downstairs and I was like, okay, that was weird as fuck. Like I couldn't catch my breath at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't in the mountains in Alaska. I was actually in a valley. So the mountains were above me. So I
Mhm.
wasn't in any weird like altitude or anything that would have made me feel different, like breathing wise. So it was really strange. And I was
Wow.
like, well, what if this person, like, what if they were alive and someone threw him in the furnace and he's like not able to breathe? And I don't know,
Or
was
if you're just
stabbed or
shoveling
something, or
bodies in there, what do you think you're gonna get fucking asthma from breathing in body flesh burning?
Exactly.
any
I
of
would
that.
give my
So-
money to that.
Mhm.
Like,
So,
God,
like,
that's
I
heavy.
definitely think spirits can make you feel their death or like how they felt their last emotion or something.
Yeah, and
like
for
that.
you to feel that affected too, to like be physically like ill, like how I got too, it just goes to show that it does really happen. Like it is
Yes.
kind of fucking scary actually that it does happen. But it goes to show that I think there's entities that are out there that are more powerful than others. And who's to say what they are if they've been around for longer than we could even imagine? Like I have no idea. It's wild to me that you'll get these poltergeist activities and this like manifestation of these scratches, which I honestly don't even think they're scratches. Riley's theory is probably the best prevailing theory that I could think of, where it's like if these spirits are energy and they're manifesting in ways that we don't understand completely, well, electrical burns look like scratches. Like if you take a fucking wire and you put it on your arm, then you heat it up, it's gonna look like a scratch. It's gonna pop up and it's gonna be red all around it. That
Have
could
you
just
guys
be a
ever been
touch.
Have y'all ever been scratched before? I've never been
Yeah.
scratched. Really?
Trevor did once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Really?
before we ever
Mm.
were like before I was taking it seriously. And I was at Mouth Cemetery where we've done investigations and caught a lot of credible evidence and like full body apparitions twice.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and photo evidence. Like it's been nuts there. But I was told that there was this lore behind this well that they had where if you pump it, like bad things happen and people get scratched and then things like that. So I did one day. And
Oh
when we were
no.
leaving, I felt like that hot sensation on my back, and I pulled my shirt up, and sure as shit, I just scratched all the way down my back. But I was like, nothing happened after that. I was like, that's weird. I was like, I don't remember running into anything, but I am in a cemetery that's outside. So anything is possible. So I didn't want to just like chalk it up to being paranormal, but it was very
Right.
odd.
Yeah, I guess it's a coincidence or something. I guess.
Yeah,
know.
where
I
it's
mean,
like I
it's-
like to stay skeptical for
Yeah.
the most part, but it's very
Yeah,
odd.
Definitely. Like we like to initiate like the rule of 3. So like you gotta have like 3 things that line up that you consider to be paranormal, like high EMF with an EVP with like a cat ball or something like that. Like
Then
or
it's like
Spirit Talker
legit,
app,
legit.
EMF,
Yeah.
and then somebody saw something. Like 3 things that just like, why did that happen when this other stuff was happening?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's important to stay skeptical,
Yeah,
even of
Exactly.
your own experiences, because
Mm,
in hindsight, you might realize, oh wait, that was just something else when you're watching the video back.
mhm.
So I definitely try to be like the devil's advocate and like debunk things in the
Right.
moment. Just because I want to, like, I know that if I was watching a video, I would want somebody to be asking those questions, to be
Exactly.
looking at it with this skeptical eye slightly, because if you just believe everything that happens,
If you point everything out to be paranormal, then you're gonna miss, and you're gonna look like you're faking. But it's
Mhm.
also like it's just a misconstrued. Like I didn't see this properly with the right set of eyes
Yeah,
because other people
'cause-
see things differently.
absolutely.
Because paranormal is just like, it's such a weird field, right? Because no one knows the answers. So one thing
Exactly.
that you experience, you might consider to be paranormal, and the person looking through the glasses is going to be like, no, that's not. So it's just like this weird, conjumbled mix of, well, I thought this experience was paranormal. I can't tell you that your opinion's wrong, because that's just fucked up for me to say, no, you're not allowed to have that opinion.
Because that's
So-
just fucked up.
So like,
That's
go ahead,
wrong.
have your opinion, think that's paranormal, but I'm going to keep my opinion if I don't think it's paranormal, and I'm going to say, I think this is this. And
A great example
It
is
is
our
what it is.
Asher Walton video where the door is moving. We caught that in post, didn't see it happen in real time. And in post, we were both like, I see this little like shadow thing kind of like in the middle of the door frame, like kind
The
of like
movement
level.
of the shadows don't match the lighting. So
Yeah, and like
weird.
I wasn't really moving at all, so the shadow shouldn't have affected, like moved the way it did, and then the door itself does move. So it's like, well, we're not going to point out the weird shadow anomaly, but we're going to point out the door because the door is clearly moving, and it's not anything that we can really say is happening that we know why. Like it's not wind, it's not me moving it. I wasn't just moving it to make it wobble the way it was. And then we had Snap Reactor react to our video, and he pointed out what me and Riley saw. And we were like, look, our seeing it and not reacting to it because we didn't know what it was the exact perfect thing to do. So it's like, I feel really good about having that stuff be saw with other eyes, where it's like the only way to like see it is to watch it. And it's like, if somebody else sees it, I feel really good because I saw it too. And now I feel a lot better about it.
Yeah.
So it
Speaking
kinda
of
confirms it, yeah.
shadow figures, I have your video of the shadow figure you caught. I'm only bringing this up because I didn't know of your channel until I seen this short pop up for me on TikTok, I believe. And I thought it was fucking insane. So we're going to take a look at it. And I want you guys to like kind of talk us through that night because this video
It's fucking wild.
by the way.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh,
Shout out the outfits though. I love it.
dude, it was
Ball.
freezing that night, bro.
How freezing.
Bro,
It was
We were on top of a mountain.
Okay,
It
yeah,
was
it was
the
-5 where we were doing Eloise. So it's like, is it that cold? Because that was brutal.
So we were in one of the highest mountain areas in Pennsylvania. So this was Crescent Sanitarium. So it was
Oh fuck yeah, it was.
It was an old tuberculosis sanatorium back in the
Mhm.
day. And when we got there, dude, it was cold. Like I could feel it in my bones. That's how cold it was.
Yeah, we didn't check the actual temp, but like we were not dressed properly
No,
for the
yeah.
temperature.
My fingy tips hurt.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
Oh yeah.
No gloves.
The moment
on.
you regret not bringing gloves.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god. It was bad. But yeah, I forgot my pea coat at
Oh.
home. And luckily I had this like old gray puffy jacket, as you can see. But
Hey, that's style. I don't care if it's old, it's style.
You do what you got to do
Yeah,
on
I
these
mean-
ghost hunts, you know.
And
We're
nobody
here for
said we
evidence.
came for fashion hunting.
We're
It
here
is
for evidence,
ghost
not for
hunting.
style.
Like my-
Exclusively watch paranormal for the fashion. Come
like
on.
our boy Keith right there with the cowboy hat, he's the
Mhm.
epitome of fashion.
I love that though.
That's baller.
Shout
He
out
lives
Keith.
it.
You know,
All right, so yeah, I'll play it through here.
I see Spirit Talker on the floor going, oh yeah.
what? The camera.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Crazy, man.
Explain that. You know what I mean? Like it's literally moving.
Okay. So we pre make these videos, you know. So like months later, we filmed this like last November, I think. And then we just started uploading it this summer to our channel. So I was like, I was editing everything, and then like we had a really crazy experience. Like the camera she was holding, the night vision camera, got slapped.
That's so fucking wild.
So, but just before that scene you saw, the camera fell out of her hands. So my brother Kenny, he's not here, but he was the one filming, and the camera obviously falls. Raina's right next to my brother, and I'm like, Kenny, could you film that, please? And so he,
like, we got to get this.
Exactly. So because he's probably in shock. He's like, what the hell was that sound?
Oh, 100%.
So I'm like, dude, turn it. So he turns the camera, and the camera had like a light on it. You know what I mean?
But
So-
there's no way it's the motion of him moving it with
Exactly.
the way that light would be going. Like that's fucking incredible.
Exactly. So
It
he
was
pans
already
the
really
camera.
dark in there too. Like
Yeah,
there
he
was no
pans the
shadow to be
camera.
made. It's
Yeah,
wild.
it's fucking crazy. So he pans the camera, and then obviously again at the time, like we didn't see anything.
Yeah.
It was until
right.
post edit I just see this white, almost like a white silhouette of almost like a child pass through that door slit, and it was the craziest thing because just moments before, the night vision camera was slapped out of Raina's hands.
That's so fucking
And then,
crazy.
like, if you keep watching the video, we start communicating with what it seems to be like children's spirits. It said,
What would
children
a
are
child
playing.
do too, though? Like smack a camera because
Exactly.
they probably don't know it's expensive, and they're like, "What's that?" And then try to grab it or something. My 4-year-old does that shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the REM pod was crazy, but the REM pod was in the middle of the hallway, so that kept going on and off, on and off, on and off. And it said children were playing. The spirit talker said children were playing. it's saying all these names.
So accurate.
Dude, it was
So like if somebody's
crazy.
like running by, right? Like they're going like wee, like
Yeah, it's
back
like
and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's gonna go off like beep beep. Like and then for me, what was really like because I was holding that camera like my firstborn child, like because it was our first investigation with it,
First.
Yeah.
So I was just like waiting to use it, and it just oh my gosh,
And it's broken now.
it's
I
broken.
feel so
It's
bad
done.
too. Where it's like,
It didn't look the same after that.
Rest in peace.
Sucks, man.
But like for me, what really freaked me out when we saw that footage back
Dude.
was that door. Me and Kenny had been looking at that door the whole time. It was the only door on the floor that was sealed shut.
It was locked,
the only one.
whoa.
And we kept looking in there, and we're like,
Oh.
it's just so dark in there. There's like you can't
It's
see anything.
ominous.
Yeah, it's just ominous. Like what's going on in there? Like we just kept looking at it, and like I kept getting a weird feeling about it. But like of course we got to film in there, so. And we were like, we can't go in that room, so not going to affect us, right? But
Well, if
turns out,
it's a child spirit too, like he knows the halls, he knows where he's at. If that's
Exactly.
his like place of like rest or whatever, or
So,
where he's
What
like
if he's
residing.
sealed?
Whoa.
What if he's sealed in there too? Like
That's
that
crazy
door's-
that you can think about.
Dude, portals are weird, and doorways are technically portals.
And yeah, maybe because that door's sealed is how the spirits like are able to pass through it. I don't know. That would
Then
be
again, I don't know. Incorporeal form is the thing. So
Yeah, I mean that building actually, they dubbed it. The name was the End of Life Building because that's where they would take their patients on their final days. And so we got to the sanitarium. It was probably 9 o'clock at night. Dude, it's so big. There was like 15 buildings. We're like, where do we go
yeah,
first?
it's like
It's overwhelming.
300-acre property.
Honestly,
like,
for the place that for like being like our second real investigation, we were not ready for a place like that. We were not ready, dude.
we were still
That's-
babies.
We were
that's
like,
kind of
that's
how
how
we
I
were
feel.
feeling.
yeah, but yeah, that was probably one of the craziest pieces of evidence I think we've ever captured.
Do you guys feel like
Yeah,
you
it's
got
freaking
all of the
phenomenal.
place that you did your investigation, but did you feel like you hit everywhere? Like, like
No.
how you wanted to? I that's the one thing about those large locations that me and Riley have now found out where it's like, oh, we didn't get to spend the time where we like would have liked to try other things in other places only because it sucks being limited in time, which
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable too, because these places are a commodity. Like we're not gonna downplay that, but I just don't feel like we're getting the good cut of it where it's like you get 6 hours. Like I hope your window is better than their window. Because we don't know, like what is
yeah,
it? A
that's-
glimpse of the other side, and some days are better than others. Like that's just how it goes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Crescent's just a huge property. I know that the one thing that we were really feeling bad about that we didn't get to go and like fully investigate. I think it was just because, like Steve said, we were very new and we still were letting our fears kind of like play into us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was the
first
underground
investigation
tunnel.
hoodie up too.
Yeah, like
Yep.
it was the underground tunnels because I mean the whole tunnel system connects the morgue to the
Yeah.
church to
Where they brought everything and
all the
everybody.
all the bodies would be transported underneath the sanatorium.
yeah. So I think we
I
definitely
wish we
missed.
went there.
We definitely missed a big aspect of that investigation, partly because of fear and also because of time. But if we can ever go back, obviously, I saw somebody in the chat mentioning the legal troubles that's going on with Crescent right now.
That's the
If we
sad
can go
part.
back, we would love to, just so that we can get that experience and like just pick back up.
Now
on our
that you
conversation.
now that you have the knowledge, the know-how, the tools, like the
Facts. Yep.
confidence to go into it, knowing like I might have some crazy scary things happen, but it's all for the aspect of what's after death, like what's there for us, like what is happening.
Mhm.
Yeah, I also want to talk about we were talking about it a little bit earlier, and that's the Pine Barrens, because I also really like this Jersey Devil video that you have. So the clip I'm gonna pull up is, I believe, is when you started doing the horse noise through the speaker.
Okay, yeah.
That was his idea.
So let me explain that real quick. Because I don't think we've explained it too well, but basically, so we watched this channel. It's on Discovery Plus, called Paranormal State.
Mhm.
So basically, Paranormal State, they were doing a video about the Jersey Devil. So they were talking to basically like historians and people who like witnessed the Jersey Devil. They saw it. So they were basically interviewing this one guy. His name was Kenneth Soy, I believe.
Mhm.
And he was like a local historian, and he captured those sounds of what he thought like what he thought to be was the Jersey Devil. So he captured. So what I did, I used my phone. I like recorded it through the TV, just to get the
Copy paste.
his mating call, right?
Yeah.
Yes, allegedly that's what it's supposed to be. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea to go to the Pine Barrens and play that sound that is supposed to be this Jersey Devil creature. So just wanted to say that first.
More tracks here.
What did he want to?
I have a good feeling. I think this is the spot where we should try to contact this creature that everybody has been seeing over the past 200 years. Or we may encounter somebody else, but
Barefooted wild man out
I
here.
think there's good odds that something else is out here. I don't know what it is.
Epitome of fashion right
we have
there.
a REM pod set right here.
Spider-Man.
What we're actually going to do right now is, remember I told you earlier in the video, we have 2 audio recordings of what is said to believe to be this Jersey Devil creature. I have a pretty powerful Bluetooth speaker right here. We're in the middle of the Pine Barrens. This is the perfect experiment.
So
to see
professional, though.
if we can
I
summon
love
this creature.
this.
We have the speaker right
Thank
there.
you, thank
I'm gonna play the
you.
first sound of what the creature's supposed to be. Guys, we're looking frontwards, we're looking backwards. This is how real this creature could be.
He's ready with his fucking knife.
Okay,
Come
he's
on.
ready.
Oh,
We're not taking any chances.
Bro,
here, man.
they were scared, bro. They were scared.
Hey, you have to be ready in them woods.
You never know.
Now I'm gonna play the other one. I'm playing the second one.
Just give it a second now.
Dude.
So crazy.
Wait,
It sounds like a horse.
wait, it did sound like galloping. Right. Wait, let me do it again. Bro. Yo, did you hear that galloping?
I heard
I heard like a,
dude.
I heard
like
3
a
sounds.
Yeah.
Right? 1, 2, 3.
One,
I
two,
heard like
three.
a gallop.
So cool.
Okay.
To me, it sounded
Holy
like it was back
shit.
there, but you heard.
I see. Play a second.
No, I heard it from over there, dude.
Swear to God, I heard it behind you.
This is the worst when we're all hearing it from different areas.
It was getting real, man. You
Dude,
felt
everybody's facing different ways though, so that's where perception's fun. Where it's like we're all looking at the same burning building, but we're all at a different angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could hear the click clack too. Like it.
Oh, it's
you can
clean.
hear it.
It
That's
happened
clean as
multiple
day,
times. It
for
happened
sure.
multiple times, and we didn't hear nothing until I played that recording. And it
Yeah,
sounded
you
like
could hear the ambient
Yeah.
sound too before you
Yeah.
play it. There's not a whole lot going on.
nothing. Yeah,
No.
I mean, again,
Silence, dead silence.
we all thought it sounded like horse hooves, man. You know,
Mhm.
that's what we. And apparently,
I
Jersey
mean-
Devil has hoofs.
I was gonna say it
Yeah.
sounds like the whatever the enamel bullshit the hooves are made out
Yeah.
of. It's like that
Yeah.
click sound where it's like that doesn't sound like wood tapping. It doesn't sound like a bird. Like
No.
to me, it does sound more horse like than
Yeah.
anything. Which it's
Mhm.
like, granted, we can't say exactly what it is, but
Of
like
course, of
if
course.
prevailing theories are zoology,
Exactly.
it's like I've heard horses. That sounds pretty damn close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why there'd be horses just chilling in the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
who's did you let your
Like,
stallion just
yeah.
roam? Like,
I guess. I mean, yeah. So
Anything
it's kind of
possible,
weird
yeah.
how like until I played the sound, that's when we started hearing it, and then as the video goes on, we hear it following us as we're leaving, like getting
So
away
weird.
from it, because we literally felt like someone was going to jump out any second.
Mhm.
So we just thought it was a good idea to just go back to camp.
oh god.
Unless
So
I
you
was just
guys
not
slept
watching.
out there too?
Maybe.
I feel like we gotta bring up what happens after you guys head to the car too. Like I feel like that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Have
of
you guys ever
course.
camped out there though in the Pine Barrens?
We didn't get
No.
to. No, we left. We
We
didn't.
left.
We
said,
wanted
fuck
to-
that.
Yeah,
No,
no.
yeah, we wanted to. That was, I mean, at the very beginning, our goal was 24 hours in the Pine Barrens, and unfortunately, we didn't.
Yeah, we did
didn't.
not-
We didn't
no,
match. We
we
didn't make that goal.
Did not do it. No.
It's
Maybe in the
not.
future. Maybe
It's
in the future.
understandable. We were gonna do all kinds of stuff at Asher Walton House, and it got so hot that I was like, I'm gonna have a heat stroke. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it was like, no, that's not happening. So I gotta show this to the viewers because this is wild.
A
dude.
lot of names tonight.
It's kind of sad to see that so much could have happened. I mean, I think that we got the best evidence that we possibly could. I mean, we played that thing. You saw us multiple times in a row, and then back
Spider-Man.
and forth multiple times down the trail.
I just really
we
hope
heard hoof. We
Hoof,
literally
yeah.
hoofs like click, 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 and 5, 3, 5. Random recognize the patterns
It was in patterns, yeah.
over and over. And then soon as it got close, we kind of had to get it away from us. We had no idea what it was, but Jersey Devil, think about it. It would have hoofs if it's part horse, especially on the bottom part, like a centaur, you know, like the mythology, like Percy
Exactly.
Jackson, something like that.
Percy
Mythology. They would have hoofs
The
and they kind
Spider-Man
of
shirt
go
is
across the
just-
ground like that, right?
He's
Especially in the
spitting
woods.
facts.
Shout out,
Where you can
Keith.
hear
I
that
love
in
you,
the
man.
woods
Wish you were
unless
here,
it's
bro.
something like that.
Yeah, dude.
There's no horses around. And the
I
more we
played
played it,
multiple times.
the
Spider-Man.
more the clicky clacky accelerated.
Yeah, you know what's so
Faster
scary?
and faster.
You know what's so, right now we're just walking straight, and behind us, someone following us right now,
We'd have no
or
idea.
like something in
No,
the air.
that's the thing. The footprint we saw.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the thing that gets me like.
Well, there's literally bare footprints here.
There's no more campsites down this street.
There really
No.
isn't.
So where the would they be walking to?
I don't know,
Yeah,
dude. There could be some just crazy ass person in the woods right now, like barefoot, dude, naked, like
And
walking
that's
around
the
the
thing that
woods.
gets me like uneasy.
Jesus, guys. Well, we're gonna head back to camp. So we're gonna do our last
That's a good
investigation
idea.
inside the tent. I think that would be the best way to end this investigation.
Guys, we just came back to our freaking car right now,
Dude.
and there's literally no bullshit. There's these weird prints on the back of my car, dude. What the?
There's more over here.
Look, there's more right here.
That's super
1,
weird.
2, 3.
Look,
Weirdest
there's
shit,
more.
man, ever.
What? This wasn't here before, dude. There's
weird ass marks everywhere.
in my car.
They weren't there before.
Look.
This is like the palm of a hand.
But how small is? It's a little kid's hand or something.
Oh,
so cool.
Did we?
Dude, that's like a little kid's hand, bro.
Was it following us all along?
That's
so
wild.
cool.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
We still don't really know.
We don't know what the hell that was.
what that is.
We don't know.
Because
You guys are in the middle of the fucking Pine Barrens.
like the weird thing is that like so if you looked at the palm print, the fingerprints, they vary in size.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, some
that's
of
the
them
weird
look
part.
like adult fingerprints. Like I could put my fingers to it, and it looked like about the size of my hand. But then the palm, like, how does that make sense? The
It's
fingers
like
look
so
this, the palm-
It was
squished.
only three
Yeah.
fingers. So it was like the weirdest thing. Like I don't even know. Like
Claw hand.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what was going on, but that was just
You-
a very
The
unsettling.
car
to come
was
back to.
marked.
we're just
It
like
got marked.
we just like what did we summon something, dude? Like what do we do? Like this is
You did play a sound that I don't know. It could have been a call.
Jersey Bevel's looking to get some. They said you said it might have been the
Oh,
mating
Jesus
call.
Christ.
Careful what you wish for.
So I think it's now a known fact that Project Unknown is the leading experts in the New Jersey Devils mating.
Oh gosh. I mean, the thing is we've got a couple comments that are saying, you know, like, that's just a horse sound. And we're like, I mean, yeah, it does
It
sound like
is,
a horse.
but
Yeah.
look
Yeah, I
into
mean,
the lore.
The devil is part horse. Like, what would he sound like? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I have no idea.
Even goat, like goats have fucking hooves. Like I don't know. There's a lot of different animal sounds
Yeah.
that have
we,
hoof.
we don't,
Like
we don't know. We don't know what's out there. And that's the thing. That's the whole beauty about like the paranormal and the unknown is that there's so much out there that we just don't fully like know.
that's the best part about
No.
all of it.
That's it.
So where would you guys go if you had a full access, like all paid? You know, like let's go anywhere we want in the world. Like investigation.
Where'd you want to go?
All right. I sleep with this answer in my brain.
It lives rent free.
It lives in my head. Pavelia Island in
Yes.
Yes. Oh my
Ding
god.
ding ding.
No,
That's my number
like,
one as well.
was it only I think it was only Ghost Adventures have been actually allowed to go there.
Yep.
I know people like YouTubers have like paid to just get a boat ride over, but they risk, of course, arrest and
It's a federal fucking offense. too.
yeah, like I'm not trying to get exiled out of Italy. That's a beautiful country. I want to keep going. But
Yeah.
Right.
for me, if we actually were allowed to go, that would be my spot because I mean, the history is just so vast and just it's tragic. Imagine
It's Death Island. It's crazy.
yeah, like being just sent to an island of exile away from all your loved ones to just expire with the Black Plague, which was, I mean, as we know, one of the most uncomfortable diseases in history. So
Mhm.
for me, I just feel like that would just be my dream place. But I have to brush up on my Italian, I think, first.
Yeah.
It was cool because we actually were in Italy like last month.
Jesus.
In early August, we were there. We did like a family trip, and
That's so
That's
cool.
sick.
we were actually in Venice. It's an island off Venice.
We're like
so-
across the pond from it, and we're just like,
So-
it's yearning, it's calling
Yeah.
us.
I see it.
We wanted to go. We really did, but there was a lot of sketchy places. Like there's sketchy websites you have to like put your information
Ooh.
in, and they're like, it told me like I think I got scammed or something. Someone definitely stole my contact information. But,
Oh no.
but yeah, so I hit up this one guy like through this Gmail account from this like unknown travels website or whatever, and he said, yeah, we can take you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. But unfortunately, we were leaving that day that he said that he could take us, so we couldn't do it, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
we were close. We were this close, but like
It's
also
probably
they
gonna be the
put you-
sketchiest morning of your life.
Yeah, they put you on a water taxi, and it's like a 30-minute drive to the
God.
island, and then they drop you off there.
You have no
Most
idea
of,
if
like,
this guy's actually going to the island or setting you
Or
up.
if
like-
you're
Feels
gonna
like
get
they never
off of
come
it.
back.
Yeah,
What if they never
exactly.
come back?
So all
Oh my
those things
God.
in my head, I was like, ah, shit, man, I don't think we could do this right now. It's too sketch. It's too sketch, and obviously we're
It's
also
too
leaving.
sketch.
So yeah, I mean, I think I'll second that. I think Pavelia is like top tier for sure.
Next time you guys are
Yeah.
in Italy, let's just like we'll go with because I want to really bad. We'll get an inflatable raft shipped there from Amazon, and then we'll just get our asses there, and we'll be like, all right, we're doing
We
it.
ride at
portable
dawn.
kayaks, dude. Portable kayaks, and we go kayak in the night because we're experienced in that. So
We have done that now.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
your new
yeah?
video that's coming out, right?
Yep.
yeah,
Very.
There's only like
exciting.
6 seconds of us actually in the water because fuck, that was hard to record.
it's not
I
easy.
can imagine.
Oh yeah, no, we've been kayaking a couple times. That's like a full body
You
workout.
need like a GoPro or something on your head.
Y'all working hard
Even
for
then,
the
it was
viewers.
so dark though because all of us were in
Yes.
different shapes. So it's like they're fucking way ahead of me, and I'm like, I might throw up. Like, guys, slow down.
When's that video coming out?
Soon.
Soon?
October 18th
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
is
So
our
what?
release
Like
date.
2 weeks? Like 15 days or something like that? I don't even know what today
Yeah,
is.
because we don't have a live scheduled that day because I'll be in Mexico. So we decided that was gonna be a good day to.
And that Friday, I'm gonna be heading to Ohio to do Post Town Elementary.
Oh, sick.
Oh wow.
And so
team's
that's
splitting
super
up.
exciting.
Riley,
Yeah, he
are
gets-
you gonna
he gets to
investigate
go to
in Mexico
fucking
too, or
I really want to.
You should.
But I don't know exactly
should.
what I'm gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna be like doing the resort because the resort's fairly new, so who knows what happened on the land
But-
years and years ago, especially in Mexico. You know, with Mayans and everything. So
But then again, if
that
you
could be
do go
interesting.
outside of
But
the
yeah, exactly. If I do go to like not a temple, but the pyramids or any of the ancient ruins out there, like I
exactly.
feel like that would be a really cool spot to like
Bro, bring an
throw a
S
spirit
box.
talker on or on.
Yeah, bring
throw a
S
spirit
box
talker
and,
on
and
or
a
anything.
steer talker. Bam, you got it.
You're going on a real investigation, so you'll have all
I'll
of our
have
stuff.
one of them. You can take the SB7 or something. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do something, but I don't know exactly what. I'm gonna see what events transpire while I'm down there.
What about you guys? You guys got anything lined up in the works?
Oh, well,
we just finished we visited our friend in Maryland, and we were just like trying to find things that we could do for on the cheap. We still have jobs, we're working, so
Yeah, same here. Yeah, it's
we're,
hard.
we're just trying to like we're still trying to get the fix that we want, but like
Mhm.
for low price or if free.
Yeah.
So we did visit the Goatman Bridge in Maryland.
That's
That was
awesome.
pretty exciting. So that video should be coming out soon. I think we're trying to do something special for October, but we're not really sure. Like we would,
Cemeteries.
yeah, like we
Do
really would
cemeteries.
love to just upload an investigation every week for October. So
Mm.
I think we're just going to go balls to the wall and just do it. But we also wanted to visit the Blair Witch Forest, but that kind of fell
Ooh,
through
Yeah.
because it would require us to trespass on someone's private property.
And that's
and-
not fun.
Yeah. Marylanders, I don't think they take too kindly to people trespassing on their property.
Yeah.
And also, if you get caught, it's 3 months in jail for your first
Yeah,
offense.
no.
It's yeah.
I don't think we'll be successful if we're in jail. So yeah, we're not gonna do
Yeah.
that. So we actually, like, as a backup plan, I think
Mm.
you said Clinton Road.
Yeah, so New Jersey, there's like one of the apparently it's dubbed the scariest road in America. It's called Clinton Road. That's in
I
New
love
Jersey.
that.
Yeah. Apparently there's like these like phantom trucks that
Mhm.
people see chase you when you're driving down the road. The road's very curvy. A lot of like I believe like it's a lot of like ghost sightings there, apparently.
Well, I think it's due
Yeah.
to the tragedies that have
Yeah.
happened because the road was so windy. This road was built in or completed in like early
yes.
1700s.
Oh shit.
This
Yeah.
road is ancient. So, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say ancient, but it's old. And the road wasn't built very safely. So people driving in their cars now, up to a certain point, they were just driving off the dead man's curve, is what they call it.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
So
That's what it
they
was.
recently, in the last couple, maybe like 20 years since Weird NJ put it on the map, they did put a barrier to stop that from happening. So luckily, no more tragedies with that. But then also, are y'all familiar with the Iceman? He was a hired
The killer?
Yes.
Yes, I am then.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
I think I've heard of that
he
guy.
would use Clinton Road to dispose of his victims.
Oh
He
shit.
would just toss them on the side of the road. Like, he didn't even try to hide it. He would just leave them there. And so people driving down the road would discover bodies pretty
frequently.
frequently enough for them to figure out it was him. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say shout out Ghost Bros. They have a good video out of them doing an investigation in their hometown of a road as well where it was haunted. And I was intrigued because I didn't know how you would go about investigating a road.
Yeah.
So it's like to hear that you guys are going to go out and tackle one of those two. It's like, I love that because it's like, who's to say that places that you wouldn't expect to be haunted aren't, especially like roads. Like tragedies happen everywhere. Tragedy happens all the time. Tragedy happened way before we ever fucking knew about it. And
Exactly.
energy lingers everywhere.
Exactly. And everything's just, we're all energy. You know, everything in this universe is just energy.
We are. I like Blood Moon's take on paranormal stuff. Everything is just waves of energy and
Waves, yep,
wavelengths,
vibrations, all of it. All down to the
it all
molecular levels.
correlates to each other. And because I mean, look at all the devices we use, like the REM pods, EMF detectors, like sound waves. Like we're just using waves of energy to solve anything. So it's like makes the most sense, honestly.
exactly. It's like I feel like if you go out of this world with a lot of energy and emotion, how does it just disappear? Where does it go?
Exactly.
Where's it gonna go? Like
You're
it
probably
has to
gonna
get
have the
stored
same
somewhere.
mannerisms once you pass on as you did in life.
Right. And you know, once an asshole in life, asshole in death.
Exactly.
Encountered a couple of those. Yep.
It's always really interesting to me to run into like the spirits that are like super friendly and like are very like honest with you and nice, and then to run into the ones that are just like fuck off, like bitch.
Yeah.
It's like whoa, the radio don't say this shit. I don't know what is happening.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel like my favorite asshole spirit is Frank from the Shanley. He's got that sense of humor about him, you know?
Dude.
Like he'll call you, I remember the owner and one of the employees, they're both female, they were saying that he calls them painted horrors. He was the guy who worked in the bordello.
He was the bodyguard
with the ladies of the night who were employed to basically, you know, please the men who were going there.
The seductresses.
Yeah.
it's
So
crazy.
for him, it's funny that he was the bodyguard of them, but he regarded them so low. So even in death, he does that to women who visit the hotel. So they had warned me about that. You know, you might get insulted a couple of times. It's not, you know.
Like, okay.
Yeah, and then it called Keith a bitch. So
Yeah, like, it's literally in the Shanley video. Like he literally called Keith a bitch. It was crazy.
And you could tell he's
so
like
wild.
the same deep voice because they told you he's got a booming deep voice. And you'll know when you hear it. And when it came through that Phasma box and it said Frank, and then it said Keith's a bitch.
And then he also said, "Shut your mouth." He'll say, "Shut your mouth, Kenneth."
Shut your mouth, Kenneth. Yes.
He said that too.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was probably one of my favorite like Phasma box sessions of all time. That was just like consistent, just back to back, like incredible responses. Incredible.
Frank's amazing.
That's so awesome. So what would your guys' favorite investigation you guys have done has been? It doesn't have to be like because of evidence you've caught, like just something that like, you know, like stands out to you where it's like, that was just a lot of fun and I loved that.
That's a good question.
It's tough.
That's tough.
For me, I mean,
Yeah.
it would probably be like my first ever investigation with my family when I was like a teenager, because we were not even trying to make anything. We weren't professional. We're just a family going there for a vacation. And in our hotel room, it was strange because my mom was in the bathroom. She was so excited for this like jet tub that came with the. It was in the Gettysburg Hotel. She was like, I can't wait to take a bath. She goes in the
Like,
bath.
score.
Yeah, and then she keeps yelling like, what?" Like somebody's talking to her, but no
Yeah.
one is. And suddenly she comes out and she's like pissed off at my dad. She's like, "Why won't you leave me alone?" He's like, "I'm watching like Sports Center. What do you mean?" And
They're like, I'm chilling, bro.
I'm sleeping. My sister's awake, and so he asks my sister like, "Was I talking to your mom?" She's like, "No, he's watching Sports Center like he said." She's like, "I dead ass heard you saying, 'Babe, babe,' in your voice, like calling me through the door like constantly," to the point where she just got frustrated. Was like, "What do you want?" And then of
Wow,
course
that's
there
actually
was
insane.
yeah, and also there was like a cabinet in the room that held the TV, and suddenly the doors just like opened up by themselves. Well, we're all just sitting there. We're like, "Oh, okay." Like, "Oh, watch me." I don't know what that was, but I think it was just something trying to let us know that they were there. We
Wow.
experienced on the battlefield. We had like a old like Canon point and shoot camera. We were just taking
Yeah.
like pictures. So many orbs. We heard the cannon sound
Yeah.
out in the like field. We were just like, how is this all occurring right now? And like,
Right.
why is this not like, why is there no camera crew here like recording this? This is crazy. Like, this is just happening for free, I guess. Like,
You know what
that's
is
weird.
wild about that? Why don't they have like static cameras that are just set up there all the time? Just
Right.
all the fucking time, going all the time.
Dude, that's a thought I have a lot. Like, if these like all these haunted places, why can't you just get like 50 night vision cameras and just put it
Asher
on?
Walton
Yeah, yeah.
house
I'd be
does
like,
They
have
actually
that.
do
yeah.
that. Yeah, they have
They
an IR
DVR
system.
every single night, 24/7,
Mm.
365 inside that house.
That's how we caught our poltergeist activity that happened there too, actually. So
Was
it's
that the
like,
one with the water bottle that got
yep,
knocked down?
Yeah.
That was
that was
crazy.
fucking
Yeah,
wild.
You remember- Oh my god. I mean, number one, that whole investigation, you guys were getting like very intelligent responses.
Mhm.
I think my
Yeah.
favorite part of it was when I think Jenna played the classical music, and
Yeah.
it said like I think one of you asked like, "Would you like to dance?" And it said twirling, and then
Yep.
Mhm.
it said like,
Yeah.
"I like music." It was done. Like
Yeah,
there was
that
just
I don't know
something
how the
learning.
these
fuck
method
that worked the way
sessions
it
there
did.
were insane. And I think that investigation made me love the Estes method so much
Mhm.
more. Just
Yes.
because like we even caught something when we were changing the headphones and it
Yeah.
said my name. Like
Dude.
it's Riley
Sure.
as
Yeah, I
I'm
was
taking the
handing him
headphones.
the
Like that was
headphones, yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that like that's a place that you definitely have to have static cameras in, but there's so many
Mhm.
places like they should just do it and like maybe even just like live stream it for like paranormal people to just like chill out and watch sometimes, see what's
Yeah.
going on.
Totally.
I would
That's
probably spend all my free time watching
Yeah.
that.
But Gettysburg, hands down, I think it's haunted, hands down. I would say.
Yeah, that place is active.
No
Everybody
question.
that I've
No
talked to
question.
that has been there, has had experiences there, is like, you gotta check it out. Like, it's insane.
yeah.
East
Steve,
Coast, baby.
what's your favorite
My favorite
location?
location?
Yeah.
Damn, let's see.
We didn't forget
Wait.
about you.
Well,
My
you've had a lot
favorite.
of time to think about it.
Stewing.
I think like 4 years maybe.
My favorite location, I think, was probably the first one that we did for YouTube, which was Burlington County Prison. Because like we had filmed that video, believe it or not, like September of last year, and it took it took me a while to like learn how to edit everything. I kind of used that video as my first like almost piece to post to YouTube and have the world see it. And it was fun, like editing, directing, it was just, I don't know, it was fun because it was like my first ever
You
one
stepped into the world of
in
what
the
it is
world.
now.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was.
This
that's
is
what I'm
my
saying,
life
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Exactly, where it's like I signed the letter of consent and I'm going.
Yeah. It was crazy because we spoke to what I believe was one of the murderers there that was executed back in
Yeah.
Burlington County Prison. His name was Joel Clough. And there was a scene in that video where our friend Keith,
Shouts out, Keith.
shout out to Keith. We locked him in his former cell. when he
Oh
used to be
shit.
there. So we
You're
had
still
the
like,
night vision camera
"Gunk."
when it was working. We had the night
Yeah.
vision camera there, and like we had the spirit talker and a REM pod, and me and Raina, we were out, and Kenny, we were outside where his body was buried in the back of the
Oh
prison.
shit.
There's a tree there, and it's saying that history says that he is actually buried there because there was no records of him actually leaving the prison. So they
Oh
put his body there.
yeah.
So me and her, we're doing like a spirit talk session outside by the tree. Keith's in his former cell, and all the like in post edit, putting everything together, it was insane. The evidence was just like,
Well, didn't it say to Keith, "My body"? And he's like, he starts freaking out because he's by himself in the cell, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Wait a second, my friends are out there right now
Looking for body.
looking for Joel's body. I'm in Joel's cell. Holy shit!"
yeah, it said.
And then it was starting. What did it say?
If you pull the video up, I think like it's a pretty good like I can't really explain it because it was such a long time ago.
Well,
it's
it's because
one of
and
the
it
best
like the way it compiles
got
too
you.
after in post. I know exactly what you're saying. Where it's like, if say 20 minutes in between those sessions passes, like you might not remember exactly what happened when you bring it back together at the moment, and you're like, this happened, like that's cool, but then you forget because you're like, that was fucking wild, and now that
Yeah.
you're telling me this, it's like I already have all these emotions going on.
Do you know
But-
like a timestamp that you're
Bullshit.
looking for? Like about
I'll
yeah.
get it for you. I got you.
Yeah, I think it was like, let me see. Try to find it. Yeah.
Oh, you got it? Okay. Yeah, that was just, I feel like there's sometimes where it feels like it's too
good to be
systemic.
true.
Right. Like
Yeah.
because we're having a completely separate conversation with who we think is Joel, but I think Keith was actually with Joel in his cell.
Yeah, because we like to go like, all right, here's the yarn, here's the tax. Like, let's just start putting them everywhere. And then when it's like, that is way too coincidental that all this is lining up, that's staying.
So
But
it
all
should
this
be
other
four-
ones, you cut them.
I think I found it.
1649, I believe, is when it starts.
It would have been cool if it was
Yup, that's
69.
exactly where I was.
69
That can't
seconds.
happen with minutes.
Yeah, but that's my favorite.
I love that,
far.
though. That's so cool. Like, that just,
Because
all
I
of these
feel like
experiences.
yeah, I just feel like that was we actually caught. I guess like
Look
a
at that
person
cell,
telling-
too.
Yeah. If he's able to speak to you.
So sad.
Are you back in 7 minutes, okay?
Imagine living in there for the rest of your life.
Right.
With Joel?
Gotcha. And, I got this. Good luck, brother. I got it.
Good luck.
See you on the other side. See y'all on the other side.
Locked him in here. Look at this. Oh my god.
Oh, the door sounds like, I love those cell door sounds.
You got a new inmate here today.
Fresh meat.
Fresh meat.
All right, Joel. It's you and me.
Is that a mannequin on the floor?
Yeah.
Yes, to represent
So
Joel.
why do you gain more energy?
No.
Is there a reason why? No harm, no disrespect when I talk to you here.
Mad balls.
Okay, Joel, I know
That's when like the goosebumps start.
Yeah, he was
Especially when you're by
yeah.
yourself and you know like your friends are 3 floors down.
Literally
outside.
left.
Yes.
Okay, of course it is, right?
All right, here it is. Okay, guys, so we're going to go outside of the prison. Right now, we're currently outside in the back of the prison where
Just left
Joel
him
was
there by
executed. His
himself.
body is now buried where that big tree is right there in the corner. Keith is actually in Joel's room by himself.
How was it like here?
Hiding in the dark.
Oh, you're hiding in the dark, Joel? Why?
He's in pitch black.
And he can't see
Yeah, he
nothing.
can't see
I was
it. You
conditioned
can
to
see he
it.
has like a little
I was
flashlight
like
on,
it.
but the rest of the room is just pitch black.
Yeah, IR does wonders.
Okay, Joel, so there's a lot of other people here. It's crowded all the time. I'm sure it's cramped. How'd you get along with the other people here?
Party.
Part.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh,
there's a
man.
party for you here. Okay. The
Toilet
others,
wine.
are they in here with us as well? Or is it just me and you?
Sarah.
Oh,
That's so
you
fucking
guys saw
wild.
that as soon as I asked if anyone else in here. Sarah.
Like they were at the exact same
Hi,
time.
Sarah. Thank you for letting me know you're here.
Oh, it's
You
getting
know,
louder.
disrespect, I'm just here for the truth.
So right now we're going to be using this music box to try to communicate with Joel, who was
I love the
carried
cut.
after facing
So good.
execution here at the Burlington County Prison. I'm going to face this way. Joel, is that you emitting this?
It's look at the energy. Right by this tree. Can you make this device play some music?
We're getting the yellow on you. Can we ask you some questions using this device? If yes, please spike this to yellow.
Yeah, don't.
Yes.
I don't
Oh my
think that's
God.
legit anymore.
Joel, were you the one that told us upstairs in the second floor of the prison to look in the other room?
Keeps going to straight to orange.
Yeah. Oh my God.
EMF is tricky.
Joel, you lied to me. We're the only ones in here. Okay, I see. So, I heard you escaped at one point and then got put back in. Why were you caught again?
Watch yourself here.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I think I
Joel.
got angry at him when he said
No
that.
disrespect.
Yeah.
Joel, are you here with us tonight? If yes, I want you to make this go orange right now. I see you're flickering it to green. I just need it to go orange to know that you're here.
Or are you with my friend Keith right now, who's all by himself in your former cell?
I think he was in the cell.
She will touch you.
She will touch you.
Will touch me.
That's so
Oh,
crazy because it's
Sarah.
been talking about a woman.
Yes, it's Sarah. And actually, this was a. They had both genders in this prison.
Woman and
Oh.
man.
Sarah. Okay, you guys just said. I just said she will touch you, and that REM pod literally just went off. Okay. This is definitely ramping up.
This is the crazy part
We're
coming
gonna be
up.
doing a spirit box session.
It keeps flickering.
He's flickering.
I'm getting yellows.
We're getting a huge amount of spike in this area here. This is this tree right here underneath.
Oh,
where
it's a
Joel's
willow
body
tree
was
too.
buried. The only
Yeah,
body
that tree
buried
looks
in
like it's
prison.
been there for hundreds
Right
of
now we have a
years.
music box here. The EMF is going crazy right now.
See, you have some writings on the wall. Do they mean anything to you?
My remains.
Bro.
Oh, shit.
Goodbye, his grave,
Her
man.
remains are out underneath that tree
Oh,
over there.
damn.
One person is buried here. It's got to be Joel.
He's calling me. He's
Yep.
scared, man.
Let us
I would be
rest.
We will
too.
never rest. I'm sorry, I'm about to leave in a moment. I'm sorry.
That's intriguing.
There's just spike to
basically
red.
it right there.
Wait, what? Wait, Keith, what did it say? Wait, what happened?
A lot, bro. Come over here.
A lot.
We will leave now. I'm walking out.
Oh shit, we got it.
Like, you
We
get a
gotta
call,
go.
He's apologizing.
We have-
He's like panicking. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Keith!
Dude, we all like just in the moment.
Oh, shit.
We just like we gotta go to his rescue. But that was
Right.
basically it.
Well, like, because when he called, you like at first you just hear him saying, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna get out of here." Like, so we weren't even really aware of what had happened
Right.
until we got up there. But we're like, "Oh my gosh! Like, why is he apologizing?" So like he
Mhm.
sounds so like
Like
upset.
what the hell happened? Again, this is our first investigation. So like
Oh, trial by
that evidence
fire.
was just insane.
God, that's
No,
crazy.
That's what I love about the Spirit Talker app right there.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. It's sometimes it's just like because obviously when you like this was our first real investigation. So obviously I came in like, you know what, it's a small prison. We're not really going to capture much. I feel like Ghost Event just
Right.
Ghost Hunters went here like years
Yeah,
ago.
low expectations, high hopes.
Exactly. Exactly. So I did not expect to get so much that night. And that was again my favorite investigation.
That's beautiful.
And it
I
looks
love
like a
that.
sweet jail, honestly. Like it looks really cool.
The
Like,
history is
the
cool.
aesthetic
Yeah.
and stuff. Like
It was so sick, yeah.
I think that it's a good place for like a beginner team
Yeah.
to like
Yes.
start. So if you want to get into paranormal investigating, if you've never done it before and you live local, try Burlington County Prison because it's only like 3 floors. It's not overwhelming like Crescent. Crescent was our second. We
Yeah.
bit off way more than we could chew. So, definitely Burlington. It's just I feel like there's not too much to explore, but like you'll get a lot when you're there.
Exactly.
It's a lot more intimate, like being in those smaller locations where it's so you can really hit those places that are having activity a lot
Yeah.
harder because it's
Mhm.
not like I feel like I'm losing out on a lot of different stuff that could be happening if I
The
try other
the
places.
big location we did was Double J Ranch, and we thought, oh, this is gonna be cool. Like we're gonna
This
have
could be a
all these different
cakewalk.
buildings to like investigate in one night, and it
Ah.
was not easy.
1,000 acres, like
Yeah.
50 plus buildings where it's like
It's
We got to do the
overwhelming.
big stuff. Like we did
5 of
the
us.
electric you've heard Electric Forest.
No.
Have you
Where's
heard-
that?
It's a big festival here.
It's a
in
big-
Michigan.
yeah.
Electric Forest. Yes.
I was
Okay.
talking
we
about like a
have-
haunted place.
Oh no!
the
Well,
Double J Ranch where the festival is on the grounds and stuff
okay.
is part of the ranch. So we got to investigate every place on the ranch, and that was included in it. And that's where we had some weird activity.
A lot of activity that night.
Yeah, it was really wild because we legitimately didn't expect a whole lot in certain places, but like where we were just walking around in the woods where they do host that festival, where I was like, I don't know if anything's really gonna happen. It seemed to be pretty wild and full of energy because like backpack got knocked off of one of the what do you call it, like structures that are out there in the woods that they just keep there
just a
year round.
art installation for people to like sit on and hang.
It's
out
just like a
on.
weird
bleacher.
feeling all
It was like a
night.
bleacher. Yeah, it was weird out there at night, and it just felt different because like I had only ever been there during the festival, so I was used to like all of the lights and like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and then here it is, just the four of us in the dark with
Yeah.
like
Jenna
nobody
sleeping in
there.
the car because she's like, I got a headache. It's 3 a.m. You guys do you.
Yeah,
She's very brave. I wouldn't sleep by myself anywhere.
It was also getting brisk cold too. So I think I was like, yo, if you ain't cutting it tonight because it's too cold and you're tired, just go ahead. I was like, you can keep car on. We'll be like 100 feet that way. And then actually we were like more like a mile that way.
Yeah, but I
We
totally
walked for a
understand,
while.
like the biting off more you can chew on
Yeah.
like an investigation, because we definitely did that. And like now we want to go back, but it's like, how do we do it different so we can do more stuff? And it's like, I think we got to do multiple nights. I think that's the only way.
Yeah. Or like maybe make parts like, because I feel like a place like that, there's so much hours of footage, so many SD cards you have to use, and like
that was before we were even understanding what it took to create
Dude.
videos correctly. So it was
It's
like we're
crazy,
still recording in
right?
30 FPS, 1080p, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with
No,
it. But
no,
then
not
when
at
you
all.
change it to 60 frames and like you start looking into doing 4K stuff, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it looks really nice. I really like that. But then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, 35 fucking gigabytes for a 10-minute fucking video.
Dude,
My
it's
my
unreal.
fucking cards hate this.
Yeah, so you know,
transfer those.
yeah. So how do you guys like do like your whole system when you're investigating?
Okay, so I use this thing to record our videos, and then
Yep, same
I have a
here.
gimbal where
iPhone.
it'll like keep my phone like here. I'll go grab it really quick so we can do a little show and tell because it's fun.
Sure. That's crazy. I did not know you could get that quality of video on your phone.
Yeah,
What type of
well,
phones
yeah.
do y'all
What kind of
have?
phone is that?
I'm using a Samsung Galaxy. Mine does not look like your videos.
Yeah,
I
I have an
got-
iPhone.
I have
Uh,
a Samsung
Privacy.
Galaxy Note 10 Plus, I think.
Yeah, I have the iPhone 12 Max Pro.
Oh, same here. That's crazy quality you get in your videos from the phone.
Dude, it's I'm knocking everything over. It's
don't
it's
have
because
my-
I fucked with the settings a lot, which was like I changed it from all the normal whatever like the settings are to like have it as high resolution as I could get it. I did like all the cinematography modes, and then when we go into post, I'll even like upscale it to make sure like everything matches and whatnot.
That's awesome. It sounds like you guys have like figured it out, but like, did you have to watch like YouTube videos to learn how to do all that?
Fuck yeah, we are YouTube
Yeah.
University masters. So
Dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
so wherever I go, we can just record and it'll keep the video flat.
Oh, cool.
That's so
$100 for
Yeah.
these gimbals. So if you're gonna record with phones for anything, these are
It's
a
the way to
really good
go, like,
investment.
I haven't gotten that
amazing.
great with it yet, but I'm
But-
starting to get better at it.
Yeah, and it's
literally
all
a
like
game
in the
changer.
there's buttons too to like change like horizontal mode. Like
That's
you can
good.
get it to like track you too.
Is that the DJI gimbal?
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
What
and
kind of
then-
what kind of Rode microphone is that? Is that the?
it's the first DJI Rode mics that
for
they
DJI
had. So
mic.
the mic ones or whatever it was.
Mhm.
Which it's fine, but we just recently had a problem with it, which I didn't realize was going to be a problem. Which when you turn the face tracker on that gimbal and you let it just do its thing and track you through the room, and you have your aux cord plugged into it and your phone, if it turns too far, it'll unplug the fucking microphone.
Oh
dude.
no.
Yeah, and it won't switch to the phone mic.
No,
It'll
so
stay
it'll
as-
muffle the shit out of it.
Did you guys lose
Yeah,
footage like
we
that?
literally in the video that we
Oh,
have
one of the best
that we're
fucking
gonna be working
craziest
on-
like claps we've ever gotten back.
Oh,
yeah,
sucked.
like poltergeist activity. The only audio anyone got was my phone, and you can barely hear it, like just barely.
Yeah,
So you
because
can't
we
even
were
tell it's anything. and
we
it
were
sucks
at the
'cause in real life
poorhouse
it
in
was
Van
so loud.
Buren, and we were like, "Can we play hide and go clap right now?" I used to play this all the time because we heard there was child spirits there. So we were like, I'm gonna clap, and then I was like, "All right, now your turn." And then like not even 5 seconds later, you hear, but that fucking thing unplugged itself because I was like,
Oh
I'm gonna
my
put it up in the
gosh.
corner,
That's like
and
a
it was
movie.
yeah, and it was
It's like a
facing
Conjuring movie. Like what?
No.
yeah, and
Oh
it
my
was
God.
facing the way the sound came from, and the mic would have picked it up perfectly fine because it's made to do that like cardioid, like Y whatever. So I was like, damn it. I
Yeah,
was
shout
so
out
bummed.
Tommy. He just released his
It was so good.
collab version of that video. That's I don't know
The
if you've seen
most
the reel we put out
EVPs I've
today
ever heard.
of like the disembodied footsteps, but
Pull up his
that's
video really quick, right? Let's show them the disembodied footstep part because it is
Oh my
worth
gosh,
it. It is
please.
worth it. Because that's
Yeah.
like we were in the moment, we didn't hear it per se with our ears, but we all stopped, listened to the recorder back, and it's like the clearest footsteps I've ever heard on any
honestly
video.
this night it literally proved to me
Lives
like
in my
how
mind.
valid EVPs can be because
Oh yeah.
like we have never really had caught too many of them, and this night was just the most responsive I think we've ever had.
Yeah, I've never experienced like EVPs like that where it's intelligent as fuck. And then not only was it super intelligent, it was like every question was getting answered. And it was like, this isn't us. Like I'm looking at all of you, and all of you are very credible people. I don't think you're gonna fake anything, and I've never known you to do it. So why start now? Especially when I'm staring into your soul, and I will bop you right here.
All right, so
We're all standing pretty much there the whole time too.
Off the building. And for the past year, they've had to do renovations. As you can see, like this is all new window. What did it say? All new windows, the whole new ceiling and everything. As you can see, there's power saws and everything. So there's some significance to this room. And I think there's probably some energy attached to this room that would like to speak about what happened here. So last year, a storm hit the back of this building and destroyed the roof.
now
How
just
do you guys
watch
feel
everyone in
about
the
that?
room.
Does this make you guys very upset?
How does the construction make you feel?
I've been told that
Yeah.
spirits
Oh.
do not like it.
And none of us
Y'all
heard it.
didn't hear it? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
None of
No,
us heard
none
it
of
real
us heard
time.
it.
Is this true?
They sound gravelly too, like they're walking through dirt or something.
There, yeah, because there's like construction, like plastic
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
so
stairs, and there's
There's
plaster
like
everywhere.
construction like paper types material on all of the floors because they're literally reconstructing the museum right now.
Yeah.
So our thought is that it's literally a child's bare feet going across the paper.
That's how it sounds,
sounds
to
like
me.
that, actually.
Little
Yeah.
light footprints, like it wouldn't be like a heavy
Looking a lot better
person.
than it
It's
was
probably a
last
child,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we listen to it
Do
back,
you like
it's
the
even louder.
construction?
It's
And
even
how do
better
you
on the
feel
recorders.
Because
the
it's
audio.
closer.
End up.
Shit.
Oh, yeah, I forgot this happened.
That's the mill room. There's someone over there. Can you touch that all the way, please?
Yeah, both of us have our gimbals.
Okay, like, again, his recorder was like over here, and I put mine over by the stairs. Yeah, it was a mess in here.
Catball.
I moved it.
Oh.
Immediately
Yeah,
debunked.
Uh-oh.
It's a mess.
So I'm gonna start yours. I'm gonna set mine over here. Sit opposite sides of the room, I guess.
Just getting a minute back so you can see what's going on.
So last year a storm hit the back of this building and destroyed the roof. How do you guys feel about that?
This is helping me.
Does this make you guys very upset?
Right here.
How does the construction make you feel?
Oh, that's so much
Oh
clearer.
my
So
God.
clear.
So much clearer.
Oh my
Every single recorder and camera picked it up. Every
But
single one.
the crazy thing about this is when we first heard it, I don't know if you could hear me and Tommy, but we go, was that someone shuffling? Like we thought it was one of us, but then we
But
played
we
it
just
again.
watched y'all were standing still. Oh my gosh.
The best part is, Randy
that's
from
running.
Randy's Real
That's
Paranormal
running.
has
That's
this
someone
this
running.
angle
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
that's
time.
all of us
None of
were
us move.
That
Not a
is
single one of us moved.
Isn't that great when like you don't even know that you're doing something that's gonna like debunk the debunk? Like there's
Mhm.
no shot that this is fake.
Oh,
right.
this part's crazy
close
too.
to
I was
it.
asking for a hug all night, and then I got told I could not have a hug.
I love that you do that, by the way. I think that's really nice that you do that.
Can't
Whoa. Are you serious right now?
dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it says my fucking name, and then it says my
That was a
name
bold
again
statement.
after
It was-
that.
Wow.
Get ready. Yeah, I'll just go right to it because
The growly voice where it's just like Trevor.
Right there. It says it.
So fucking weird.
How did you feel in that moment having
I
hearing that
turned
sound?
around and I started walking down the stairs and I was like, I'm leaving. And then I walked back up there and I was like, let's go for 3. I was like, can it do it again?
Say it again, and I know it's real.
Like, I feel like nothing's scarier when when you're in an investigation and like literally you hear your name being called back.
Yeah.
Like
And it all the whole time before that, it was very welcoming. It was happy. It's awesome. And then towards the end of the night, you could feel the shift where it got a little heavier. And then like when we hear those footsteps, now that I think about it, what if the kid's running away from something? Like if it is a child in there that's running away, because
like
that
something
poor
bad
house,
showed up.
that poor house had a jail in it. It housed a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life. Who knows? Like if it's one of those people who walks in and he's like, "Fuck that, I'm out."
it could be a
Kid leaves.
residual thing.
And then that
And on
entity
top
that's
of
there.
that,
Ooh.
there's artifacts from the World
Oh
Wars.
god,
There's,
tons of
like,
stuff.
It's a museum too.
It
On
had
top
40,
of that, so
43 rooms, and the exhibits in there were full as fuck. Like it was the most packed museum that was of its kind I've ever seen, and it was awesome. And they were still doing construction, so everything was kind of like thrown everywhere.
Yeah,
but
nothing
like
was
to
like
see all of it,
set
how it
up.
was, is so cool.
Do you guys believe in like haunted objects?
100% do.
Yeah.
I definitely think
definitely-
energy sticks to things residually for sure. Where it's like, if you
I actually have
really
a
love
haunted object
something,
story.
that's like, yeah, you
Oh, really?
definitely do.
Yeah, so my family purchased this clock from antique store because it had our last name on it. It was called Clark Clock Company. So they bought it and they put it up in the house. And once we bought that, we kept having a bunch of paranormal stuff happen in the house.
And buckle
then we
up.
had a extreme line of bad luck. Like cars constantly breaking down, us getting into car accidents, which like my dad's a truck driver. We're all pretty good drivers. My mom was in a car accident that besides my mom's not a great driver. we'll be
She's
honest.
okay.
But she got into an accident, like is lucky to be alive, honestly. And then she got into another car accident after that. And then we, as a family, like we all believe in the paranormal. We were like, okay, why is all of this bad stuff happening to us? Like, we don't do bad things to people. Like,
No,
we try
they're
to
the
be
salt
the
of
nice,
the
kindest
earth.
people that we possibly can. Like, why does this keep happening? And we were all just like, that clock. That's the only thing that's like new to the house that could be causing this. We got rid of the clock and everything stopped.
Wow.
I like to give you some like context too. Like Riley's parents are seriously some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. They gave me a car because my car broke down, and they were like, "You got a baby, you need a car to get around." And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" They're like, "Yeah, we just have an extra one." And you're like, "You're your family." They've taken me to Detroit with them to go watch Riley play when he was doing a semi-pro thing, and I wasn't able to play on the team because it wasn't good enough, and I had a baby, so I was like, I just couldn't commit fully. But it's like that type of shit where it's like just going out of their way just to be nice.
We took you to the Lions game, like
Yeah, to the Lions game, that too, like that, like, you know, it's like just making memories with them where it's like, oh dude, like you guys don't have to, but like just out of the kindness of their hearts. So it's like they 100% didn't do anything to deserve that
Like
karma.
the least
So it's like,
deserving
shit.
people.
Jesus.
Yeah, so
Oh.
it's like
yeah,
I
it's-
definitely believe haunted objects can influence houses and everybody around them for sure. Especially like look at Robert the Doll, you know, and like some of the other like
that story's
haunted
crazy.
objects. Like we actually got like really lucky when we went to the Asher house because they had the Bell Witch Cave doll. at there
really?
at the Asher house, and we got to hold it and and like give it our blessing basically. And it's like I've heard a lot of stories of this doll fucking people up, and it's like, but I am very curious to see what happens if we do interact with it. And I mean, I don't want to say like stuff did happen because like, I had bad luck, but I also had good luck. So I think that's also just like I'm riding the coaster anyway.
Yeah, we think if we do have an attachment,
It's
from
probably
something
something
else.
from very earlier on.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask y'all about that because I did see in one of your recent investigations you got attachment on the spirit talker. I think
Yeah.
twice in 2 different
Mm.
locations. So like, do you, like? I mean, I think y'all believe you have an attachment, but
Especially because we had the same dream too, that the
Yeah, I
investigation with the
think
Indian
that's
burial
that's
ground.
what really
you have
like
to hear this. Yeah, I don't know if
sparked
you know
that
that.
for us is the same dream thing on the same night. Like that's just
And then
so
not coming
weird.
together until weeks later to tell each other about it just because I was like, bruh, you're telling me about a crazy dream you had? That's not possible because I had that dream.
Yeah, it's like, and the fact that we were in each other's dream too, like, because like he was in my dream, I was in his dream, and like your
It's like
brain
reliving
doesn't
in the
typically do that,
location,
so it's weird.
Mhm. Do you
And I
like?
don't have vivid dreams very often either.
No.
Mm. Do you feel like you kind of know what might have, like who or what might have attached to you?
I don't think
Or
we've gotten
I
any
have
answers.
ideas of what it might be, which I don't know if we can say names or anything even close to that. But
Mm.
if it is something that isn't, say, like nameable, it could 100% be like a Native American warrior spirit that we were seeing because we were doing a lot of Native American cemeteries and like a lot of Michigan in general and the west side of Michigan is very like rife in all of the like history and culture of it. So it could very possibly be just like a spirit of one of the tribesmen, that we've been seeing just coming and going at these locations. But there's also other theories, where it's like maybe it is like a very old spirit that is just a malevolent, entity that is just like attached itself to us because we opened ourselves up to it at the right time because we were somewhere.
Because like I honestly never have anything paranormal happen in my house, but
Not
literally
usually.
last week we had something. I don't know if it's paranormal, but it was really
Lights
weird.
turned off and on us. So
Yeah,
it's like,
so,
what the
like,
fuck?
I have to
Oh.
make my green screen lit up. I have this hallway because it goes outside the door, but
That bitch is
I have
long.
all the lights on so that the green screen doesn't like go foggy. And we were sitting here getting ready, waiting for POV Paranormal to hop on the stream, and I noticed the screen got all fuzzy behind me, and I looked at Trevor and I go, "Did you turn that light off?" And he goes, "No, I've just been sitting here this whole time since we turned them on."
Yeah, I was being a
I was
blob.
like, I went out there, but I just grabbed us drinks and came back. I didn't touch any lights.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, that's weird because we didn't hear the light switch or anything. So I turned them back on. And then later that night, they said that's something that happens to them regularly. So we're like, okay,
I've had
is it
shit fall
something,
off
like,
my walls
through
on
that
live
connection?
streams.
Yeah, that's
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, because like here, I can even point it up a little bit. So like above my door, there's all those things up there. The one on
Yeah.
the far right, that like big like triangle looking thing, that just came off of there. And that's a full ass like board up there. It's like a headboard. And while
Right.
we were talking to Noelle from Creepy Confidential, it just kind of like fell for no reason. And it's never fallen before. And I had my AC on before for like a year and it never came down. And Riley was just like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's literally been up there since he moved into the house.
Yeah, because I'm a huge like Magic the Gathering nerd, and it came from one of the like boxes you get like on the gift sets and shit. And I was like, dude, it's cool, it's going up there. And it just stayed up there, and then it just fell down while we were live. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And that was after we came back from an investigation where I think relatively like close to the time we started having that attachment, like, like stuff happened to us. And it's like, oh shit, that's
But
really odd.
I still haven't concluded that it's a real attachment yet because I'm expecting more things to happen and they just really
Yeah.
haven't. So it's like
It could just be that
maybe it's
it's just
gone
bad
already.
stuff happening where we go.
Maybe it was realized that we were onto it and it just
Hmm.
dipped out.
Yeah, I mean, we did have a conversation. I feel like Stephanie from the Shanley Hotel is just so invested in the paranormal sphere, and
Mhm.
she has spoken to so many experts and things. And I feel like she's just an expert herself. She did tell us when you leave somewhere, spirits might follow you, and they might leave. Like they're not going to stay with you all the time.
Yeah.
They might come and go. Just check in, see what's going on.
Yeah, they're
feel
transient
things out.
beings. We
Exactly.
confirmed that on our haunted forest investigation.
That's interesting because this just popped in my head. What if like you make that connection with them and it's like a real life connection to them and they're like, I like you. I'm your friend now.
Exactly.
They're just
Coming
like,
back.
I'm gonna follow
I
you
wanna chill
around.
out with you, you know?
I want to slit your throat, but I want to be your friend too.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Isn't that like all friendships though?
Yeah. Yeah. I get that way with my wife
Yeah.
all the time where it's like, God, you pissed me the fuck off. I love you.
My wife.
My wife. I get very Southern for no reason all the time. Like we'll be doing like our reads and stuff for the podcast and we'll be just reading a story and I'll be like, and there I was deep in the South. Found myself reckoning. It's like, what is happening? Why? Why?
glass of whiskey by my side.
Your ancestors
Literally.
are coming through. Like
The forefathers are bleeding out. But like, do you guys ever find that too on investigations where it's like you kind of feel yourself not being yourself? Where it's like I feel like one time when we went to Nunica, I was being affected to the point where I was like provoking and being like, "Y'all are pussies, fuck y'all," and it's like I don't do that. I want hugs, dude. Like what the fuck,
that's very out of character for you.
right?
I think for me, Penhurst, but unfortunately we didn't really record. Like we do have some of it actually, but like we weren't like actually trying to make a YouTube
Yeah.
video or anything.
It's
like,
on YouTube.
You're like,
It was
this
just,
is
like,
for bank.
it was like for funsies, you know, like he was just
Mhm.
recording things, but like towards the end, like he said, like I was just like going off by myself into like a dark room. Like normally if I'm gonna be like towards the back, like chilling out.
Where it's like,
I'll
let me
be
just
with
grab my
one
sack.
person.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, like I'll be alongside another person. Like you won't catch
Mhm.
me walking around anywhere by myself. I'm always
true.
with somebody. So for me to just go in a dark room and sit there and be like, leave me alone. Like
That's
Yeah,
out of character.
Yeah, deadass
a
said
little
that.
bit out of
Yeah,
character
like,
for me because I'm afraid
yeah.
of the dark. I will admit that.
Yeah.
I'm not you know, a good quality for a paranormal investigator, but I'm actually genuinely afraid of the dark. So for me to just sit in a dark room by myself, leave me alone.
Odd, yeah, and
I
even
don't-
like
That's-
we've
yeah,
had
that's
experiences
weird.
like that too, like the Asher House. All of us got a little testy. It might have been because of the heat, but like there are certain
do it.
points where it was like, I'll nip at you right now. Like, don't say that fucking word to me right now. Like,
Yeah,
don't talk to me like that.
That
Don't
was mostly
start with
just
me,
you and
boy.
Jenna.
Yeah, that was me and Jenna bickering because it's like, don't push me. I'll
It
fucking
happens.
push who I want.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. I feel like in certain places, you know, you just feel like
Well,
It's
you
just
I feel
overwhelming
like
as
used to
fuck.
be. I think in Gettysburg, you were getting a little like testy on the battlefield. You're like, all right, we're here, like do it or not. Like I'm
Do
like,
your
whoa.
tricks,
Kelsey.
Yeah,
Like,
where
that's a
that's
little
like
different for
that's
you.
that just feels like that energy is just seething into you, where it's like,
Weird.
whoa.
and then after you're away from that place, that location, you feel
Totally different.
like you feel more centered. You're just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird.
Like your
but-
clarity comes back. It's
Exactly,
like
Yeah, it's
but
either
when you
your
were doing
batteries
those
are
things, it's not
drained
there.
or you feel fine.
Yes, the batteries, we get that a lot. A lot of our batteries die quick sometimes, or like our lights too. I remember we went to Crescent for the first time filming our intro. Literally, it took us like 20 minutes to film it because our new light I just bought from like the camera store, it's like a $150 light, was
Yeah.
it just kept dying. I'm like, dude, I just charged this for like 9 hours.
We experienced that
dealt
quite a
with
bit.
that in our last
Yeah.
when we did this investigation that we have coming out on the 18th. The week prior, we did that investigation with Tommy at Nunica
Oh
Cemetery.
yeah, and our fucking Mel
and
meter was dead.
We were trying to use our Melrem, and it was dead.
Oh,
And I didn't put a new battery in it or anything. We went to this next investigation. I
turned
totally
on.
had forgotten, but I had batteries with me in case I needed to change them, and it turned on.
It was full battery too.
How do you
Full
explain?
battery.
Yeah, how do you explain that? You know?
Yeah,
So I
it's
was
not.
like,
It's that's such an anomaly, and we've had like picture anomalies too, where it's like we had a picture show up in our camera roll that shouldn't have been there because we only
Really?
took one of the pictures, and the second picture was distorted, and it had like it looked like when somebody took one of the films while it was like playing and ripped it in half, and like
Wow.
had all the colors under it, and it was all distorted, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, we
Did
don't
you take
show that
two of
picture off
those?
very often, but if I can find it, I'll show it to you.
So you
It's-
guys,
it's
so
deep.
would you guys say like you guys also feel like drained after you're done doing these investigations? I know
Yes,
we do after we're
sometimes.
done.
sometimes, yeah.
Like we just feel like I don't know. I just feel like so freaking tired. I'm like the next day
Or
too.
it's the complete opposite.
Yeah,
I'm
some of the nights I'm like I
freaking
can't go to fucking sleep.
wired. Like I just did a bunch of
Muted.
drugs.
Yeah, off the pill.
Yeah, the night we caught 2 figures in photographs at Mouth Cemetery here in our hometown, I was texting the group chat at like 5 in the morning because we left there at like 3, and I was like, guys, what the fuck is this? I can't go to sleep.
Bro.
Yeah, normally it's like it just knocks you out. Like,
Yeah, normally I'd go home and be
What
like,
up,
all right,
wolf?
I just walked for like 5 miles. Like, I just walked around and talked. Like, that's already hard enough. And then it's like, also, I did it all in the darkness and tripped over everything I could. So it's like, I should probably go lay down.
I can't find the photo.
oh,
It's somewhere.
I'll do some digging on my stuff because we have literally 3 drives that are almost full of shit, and nothing is organized.
Yeah, you asked how
We're
we
in the
kind
same
of
boat.
We're the same way, man. I gotta
sort our
I gotta pull
data.
up- Yeah.
It's all over the place. We got freaking SD drives. We got Google drives. We got.
I don't know where to
friggin'
look for anything anymore.
USBs all over the place. It's
well,
a
yeah,
mess.
because it's kind of like, you make the video, you add the pictures, the evidence, and then you move on. And it's like, okay, this doesn't matter anymore. I'm just gonna throw it in this folder and title it
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
ASBF,
let it
GB,
go.
whatever, and just forget about it.
I
Yeah,
found
we're in
it
the same boat.
harder to like actually put names to like clips and shit because then chronological order is fucking gone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's already in like P100033 and then P100034, cool. I can just stick to that.
Let the
Yup.
system do its thing.
Literally, because I mean, there was many times where we've tried a lot of different stuff, and man, there's a few videos where it's like, I'm just gonna fucking get rid of this and I'm gonna start over because I don't even know where the fuck I'm at anymore.
Oh no, that's kind of rough when you get that. Like, you
But
lose
that's starting
the
out too.
chronological order in your own brain, like what you were
We
planning
do that
on
a
doing.
lot. I'm
that
bad
that
about
has
it.
happened. He's really bad about. I have really good memory for whatever reason, and I can remember when things happened because there
Time's a
was
construct.
a time where he was like, "No, this happened before this," and I was like, "No, it didn't, dude. I'm telling you, it didn't happen.
I don't
This happened
believe
after
you.
this."
I think that's like how
We
duos
kind
are
of figured about it
supposed to
for a while.
work. You need
I
to
like
balance
him to
each other
keep me
out.
honest. I need to be kept honest. Where it's not like I'm purposely faking shit or anything like that, but it's like I am really bad at keeping time. I don't even know when my fucking birthday is half time or how old I am. So it's like, yeah, how the fuck am I gonna know exactly what time and what happened at exactly what point? I know it happened. Like
Mhm.
I'll be truthful in that aspect, but it's like if I tell you it happened before this, like I'm sorry if I fucked that up. I was so excited.
And this is why eyewitness testimony is normally flawed. I'm the
Yes.
same
Yeah.
way. Like, I feel like the brain is really good at filling in the blanks and making
We
you think
literally do
something happened.
how you do like psychoactive drugs while you sleep. It's literally producing those same chemicals in your brain. So it's like
Mhm.
I don't 100% rely on everything that's happening up there.
Mhm. Well, yeah, and sometimes it's hard to tell your dreams from reality. Like, you have a truly realistic dream, and it's like, how is that fake? Sometimes it just embeds itself as a memory.
Right. Or how about this theory? So what if she's sleeping? If when you have this vivid dream of something that happened to you and it's not how you remember it, say, happening specifically in that time frame, but you know what trauma response does is it'll bury traumatic things. So like say while we were at the Old Lincoln County Jail when I felt like I got rushed by a black entity while I was dreaming, I was like, well, what if that really did happen? But my brain decided you don't see that anymore. We're just gonna put that on the back burner.
That right there.
That could be.
That is
yeah.
actually like mind blowing.
Isn't it? It's such a weird concept to like think about too, because then you're like, oh shit. Now there's a whole nother rabbit hole of stuff that I could possibly have seen that really did happen.
Because your brain only can see a certain amount of the wavelength, like for
Yeah, the light spectrums for sure.
light spectrum. Thank you. So like, who's to say that you aren't seeing this other stuff, but your brain is like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep that back here and let you see it when I think you're ready. like
one thing about me, like every time we go to an investigation, I always get like a deja vu moment. Like I was here before. Like I had a dream or something like months prior about going to a location, and I'll have a dream about it. When I go to a location, I'm just like, oh shit, deja vu. I saw this before.
You have
I was
very
weird.
vivid dreams.
I get that a lot.
You have very
We've
vivid
always
dreams.
Dude, that's almost like a psychic medium trick, is how it feels to me. Where it's like that's not just a weird coincidence that happens a lot.
I've always thought that the spirits know I'm coming. Like they know that I'm coming to see them, and like they're waiting for you to show up because they know.
I saw a video. Y'all know Project or Destination Fear, but now they're Project Fear. They made a video recently where they were on their way to a location, and the owner, I guess, was like messing around with something, and it said one of the crew members' names before they were even there.
Yeah,
Like,
it said
knew
Tanner.
They
Yep.
were
Yep.
Tanner. Yep, it said Tanner. It knew they were on their way. What the hell?
Like I just think I think they know. Like I've had that. I think was it like the second time we went to Mouth Trevor? I was like, dude, they know we're coming.
And we had a crazy fucking night.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
no,
like, dude,
it's
they know
it's
we're
one of
coming to
those
see them.
things where it's like if spirits are transient, and I do believe they are, yeah, who's to say that if my theory is, thank you so much for finding it. If the theory is that they're omnipotent beings basically, and they can be everywhere at once, and they get like that
Ooh, this is a good
instant
one.
gratification to all of the knowledge, okay, then who's to say that? Yeah, they don't know they know you're coming, and they're like, let's put on for them tonight. They really want to do something right here. And then this is the photo that I'm talking about. Like all the distortion, like it just got
Yeah.
ripped apart.
Oh my god!
It literally just appeared in my camera roll. I don't
Yeah.
know where it came from.
That's so
No
freaking
And like,
idea.
how would
Yeah.
it get corrupted like that? You took that with your phone?
Yeah, Jenna
Yeah.
took it for us because she was like, I'll take the photo for you guys. And then she took
The
it
next day it
one
was in my camera
photo.
roll.
Oh yeah. Did you take it with that?
Oh,
Yeah,
with
she
that
took it with
camera?
Like,
that.
how do you
E-
explain
okay,
that?
yeah,
Like,
that even more.
Yeah.
Like,
Took it with our actual like DSLR camera where it's like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
and then I downloaded the file from the drive, and then
And it ripped
that-
it twice.
and it ripped it twice, and I got that other photo.
oh wow.
that's weird.
They were named the same thing and everything. It was so weird.
Yeah.
I
And we've
don't know.
never had that happen since.
Never had it
And
happen again.
another weird anomaly that we had, as if we're on this topic, really early on in the podcast, my mom had passed away recently when we started doing it. And I was sharing a story about it. And, I was like, that was the first time I'd ever brought it up on the podcast. And right when I started talking about it, we had an audio anomaly where like the audio itself like dropped. And we've never had that happen with a single mix board we've ever used. Riley's using the very one that we were using at the time.
Yep.
And it's not dropped out once. Never had a problem with it.
We
And it
recorded
was
probably
so weird.
200, almost, however far we are now until we got his new mixer, like
Mhm.
that many episodes on that mix board, and never had that audio glitch again. And we were eventually just like, okay, I think that was paranormal. Like you talking about your mom in such an emotional
Yeah,
like,
and I was
story,
like, I
and-
was choking it back too. So I was like, oh shit.
Well, maybe it needed that energy that
Yeah.
you were feeling, that emotion that you were feeling to act
energy.
upon.
That's what it is. It's always energy.
Yeah, because like I always like I heard this recently and I really like this, where it's like people operate on like the vibrations, where it's like some people just vibrate at a higher wavelength than others. And it's like I do believe that like maybe in my aspect of the person that I am, being like a very energetic, bubbly person, is like if I'm being like overwhelmingly like, how do I want to say it? Like just like stimulated like that, like who's to say that energy just doesn't bleed out? And then exactly what paranormal would be, where it's like maybe that's what's happening. Because the other theory is too is that there's a spiritual energy. There's 100% like a like literal what is it, like medical account that happened that Noelle did on her show on Creepy Confidential, where when people died, 21 grams left everybody's body when they expired, and they
Really?
accounted for the bodily fluids that would leak out, all of it. And every time it was always 21 grams. So if that is your spirit leaving your body, if that's energy transferring, or however, because like you cannot literally take away mass from something like that. Like
No.
there's no way. So if that is an energy transfer like that, yeah, then I think we have the basis of where we see these manifestations of the spiritual forms. It's like, whew, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, like, I think that like when you go to a haunted location, depending on like the activity and like what happened there, I feel like you can also give it energy if you're scared, like fear. I think fear, for some reason, it's a strong emotion.
Or sadness
Or
as
sad-
well.
or sadness.
Oh, yeah.
Sadness, anger, those are like when you feel those emotions, it basically makes you think and act completely different than you normally would. Happiness, I feel like most people, like I'm a pretty happy person. Like Trevor, you're saying
Mhm.
you're a happy person. Like if that's your baseline, it's like when you're out of your baseline,
Mhm.
that's what they need.
Yes. It's really weird.
That
to
makes
think about
sense.
that,
Yeah, because even like the time that things started happening to us that were more on the darker end of things, like personally, like I was going through some stuff, like because I do struggle sometimes with depression, but generally, like it doesn't affect me too bad anymore. Where it's like I'm most definitely like in a very optimistic, like there's a glass fuller than it is empty here, and it's like you can manifest anything you want to happen. Just go about it right. That's all I want.
Mhm. I feel like yeah, we have like since we have so much energy in us too, like we can use that energy in ways that can make good happen in our lives.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's like I also struggle with depression sometimes too, even though I'm like to everybody on the outside, I'm a very happy, bubbly person. But sometimes like if things are just going wrong, like one thing after the other, it can just
It's
send you.
overwhelming.
Yeah,
You'll
it sends
tailspin
you
way
out.
quicker than you think.
Yeah, it just
And
sends you
it's
out of your
like
baseline.
the best part about being able to do this, and I know we've said it before, is like having this medium to be able to network with people like you guys, like yourselves, because this is wonderful. You guys are literally the best peoples, and I love you guys. But it's
We love
like
you too.
to be able to just like be there for other people, and like I know a lot of people in the chat that are just like they're taking time out of their day. They're being
Yeah.
like just all around awesome people. Like they want to hear this stuff. I never thought anybody would want to hear what I have to talk about. I never thought that I would be able to be like a light for people and then make people's days better. So it's like, oh, it feels like it fits, you know, where it's like there was a long time where you just don't know exactly what you want to do. But then it's like, oh, like this is the positive energy that I was always looking for.
Exactly.
But it's because you're
That's
putting that out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'll be the rainbow for everybody if you need it. Where it's like I know there's dark times ahead, but hey, we'll get through the storm.
That's
this
amazing.
this is good.
100%.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the paranormal community, again, we're so new to it, so we don't know a lot of the people in the
It's
chat
up and
yet.
down. It's very
Yeah.
up and down right now for sure.
Yeah, tumultuous times, but
Yeah.
like overall,
Everyone's-
I would say
everyone's pretty
every
chill.
investigator we've met while conducting investigations has been so nice.
Yeah.
Literally
I can
wanting to
sense
share,
that.
like they want to share their equipment, they want to share stories, like,
Mhm.
and I think it really just opens you up to a whole side of your life that you never really thought you'd be
Yeah.
living.
Mm.
Because we were watching this on TV when we were kids, and now we're
Yeah.
doing
Mhm.
it, and like we're getting to meet people, like-minded people like ourselves, and just share that positivity between us.
Yeah.
And I just hope that we, as a paranormal community, can like come together a little more. And I feel like you guys are really doing that, though. Like
Yeah.
Thank
y'all
you.
are like
There's
the center.
the center. You know what I mean?
My heart
That
can't
means so
take it.
much. we
Like,
we
Yeah.
try to
Oh man.
like
The
be
love.
the like the positive side, like because that's genuinely like us in real life. Like
Yeah, we literally live drama-free lives basically, where it's like we don't like to really, like pick sides. Like we've always been like, hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. That's fine.
yeah,
Like
like I
just
said at
don't
the top of the
persecute anybody,
episode,
man.
like if shit goes left or right, like try to stand somewhere in the middle. Don't take a side and just look at the facts and make the best decision. And that could be for yourself or it could be for the community or whatever it is. Just make the decision you feel is best. And I feel like most people are going to be okay with
The
that.
truth always comes out in the end anyway. So if you're a genuine person, like I always feel like karma is real because it has bit me in the ass a few times where it's like, okay,
I believe it too.
I believe it. Like I do believe that wholeheartedly that like if you put the effort out there and you're genuinely doing this for the good of being like a paranormal investigator, your time's coming. It's coming. It's going to, it's only proof and evidence enough if we can be like a light in the darkness too, where it's like we had 3 or 4 listeners at the beginning of this for months. Now we just hit the 15,000 download mark on
Yeah.
the podcast.
And I think
like,
those 3 or 4 listeners were
I
us.
apologize.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure we did
Well
that.
deserved. Well deserved.
But it's like it's one of those where it's just like just keep at it. Like we have flopped a lot. A lot. Like there's been many times where it's like, man, that's not stupid, but I'm okay because that's just who I am. Like I've made mistakes, but we learn from it. And then
Yeah.
every single time we've bounced back better. Oh, and you know, it's like it's always been a learning, and like this in general right now, what we're doing has always been a great learning aspect for me, where it's like I always get something I can take away from these, and it is always so wonderful.
Yeah. We literally almost every single interview have taken some type of advice from someone and applied it to our investigation style or how we do videos or like try something new. Like it's been awesome, honestly, because like without this type of platform, which this was our original goal at the very beginning.
Yeah, this was it.
This was to do this kind of thing and to like actually have it come real, regardless of the views or how many subscribers we have. It's like, wow, we're doing the exact thing that we said we wanted to do. It's like, why were we so shy at first? Like, why didn't we just dive in head first and just swim as hard as we could? And if we fucking get pulled back by the current, we'll just keep swimming harder. You know what I mean? So just keep swimming. Just gotta keep swimming.
It's a journey, you know.
Oh, it really
It's
is.
a journey. It's about learning.
Well, look at
about
your guys'
yourself.
come up. Your guys' come up has been so fantastic and so quick. Like
Yeah,
I'm so
like-
glad too, because you guys are absolutely killing it.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
the support's been really awesome since we started. Like we only started in June, and it's crazy like the amount of growth we've been getting and the support of like our subscribers and everything. So it gets kind of like gives you that like energy to keep pushing, to keep going out and like just
you know, you might get a couple of like those comments where it's like you sound dumb at this time or whatever, and like you let it get to you, but then like you get that one positive comment that like really just helps you see through the darkness, and you're like, but this person really loved this video and they want more, and they're supporting
and
us,
those
and
are the people
they're
that
telling
we
their
wanna make
friends,
videos
they're
for.
sharing. Like that is what we do it for. We're doing it for people who love this because we love it, and we just want to spread more of that. And I feel like I really enjoy y'all's podcast too, because I feel like y'all are spreading, like, with every guest you have, like you said, you find new ways of doing things and you grow with each interaction you have. And when we watch your podcast, like we think, oh wow, I really like the way that like they worded that, or like they said, like, I go about this investigation this way. Like I like Trevor, you invite them to hug you. I think that's really nice that you do that. I think it's really nice that y'all go about it like asking, like, can you describe how this person looks, what they're wearing, rather than being like, who's here? Like, because we've all done that, you know, like, anyone with us? So I think it's great that we all can learn from each other too. We stand to learn from each other. And I think that's like where we need to go as a community together.
Yeah. Like a big reason for it too was like when we started, like we were really, really lucky to be influenced by like Danny Holroyd of Unrestricted Paranormal, right? Or Unrestricted Radio. I don't even know what the channel is because it's so hard to say.
We'll just
South
say Southwest Michigan Paranormal.
Yeah,
Research
that's
Group.
probably a lot easier. But he had a big influence on, because like I just got a chance to talk to him after one of our investigations out in Eden Springs, and he was like, you know, like spirits were people, you know, and I was like, oh shit, you're right. Like we're literally telling them to do circus tricks all the time. Like they want to be people still. If they're really here the way that I think they're here, it's like, yeah,
If you
I'm a fucking
treat
hugger.
them like they're there with you, they will respect you so much more. Like you got to think about this too. When you're going into an investigation, you're talking to someone that was alive during a different time period. If you're a man and you're trying to talk to a woman and you don't address her as ma'am, Mrs. or something like that, she's probably not going to talk to you, and she's probably not going to be too nice to you because she's going to think you're like making a play on her or something like that. And, like, disrespecting her.
Yeah, cultures are very different in different times. And it's like,
Yeah,
you have
so
to
like
be
you
respectful.
have to understand the history before you go into a place, the time period of the people that you were talking to, and that's something that we're trying to get better at, because we didn't have good interaction with like Julia from the Asher Walton house, and I think it's because we were addressing it the wrong way. If we would have
100%.
addressed her like the basically queen of the town that she was, like we probably would have.
She was a
had more
Dane.
interaction with her.
Basically, was a Dane of the town, if you ask me. Because like
Her father
Asher
founded
himself,
it.
Asher himself literally owned the town at one point. He had literally like 5 different like big establishments that was like the bank. the
What
post
state?
office.
What state is this? Is it
Indiana.
Indiana. We gotta make a trip there.
Yep.
Oh,
The town
definitely.
is
That place
so
is-
tiny too. It's so
And
wonderful.
The
there.
entire town, you could investigate the town. I swear to God, the
Mhm.
town is haunted itself.
It's basically all original, because it's just a one road town with a big ass fucking train like railroad through it. That's it. And the Asher house is next to the railroad,
It's
and
in
it
the
is
dead middle of the town.
so
Dead middle.
original still too. Outside of
Center.
one room that isn't exactly like, how do you want to call it? Like it's not the nursery that it used to be. It's a closet now. But they keep it so clean. We walked in there and we literally looked at it's Keith, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we were like, do we take our shoes off? Because it was like a house. Like it was a fucking 16-room house. And I was like, I'm taking my fucking shoes off. And I was like, it's so hot, I'm taking my socks off. No, I'm barefoot in this house. I feel
Yo,
at
when y'all
home.
walked in barefoot, I was like, they are badass. That's so funny. I don't know why that just felt like y'all were going like 100 walking in. It just felt so
It just
funny.
felt like home because like that was the
Yeah.
most inviting place I had ever been to
Yeah.
paranormally.
It was the weird thing about that is like everything that night after it happened, we looked back at like the time event of everything and we were like, wow, the way everything transpired was like so perfect of how history would have been like back in that day. Like during the day, it felt like a house, like an inviting home. It felt like you could smell pie from the kitchen. Like it was just like a nice house. But then as soon as the shadows hit the house, it was like all the spirits
Everybody
came
came
from
in.
town and came back to the house. And it just felt like you were not alone anymore.
Oh,
It was weird. It was weird. I'd never
another
experienced
part of
anything
that
like
too, how we were saying dancing and all that stuff. The room wasn't exact how you would have like heard it, but they had literally a lot of accounts of pianos being played throughout there. And because there was a big ass room, that was like their ballroom. So it's like they
Right.
hosted parties like that and they would ballroom dance throughout there.
So no wonder why so many spirits
twirling.
are there, like with you.
Mhm.
Like that seems like the town center. Like that was the place to be. Y'all
Yeah,
were
when
in
there
the
was a
center.
funeral, they had it in the living room.
Yep.
Now we would call it. But
And
like,
when we
that's-
caught Mr. Asher basically telling whatever spirit was there to like leave as well, because we're pretty sure that we went to where Julia was in her window. It's like, yeah, that house was pretty lively usually. Like I would believe that 100% now.
yeah, I definitely recommend making that a like destination of yours for the future because for one, Keith and Paranormal Dares are awesome. They do a great job of like the history tour and everything. And he's like just so nice. Like he
brought
bringing-
us balloons and stuff.
brought
to
us like
use.
balloons and
what a
stuff and
sweetie.
like was like, hey, if you want to get food, like try this place or this place. Like
We ordered a pizza. It was awesome.
That's so nice.
Yeah, we gotta go there.
Like I feel like also
And it's
if we
cheap.
were to go, we could take your advice and
Mhm.
address was her name Victoria?
Julia.
Julia as Mrs. or like
Because we never thought. I never thought of it. that
I'm
way.
thinking now, like
That's
I
actually a
wish I
really
had
good
heard
point.
Riley say this right before we went to the Shanley because I'm sure Anna and Maddie would have loved to have been referred to as a
Yeah,
Mrs.
some of the spirits that were there.
with respect, like because that's what they were referred to
Yeah.
in their day.
But see, that's cool though because like we're learning from you guys, like
I love
because
learning from
we're
each
new,
other.
we're new to this, and like
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way. I
A
really never
perfect
did.
example of it too is in Tommy's video actually towards the end of the night when me and Riley met back up with them on the 3rd floor and they were talking to Anna. I purposely was like, is your name Anna or Anna? And she said it's Anna. Like it didn't say it's, but it was Anna. It was Anna.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
like, oh shit, I just
Yeah,
got corrected.
And we just kept calling her the wrong name to see if we could get it to happen multiple times. Like we just kept doing
Mm.
it just to see if it would provoke more activity from her because we were only getting EVPs.
Or if
I
we're
think
all
the cat
deaf.
balls might have went off a couple times, but it wasn't really anything too crazy. Cat balls are fun to use though. I will admit that.
They are, yeah. Yeah. Do you guys like believe in cryptids?
Yes.
Oh
100%
yeah.
do.
I
Like
can't believe it's
Bigfoot?
almost 2 hours in. We ain't even got to cryptids
Like
yet.
Or
Bigfoot,
aliens.
Mothman.
The heck?
We wanted to go to West Virginia soon.
So
to go do, like
bad.
a Mothman video.
Mhm.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So bad.
After seeing Spirit Stalker's video, I just want to
Yeah.
be. I just want to go so bad. But
Yeah.
my mom.
I just want to go to Point Pleasant in
West
general,
Virginia
like-
in general and the Appalachians are just a whole different beast. Like there's got to be so much out there that we just don't know about.
I don't know if I have the dog in me to go in the Appalachians just yet.
You got
I
that
feel
dog
like
in ya?
There's
Yeah.
so many
Like
folklore. Like I don't know if y'all like go
Mm.
on TikTok and listen to like people
Oh,
who
yeah.
live in
people
Appalachia.
missing.
Yeah,
people
they
missing and
talk about
stuff.
like
Yeah.
don't whistle.
A lot of
don't-
the yeah,
don't
like
respond if somebody calls your name. I'm like,
yep.
bro, I'd be like, yeah.
A lot of those towns aren't even like completely urbanized yet. Like
See,
they're
that's
still
the scary-
living like
that's the scary part.
centuries
Like
behind the
the
population.
Flatwoods monster, I think is that what it's
So
called?
fucking crazy. That's an
Oh,
alien.
the Flatwoods. Yeah, I've heard of the Flatwoods monster. Like, what is
Mhm.
it apparently? What is it?
I don't. Gosh,
I am not an expert. Creepy Confidential Noelle, she
Creepy
knows everything about
Confidential
it.
is the absolute expert on.
We
that
have to
monster
like do our
particularly.
research, but it looks like an alien. That's all I know.
It does
for
look like an
real.
alien. That's what I can tell you for
Do you guys
sure.
believe in Bigfoot?
Yes, 100%. I want to
Yes,
go do.
and
I want to
not
investigate the
the
Manistee
way
National
you would
Forest.
normally think someone would believe.
I
in
think he's an
Bigfoot.
alien.
Yeah, I think he's actually an alien and not
That's why we can't find him.
a creature.
Don't look at me like that, John.
But,
Yeah.
you know, I've heard that before. I've heard because they say that he can just like. What is he like for? Like he can go to like another dimension.
Almost like teleport.
Yeah,
I'm
like a pocket dimension that he just like slips.
Exactly. Yeah, and just like
that doesn't sound like
it's crazy. to
an
think of that,
animal
you
to
know?
me. That sounds like a being that has been here for much longer than we have, that has access to technology or just knowledge that we don't have. I
Right.
feel like I believe that. Didn't you say we were watching something? It was like missing 411, and they said they saw what they thought was like a big creature that might have been the Bigfoot, but it was like transparent. Like
Yeah.
you could see its outline.
It was
and you could see it going
camouflaged.
through the trees.
Yeah, so it's almost
like fucking Predator Squatch.
It's almost like Alien vs Predator. Like is able to camouflage itself.
Yeah.
And like it because you hear all the time in these national forests of like people getting abducted and going missing.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
like people are saying, like, you know, like
No,
obviously
it's literally-
claiming like it could be this Bigfoot creature. Like this can't you know, I don't know. We don't know. It's crazy. It's scary.
It is terrifying, honestly. And like
It makes you wonder, like how many
It
like,
really
missing
does.
people reports correlate with like aliens.
is
or
this human
Bigfoot
interaction
like,
or is this cryptic or paranormal interaction? Like that's the biggest question to me.
And it could be happening right under our noses and we'd have no idea. Like it always blows my mind to think about this, that there could be someone out there right now having the most insane experience with something paranormal or supernatural or cryptic that we have no idea about and probably will never hear about because, you know, they have a razor phone and the imaging's going to be like super blurry, but
the BlackBerry.
yeah, they're recording on a BlackBerry with their finger over the
Well, like
camera.
now that technology has been so like just jet fueled and like advanced as fast as it has, like a lot more accounts are coming forward that do feel a lot more credible to me. Where it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's really spooky. Like the thing that they showed on a news channel of that big ass like serpent in the water of Alaska. The fuck is that?
Oh, I
It's
seen that the
huge.
other day.
Yeah, like
Didn't
what
see
is
that
that?
shit.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I'll see if I can look it up real quick. Sir.
Or even like that they've literally found giants, like the skeletons of giants in like family plots, basically.
I do believe in that. I do believe
Me
that
too.
there must have been a race of giants that have lived here
Yes.
back in the day.
So you're telling me that now we have these accounts of almost like actually physical evidence of this stuff in like the Smithsonian too, like in the vaults down there. But we're not like showing or telling people that these creatures are here because why?
That's creepy. I'm looking at the
Well, I feel
Alaskan
like
ice
people-
monster right now. Holy shit.
I don't know if I have the right one. This one's from 2016. You said this is recent, right? The
It was
Alaska
recent.
serpent?
I might be able to find it really quick too, and we can put it.
I
up
might
on
have the
big
wrong
screen.
one. I definitely do. But yeah, like I feel like human history, like we've only been able to write for so long. We've only been able to draw
Yeah.
pictures for so long.
100%.
What happened before then? How do we explain certain things?
Exactly.
That's my thing. The Earth has been around for millions and millions of years, and
Way before we
the
were.
construction of the Earth has changed over those millions of years. So, like, who knows what really happened here? Like, all we can tell is
Don't
what
know.
happened through fossils and rocks,
Yeah.
but that doesn't explain everything. It
Yeah, or
doesn't.
like
Yeah.
ancient hieroglyphics, like you see like aliens always like these men from like outer space. Have you guys seen the recent like aliens?
Oh my gosh, cute kitty.
I
cute
followed
kitty.
the disclosure so hard. I know so much right now. It's ridiculous. Like the fact that David Grush was not he wasn't a whistleblower before this. He was hired by the government to follow the money trails to these black sites that were potentially working on these things, and he had to look into all of their like actual like financial documents, all their actual documents and stuff, and he found out that hey, whoa, there's a lot of stuff going on that is no, and he brought it to a panel of like like literal people in the government. And they said this is a must and a now. Like we have to address this now. And now we're getting accounts of these black sites that are probably working on technology that we've had for a long time, and now they're testing them on like Peruvian fucking like cities, and people are like going to arms in the streets over them.
That's good.
Coincidence?
The Peru alien video is crazy.
Fucking crazy.
You know, it's funny because like my family, like we're actually Peruvian.
They're in Peru
Really?
right now.
That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
It's been on the news and stuff over there. Like, so
This stuff like runs through your blood.
so like
basically.
yeah, so like literally like they're saying on the news that like it's like an old little village in Peru, like way far away from like the center. So like the capital of Peru is Lima, so it's like the main city.
Yeah.
So like this village, it's like a village that's near like the Amazon Amazon rainforest, and apparently there's like gold or something there.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
I believe it.
Peruvians had a lot of gold, and that's why
El Dorado.
Yeah, so people
Yeah.
are saying
El
that
Dorado.
these aliens are like Colombian, like
gold
stealers on jetpacks, like coming to get it.
Aliens
Jetpacks. I didn't know we
did
had
need-
jetpacks.
Yeah,
if
like
aliens did need any type of resources, though, I would put gold out there as like maybe one of those like high
I think that
value
would be
items.
one of the super high value.
But you're right. Like, why jetpacks? Like that
I'm
seems kind
saying,
of
like, why would you
primitive.
put- oh, it's just Colombian gang members using jetpacks to fly over the Amazon forest.
You ain't moving that much
Like,
coke, bro.
Yeah, like I feel like the explanation, the debunked explanation, just for me, it's lacking something. Like I'd much more like
It didn't see a lot of
readily-
fucking publicity either.
Yeah, like I feel like people lately with like all the alien stuff happening. Number one, how are we having all this alien stuff coming out, but yet people are just denying? Like they don't even listen to anything. They just
Yeah.
deny before they even like give it a shot. And I feel like that's why they can just so easily just say, well, it's just guys on jetpacks stealing the gold, I guess.
Or the
and
people that
attacking the
do follow
villagers.
it really blindly, where they're like, it's all aliens all the time. I
Yeah.
don't think it is. I do think that these black sites have this technology that they're just testing. That if they have these fucking creatures at their disposal, and they're literally talking about cloning a mammoth next year, like, yeah, they're gonna like breed a mammoth with a fucking elephant, and it's gonna like poop out a mammoth baby. So like that's happening. Like Jurassic Park's happening.
The technology is getting crazy.
Yeah, so like you can't tell me that quantum computers were made years ago. We already have all this crazy like DARPA technology that we didn't really know about. PsyOps was a big thing back in the 90s. All that stuff is still around. It's been accounted for. Okay. Well, you have all of these people that probably don't work with each other, that are just off on their own thing, like doing these weird experiments. And now it's like, well, where are we going to test them? I don't know. Let them loose. Nobody's going to know. Like it's a very rural area. Who cares? It's not,
What did you guys believe in? Like, remember like the alien sighting in like Las Vegas?
Yes. I'm skeptical, but not skeptical at the same time. Because it's like
we did a whole thing on that.
it was believable at first. At first, when it all
The
came
more
out,
I
it was
dove into it, the
believable.
more it didn't make sense. If I would have left it at face value, I think I would have.
I would have. Yeah, I would have been like.
But
That's
I went into the
aliens.
rabbit hole of it, and there was a lot of gaps in the story, and
And
I
the
couldn't
video's
really
too
actually even see.
pixelated.
Yeah, the video is way too pixelated. I can't even see anything, so it's like, I don't know.
Is that the one where they're like 8 feet tall? They called the cops, and the cops came and recorded.
Yep.
stuff, like,
And then
I can't
afterwards,
really make
he's
it
like, "I have
work.
Some weird-
depression. I don't want to do this anymore," and then just dropped off the earth.
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't- yeah, I
So
didn't
it's
saw
like,
that part.
did you ask for that clout, and then all the backlash you were getting because probably people did. I do think people probably like, this is fake. Like, you're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you not handle that because you decided you were gonna try something to go famous, and
Yeah.
it worked, but it was also not the right move.
Well, the only thing that makes it like possibly believable is that there was like I believe like I think it was like a police vehicle. It had like
Yeah,
a dash cam.
I saw like 4 different camera videos of it where it's like house footage, dash cam footage, cop footage, and it's like it
So-
does look really weird. But there were meteorologists that had seen that. Well, not
Really?
meteorologists, but like the scientists that do study meteors and stuff, and they were like, it has the same exact color as a meteor. Its trajectory is very linear. You know, it's moving at a relative speed to what a meteor would. You know, it has all the distinctions of what one would be. So you can't just rule that out. So that to me was like, okay, timing is weird for sure, but if they knew there was a meteor shower that night or something, you could easily line that up.
Like a hoax, yeah. But what about the ones in remember in Mexico?
Those I believe. Those
you know those
believe.
alien bodies were found in Peru actually.
Near the Nazca lines, yeah.
Near the Nazca lines in Peru. That's where so the scientist there, he actually like found the bodies there, I think back in 2018 or something.
2017.
Yeah, I remember when he found them. Actually, because
dude, just
he was
aliens
on
in Peru,
Gaia. I'm
right.
pretty sure
They were definitely there for sure.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, the Nazca lines have always been a big question mark for me. I never quite understood how the ancient Incan people were able to draw these pictures without being able to see them from really up high.
You guys seen them, right? The Nazca
Because if
lines?
you want to see the Nazca lines, you have to fly
They're
over.
miles.
It's insane. They're like,
they're
I don't
wild.
even know the scope of how big they are, but they're
huge,
huge.
dude.
They're
Huge.
fucking
You literally
huge.
need a plane. There's like a tour thing where you go and
Yeah, you get a biplane and you fly like 500 feet
Dude,
over
it's
it.
like impossible. Like I feel like it's impossible to be able to make something like that so
easily,
perfectly.
yeah.
So where you fly over the sky, it's like this perfect bird, this perfect.
Well, look at how old they are.
An
And
astronaut?
there was an astronaut there too. One of the
Like crop circles, you can do that stuff with drones. Yeah, but those were ancient Nazca lines. These are ancient boys.
I went to Chichen Itza in Mexico.
cool.
It wasn't even that long ago. No one even knew that existed. It was covered by the jungle.
That's amazing.
I want to
The
go there so
pyramids. The fucking pyramids are, I guarantee, much older than what we know, and they are much bigger than what we see. They probably go so far down.
They might be.
Well,
I would guarantee there's subterranean stuff down there.
Well, didn't they put the pharaohs like that? They built these to bury the pharaohs, and like there must be some type of underground tunnel
There's gotta
system.
be.
So yeah, you're probably right. There's more underneath the ground than we will ever know because
They found buried sphinx the same size as the sphinx that's out there, literally in the same. So you can't say that there's probably a lot more that over time hasn't been washed away. Because there's another ancient civilization that's completely underground. I forgot what it's called. I talked to it with my tattoo artist, and we talked about it for a while. And he's like, like we see the tip of the iceberg where it's like you see like 3 floors of it. It's like 60 floors down. And it's like, Jesus fuck, man, like this is so interesting. Because then you start thinking of the Anunnaki and stuff like that, where it's like, if these entities or these aliens came to Earth and ruled back then, and this is why we're seeing all these hieroglyphs and stuff like that, that makes so much more sense. Because like if they brought us to be a population of slave workers, which I don't know, what do we do all week to make money and live? I don't know, slave really fucking good. It does not go too far out of the realm of possibility for me that like there was a entity above us that isn't here anymore to like rule over us because they just have been vacant for the 3,000 years or whatever.
If you like ancient civilizations, we haven't announced the November lineup yet, but in November we do have a like. Oh my god,
he loves
ancient civilization like expert. She's written books and
super excited for that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be.
I have to do my
an
homework.
episode.
We also
gonna be
literally struck gold too because recently I was on Instagram. I've said this, I think, on the last 3 like the lives that we've done, but I'm so excited about it. But Mark Smith, the photographer for Frozen and National Geographic and another like Planet Earth. Yep.
Whoa.
Another documentary was on Instagram, and I liked one of his reels up there, and I was like, this is really well done. And I was like, if you ever want to check out our podcast or ever be interviewed on it, you know, like let us know. And he was like, what time zone are you in? And I let him know, and he's like, all right, we'll schedule it. Like, let's do this. And I was like, oh my God. I looked at his page after that, and he had almost 1 million followers.
That's
and I was like,
crazy.
he's the real deal. I can't
Holy
wait to
shit.
be like, dude,
Awesome,
what is your like experience is like traveling and doing this as like a live, like a
Yeah,
livelihood?
It'll be different than what we usually do for sure, but I think it's gonna be super exciting.
He was like, I can't do it in November because I'm gonna be in Costa Rica for like a seminar where he's class he's doing, and it's like, oh man, dude, like you're the real deal. This is so
we
cool.
looked it up too. It was like a $5,000 class.
Oh my gosh,
That's exciting, guys.
And it's like I love like everything that's not just, you know, ghosts, like everything that's not just aliens, like everything in general is just so interesting. Like all this is so intriguing. I used to like think school was so boring, but now I'm like, fuck, I'm so much more invested in everything now.
Well, I think it's because, you know, I like to focus on like the unexplained. Like,
Yeah.
you know, history
The
is
unknown.
the unknown. History is written and we understand it as we're taught it, and that's really it. But what about the things that we're not taught? That's what I want to
Or
know.
how it really happened.
Exactly.
Or
Because
how it
there's a
really
lot of
happened,
stuff
because
that's not
history
right.
is written by the winners and you never get the other
Yeah.
side.
Mhm.
So, you know, I feel like as we age and we learn, like we have more to our disposal, that like the possibilities are endless. You can learn about whatever you want. You
Yeah,
have a
like World War
computer in
II
your
was a
pocket.
huge one for me, where it's like back in the day, it was really interesting to learn about in school. But now that like technology is advanced, we've had all these accounts of like these actual like Nazis and stuff coming forward. It's like getting to see that perspective of the war and hear how close it was to actually being like a full blitzkrieg to where everybody was Nazis now is crazy. But then it's like, oh, Hitler was a heroin addict that was really fucked up all the time. That makes sense.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they say that he allegedly escaped to I think Argentina.
I wonder. I
They
really wonder
say
though.
potentially did escape. Yeah, I
Yeah.
seen
You know,
something
like
about that.
there's always those things too where it's like Bin Laden dumped his body in the ocean. Why didn't we have any fucking accounts? Granted, I'm not taking anything away from the SEALs that did all that work, because bravo.
Mm-hmm.
I give every kudos to the fucking troops, because there is no way I could do that. That's a job that is for a certain few, and I'm not one of those few. I'm sorry. I love you guys.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, not for me. Not for me.
But it's like, it's always funny because like you'll get these weird government, like it seems like cover-ups. Like the JFK assassination is a perfect one. That magic bullet, it's from the servicemen in the back seat, because the accounts now are proving that they all went out the night before that fucking road trip they took where he got shot, and they were fucking hammered, and they gave the least trained guy the AR and sat him in the back with, when he used to be a driver. And they were like, protect the president. Well, yeah, the president got shot at and he got hit in the chest. But when the car jerked because they were freaking out, he probably pulled the trigger and shot him and blew his head off. And they don't want that to go bad publicity mode. Our fucking like super, super great Secret Service is not so great today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that documentary. Yeah, it's really
Dude, it's
interesting. Magic bullet.
wild. Yeah,
crazy.
it's so wild.
Like,
Because then
what's
they start
real?
like,
What's
then
real?
you start getting to the theories where it's like it was an ice bullet.
Yeah,
Stop
that's
it.
not possible.
Stop it.
Literally not possible.
Oh my gosh.
It's like you
Myth busted.
can't. Yeah,
It's
you
hard.
can't.
Yeah,
do
like you
that.
can't trust everything that you've been taught. So, you know,
No,
you
you
have to
can't.
go seek
You
more.
definitely can't.
And I feel like that's why it's just so much more fun, because like you don't have to learn it the way that your teacher is dictating. You get to learn it the way
No.
that you want to.
Right.
With
It's
so
all
much
your
more
perception.
information.
The one thing in history that always strikes me is like how you're taught and how it was actually happening in history is honestly the story of Thanksgiving, because it was actually a
God.
It's so
massacre.
bad.
Oh,
Like
I mean, fuck.
we
the
treat
books
it
of
like
Alexandria,
it's just like
that library,
grand
gone.
old day of family and friends, but in reality it was started because one Indian
Burn
tribe didn't like
them.
another Indian tribe and was like, I'm going to use the white man to take advantage of them. And the white man was just like, yeah, let's give you guns and let's do this. And it's like,
man.
then we'll come together and break bread. And it's like, that's
Not what happened.
not good. That's not good.
Not good at
Or
all.
like how we learned that Christopher Columbus was a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not how it happened.
Loving boys everywhere he went.
Mhm.
Fuck.
Columbus Day, though, we still
Yeah.
celebrate it, I guess, even though everyone
It's-
knows.
But do you want to rewrite history books? No. That's the sad truth, though, is that's the reality that we live in, is a lot of the stuff will get swept under the rug. Like, I literally am so frustrated just knowing that that whole burning of the Library of Alexandria, there's probably so much history that we'll never get to know.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just such a, and even in my, like, learning
you,
about all of
Caesar
it,
and
it's such a
Cleopatra.
fucking dark spot. Like, I don't really even know what happened then. Like, other than a bunch of bad shit. Other than that, I don't know. No idea.
It was Caesar and Cleopatra, bro. Because
Well, yeah, because they were fucking
Cleopatra was
uglies
gonna
and they
have-
were just stupid.
Yeah, because Cleopatra was gonna have Caesar's son, and then him and her didn't get along, and then there was, I think, the Persians attacked.
Because baby
the
mama
Alexandria.
drama leads to a full fuck up.
Isn't that crazy? Like how like half of our history is like some drama between like a couple or like a throuple,
Oh
and
my
the next
gosh.
thing you know, the
World
world
War
is like
One
everyone's
literally
fighting.
started because of a relationship between a girl and a guy who cheated on each
Bro,
other. Or
it's
some
not
shit
that
like
deep.
that.
Like
It ain't that deep. it's wild that we're such like hyper intelligent creatures, but at the same time, it's like,
We're so stupid.
wow.
Yeah.
We're so
It's like
driven by such what's the word I'm looking for?
Primalist
Like,
instinct weirds.
yeah, like primal instinct. It's just like, oh my gosh, but we know better, right? Or do we?
Yeah.
It's like you could push anybody to do anything, putting them in the right spot at the right time
Yeah.
with the right outliers. So
Yeah,
scary.
I mean, like
Humans are
crowd
scary.
hysteria is a real thing. Like if you run away from something that's not there, other people are gonna run away too. It's a real
Mhm.
thing. Like you can influence others by your reactions to things.
Oh
Where
yeah.
it's like,
I mean,
shit.
have you ever seen this? People making a line when there's no line to be needed.
Yeah.
Like it's an event where people can just walk in and then
Yep.
there's a line of people. Like I've seen that before.
Or
It's
the
like
fake rope, like you stand on the opposite sides of the road and you just hold your hand down like you're holding a rope, and cars will stop. And it's like, wow, we really are creatures of just like craziness. Where it's like, I mean, like, yeah, good hindsight, but like, fuck, like
We are truly simple. We're just simpletons, I feel like.
that's why I'm like, I think that either like humans in general are not at the top of the food chain, and that we
Oh,
just
no.
we do not see the top because they are super hyper intelligent.
There's
Where
something
it's
above us. There has to be.
Could be
We
aliens.
cannot be the most intelligent creatures in the universe because at
if
that
this
point I
is
will lose
peak
all faith.
intelligence, oh gosh,
we're
we got a
screwed.
problem.
We're so screwed.
I legit think vampires could have been a real thing, and that's why population has been so overblown, because it's like, if that's your apex predator, okay. If they've been vacant for 3,000 years, that's why population has been 2.5 billion people now instead of how it used to be, and it's just overpopulation, deforestation, and just destroying. I did hear you. Jenna wants to be a vampire. But
Me too.
it's like, I don't think that, like, if we had our apex predator, that shit would be happening. And I don't think that we are the top of the food chain. I really don't think that.
I think I mean, with all this alien stuff coming out, I just feel like we're gonna meet our apex predator very soon. Whether
Yeah.
it was, whether it was like something that our government curated and put in front of us to like control us and scare us, or whether it's just like beings coming down being like, y'all need to chill out because you're gonna destroy the whole universe. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's gonna happen within our lifetime, and I just hope they take me with them.
I truly think that something crazy is going to happen in our lifetime. That like
We're being
blows
softened up right
humanity
now for
apart.
it.
Yeah, we're
Mhm.
slowly
We're being
just
primed for
yeah,
sure.
100%.
Like just look at social
Desensitized,
media.
yeah.
Look at all the exposure that the alien stuff has gotten. Look at how the general census now is on paranormal, and anything that is on the obscure side is generally accepted now. It never used to be like that.
Mhm.
No.
It feels like we're trending in the right direction. It
Yes.
really does.
Well, we'll be ahead of the curve, so
That's where I'm at, where it's like, yo, like
we're gonna
amateur
be getting
expert
good
over here.
soon, boys. Let's go.
I hope if they're going to take anyone, they take me.
I hope they take me too, because I feel like things are just very bleak here.
I feel like I would be in my element in an alien universe. You know what I mean? I feel like I would just be like ready to go.
This is where I was meant to be.
Zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse. I'm so fucking ready for that. She said no. It's like,
Oh,
I've lived that like dream out many a times, because it's like, just the what if, just the Antarctica's melting, the permafrost is
Yeah.
letting all these like really fucked up viruses and diseases back out into the fucking populace. We're not seeing everything that's going on. Coronavirus most likely was just a mishandled lab thing. Most likely, where somebody didn't wear their gloves properly, and then it just escalated to where it's at now. That stuff does happen. It's just human errors. That's all it is. But I don't know. Like, now you're adding like chemicals, and people are doing drugs, and what we're putting into our bodies, all the phosphates,
It's
all
fucked
of
up.
it.
It's fucked
Yeah,
up.
and it's like, what chemical reaction is going to be the one reaction where somebody's going to reanimate and then like go completely like, all right, I'm going to eat you. Like fucking bath salts do that.
Oh my god, the basketball zombie! Holy shit!
I did a high school project on that. That shit was
I did steroids because steroids seemed a lot more tame, and that was not tame.
no. Once you go down that rabbit hole, you start to realize, damn, like who created this like synthetic shit that we're just like injecting into ourselves?
That's the
putting in
crazy thing.
ourselves?
Like, we don't know a lot of what we put into our bodies, and that's super wild to me. Like spontaneous human combustion, the toxic lady event, where like this lady was brought into a fucking hospital room, and almost everybody in that hospital room was affected, and she was like excreting this like viscous liquid of like green ooze
Oh,
almost,
yeah.
and it was
I've
like a
heard of
vinegar
that.
smell.
Yeah,
I've
and
never
yeah.
heard of this.
One lady
I've heard
had
of
like
that.
crippled, like she was like completely crippled after that, lost all feeling in her nerves, and was like completely like almost bedridden for life. Other people were fainting, throwing up, and like bleeding from the nose, and they could not medically tell them what happened. They called it a mass hysteria event. Bullshit.
Some
Fucking
weird shit was happening.
bullshit.
That's like
That's
the
like
alien in Brazil when there was like this story about an alien in Brazil was found and this guy picked it up, and when he touched it, like it was secreting this like liquid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
viscous, smelly liquid.
I think
and
I've
he
heard
got
of
really
this.
sick.
It's called the Moment of Contact documentary.
Yeah,
I've
okay,
watched
yeah,
it. Yes.
That's
yeah.
documentary. I mean, it looks credible to me, man. It was in Virginia, Brazil.
Mm.
I think, yeah. And it just UFO crashed there, and then these like 2 aliens were like running around this old Brazilian village, and these like
Yeah.
3 little girls at the time were
Saw it.
walking through like this alleyway, and they saw this like gray alien with like red eyes in the corner, like almost like scared, like almost like it was like sweating,
It
getting
was like
sick.
hiding from the sunlight, like it couldn't
Oh
take
my
the
God.
hot sun.
So it's crazy because then like the Brazilian government came, and the next day the United States came there.
the U.S. had to get themselves involved and be like, we're taking it.
Police,
Yeah.
everything.
Yes, and yeah, I mean, and then
America.
the crazy thing about the documentary is that I think it was like 25 years later, those 3 same girls who saw those aliens, I forgot the guy's name who made the documentary, but he actually gets to interview all 3 of them,
Oh yes.
and it just makes it that much more believable.
That's
And they
right.
interviewed the guy who passed away from picking up the alien. They interviewed his
Well,
sister.
and the driver
What was
too.
what was like the consensus on why he died from though? Did they ever like give a good reason?
The weird thing is, no, because when the
course
U.S. government showed up and was like, "We're taking it, so you're beat." So they took the body, they took the wreckage, whatever was
Everything,
left,
yeah.
and they said, like men in black suits. They came
They
to the
came.
people who
They're
saw
fucking
it.
real.
Yes,
yeah,
they came
100%.
to the girls' families who saw it, and they said, "You're not going to tell anybody."
Moment of contact.
Moment of contact.
I'll put it in the chat for us.
Yes. They basically told him like, you know, you're not going to tell anybody about this. Were they offering them money? I don't remember.
They just
I
said
bet you they
basically,
did.
Yeah, they're basically
Mhm.
just like keep your mouth shut.
We'll give you this money.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut. And then to the Brazilian government, they just took the evidence and left. So the poor man's family who passed away from touching it, they are left with no explanation whatsoever. But she did describe like what happened to him medically afterwards
Mhm.
before his death. And it was just, I mean, unexplainable.
Was it like an indication of like a radiation type of sickness thing where it's like he just withered away from the inside?
No, I think he was like from what I remember, I think he had like sort of like a fever, and
Oh
then
wow.
it like just turned in. Yeah, it was something like that.
It
was
just
pretty
spiraled
immediate
and like
too.
shut down.
Mhm.
It was like
Wow.
immediate too, like his body just started shutting down and
That's
he didn't
wild.
make it. And their,
Yeah.
their poor family
Dude,
just wants to know the truth.
War of the Worlds. What killed off the aliens? Fucking a cold. What if touching that alien had some type of bacteria that our bodies were like, whoa?
Exactly.
Yeah, like this dude literally he picked it up. He just grabbed it like it was, I guess, he was trying to get it help, I guess.
Well, no, he was actually working for the Brazilian government. I'm pretty sure he was like a military man, and when he
Homie was like,
ordered,
fuck gloves.
He
Yeah.
put it in the car.
he was ordered to
Yes.
pick it up and move it to
Yes.
the wherever base that they were bringing it to.
Their
and then
black
he got
site.
sick.
That's
Yeah,
what it was,
their
yeah,
black
yeah.
site. And then the U.S. was like, actually ours.
You
Have
can't tell
you-
me that's not credible too.
Mhm.
It is.
Have you
It's
heard
great.
of gosh, I don't remember what show or if it was a documentary or a movie I watched, but there's stories of
kitty party with the
tons
cat
of
thing.
like
Dildo.
UFO visits and alien visits to really remote African schools.
Oh my god, yeah.
where-
Oh, dude, there's tons too.
Dude,
I forgot all about
there's,
this.
there's tons, like thousands and thousands accounts of literally spacecrafts landing at these schools in Africa and like introducing themselves to the children at the
Yes.
schools.
Mhm.
I've heard
And
of
they
that.
just they don't have ways to give this to the fucking people. They just talk about it to each other. Why are they making that up? They don't have
Word of mouth
TV.
stories. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my
Like-
gosh, I've never heard of this before. I'm gonna-
Rabbit
Oh, it's
hole.
crazy.
Yeah,
I
there was
wish
this
I
one- yeah. There was
I
this one
wish I knew
video.
that if it was a show or if it was a documentary that I watched.
Well,
but
look
when
at
I
the
watched it, I was
Congo.
mind
It's
blown.
unexplored. That's our other cat. That's Milo.
Oh my gosh, kitty party. I wish I had
The-
my cat Millie, but I'll show you a picture of her.
The fluffy butt cats, and then Milo. I love that.
Oh, kitty party.
Box cat, box cat.
But like, fuck, like you're kidding me though, right? It's like how?
Dude, they're real, bro. I mean, think about it. We're definitely reverse engineering alien spacecraft
100%.
so that we
don't
bet-
have these if we don't have fucking alien technology. These are
Right.
so advanced.
You guys seen the last like 15 years how fast technology has evolved.
If technology hadn't advanced the 10% it did in the time frame that it did, we'd still be in the fucking Stone Ages basically right now.
Exact facts, yeah.
Like
True.
we'd be in Renaissance time still.
Industrial Revolution, right? If that had never
Wielding
happened.
swords. Like,
Yeah, I'd be like, Riley, you want a duel today? And it wouldn't be like, get your deck out, bro. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like, no, dude, get your sword.
Bro, Yu-Gi-Oh was the best.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I ain't even knocking cards, dude. I can't even like.
My sister says I was the first person.
There's
to learn
3
about
binders
Yu-Gi-Oh!
down there worth like $5,000 worth of Magic cards.
Because I got this
You have
like
Black Lotus.
No, but here I'll show you just a couple of pages of shit. It's wild.
That's the only Magic card I know about because it's worth like so much money.
I remember I got this like
No.
DVD in the mail of Yu-Gi-Oh, like the show, and it came with
Oh my
like a
God.
pack of cards. And I don't remember how if I signed up for it when I was a kid or
Maybe you
what.
won it from like a cereal box or something.
Maybe.
I don't
There's
know.
Holy
so
shit.
fucking many, and this is one of 3 other binders, and I have 25 decks built.
That's
Crazy.
thick.
I ended up
He's a
giving up
mega
buying
nerd.
them, and I started printing them and cutting them out myself.
Oh, really?
Because it was just easier.
That's awesome.
And it was
Yeah, I
less
never-
expensive.
Yeah, I never played Magic, but I was always like a big Yu-Gi-Oh player. back in
900
the day.
IQ points right there.
It took me like 1 game to really just like click into it, because like if you can understand how to play tabletop games or board games or anything like that, it's just like, oh, read it, you got it. It's easy. Everything works together and it all like synergizes well. It's like, oh
Yeah,
shoot.
we created a card game based on the lore of our
Riley is a
podcast.
fucking I can't even believe he came up with the idea. He was like, I was sleeping the other night and I was just like, I want to make a card game. And we played it, and it's seriously one of the most fun games I've ever played in my life.
Oh, really? That's
Ooh,
awesome.
what's it called?
It's
Well,
just
I don't
what
know if
goes
we have a
bump the
name
night
yet.
trading.
It's
I
just Riley's
literally-
card game.
No, it's what goes bump the night trading card game. That's
Heck
literally what I
yeah.
named it. But like, it has literally like creatures from stories that we told and like investigations that we've
That's
done.
really
and
sick,
Our
actually.
friends, like Tommy's part of the game, and Randy's real part of the game. Our friend Kyle is, and
Oh, that's so
That's really
dope.
that's a
they're
really
funny.
good idea.
Like, so it's based off like. There's 3 different categories of cards. So there's like investigators, like cryptids and spirits, and then there's
thought I had
devices. So and then there's locations. Sorry. So like you grab, I forget. God, I haven't played it in so long, but it's actually really fun. You grab like a location, an investigator, and a spirit,
That's
and
so
then they
cool.
all have like lined up different dices. So you
And
roll
then you
the
gotta
dice,
roll.
and then
Dude,
whatever
that's
you
so
roll,
cool.
you got to do the action of each card. And the goal is to try and earn a device card to you, because the only way you can solve a case
Okay.
is by using
Ooh.
the device card and rolling the right dice number.
Yeah,
But
and you
you
want to
can
get as
screw
many
yourself
locations done as you
because
can.
sometimes the dices will line up. So like, say you roll like a 3, and every single one has a 3. And some of the cards are brutal. Like the devil is one, and like the demon is one.
Ooh.
Basically, with the
It's like,
devil,
give all
if
your
you
shit
roll a
back.
6, you roll a
Damn.
6, you're fucked. Like you just get screwed over. Like
So you
gotta
guys have
grab new
cryptids too in this
locations.
game?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's
You can put
cryptics,
Bigfoot-
One sec,
locations,
I'll go.
everything.
I'll
You
go.
can put Bigfoot in attack mode.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Can you fusion summon Bigfoot and like the Jersey Devil together?
that would be so sick. Like the funny part is like we want to do like expansions for it, because like it's literally like 100 card deck now, and it's like, oh shit,
That's
this is
really
gonna be
sick, dude.
so much work to like produce it. But also I kind of want to just be like, yo, Hasbro, this is the next thing.
Bro, we
Or it's
can
like,
make
it's
this like
simple.
you can make this like an online game to play too. Like it's a card game, but you play it on the internet.
Oh
like you roll-
shit. I didn't even think about like reaching out to somebody that designs games and just be like, it's this simple, like just formula card game where it's just like,
Yeah.
yes, you found them. I couldn't find my pack. They're somewhere around here.
I would literally learn to do that if it meant that we could have this on the internet to play.
All right.
We could
So
almost, if you
we're-
had dice, we could literally like do like an above like table like stream, and then just be like, all right, roll your dice. What'd you get? Okay, this
So
is
like
your.
this is the Mothman card.
That is so dope,
Oh
dude.
my gosh.
So you
He
roll,
laminated
like-
them too.
That's
Dude,
so cool.
I love the Mothman.
You designed those all yourself?
Yeah.
Really?
Riley's
like,
a fucking G.
He's
Here's
a
an
creative.
investigator. So
Bro.
like this is a SCP agent, which is part of like our lore.
Oh my god.
That's really sick. Is there a back to it too? Like,
No, they're just
Just
empty
white
on the
bags.
back.
oh, okay.
I
And
mean,
then here's
it
the
would be
device
cool to
cards,
have
like,
like the
there's a
Whippers
REM
Bump
pod.
logo on the back.
And like
Ooh.
I definitely buy that. I definitely get that.
Hell yeah.
it's pretty sweet. So there's like
Who needs
Bigfoot,
Hasbro?
UFOs, Dear David, the Dybbuk box.
It pretty much everything we've
Devil.
ever talked about, which is basically almost everything, is
Yeah,
like
the
in
Shadow
there.
Reaper figure that we caught from Mouse Cemetery, like the actual figure
Dude, that's
is on
so
the
cool.
card.
That's such a cool freaking idea.
That's a freaking cool concept. Like, what made you think of this? You just like woke up one day, you're like, I'm gonna make a game.
So
we're all
we had our
nerds.
100th episode, and we did this like giveaway, and we picked someone to win, and we were like, okay,
Love that.
for we do these things every 100 episodes. So we used to do them every 50, but then we were like,
It's a
no,
lot of
every
work.
100 is way better. It's
Yeah.
called the Bumpy Awards, which they're in this game too. But it's basically just awards that we give out on episodes that performed well or we thought had like cool characters, and like we let people vote on stuff
so
too.
dope.
So
And then we
get,
use our
like,
personas.
listeners, and then we have our alter ego personas, which is Rick Van Winkle and Billy, take
Rick
over the
Van
show and host the
Oh,
award show.
You
for
don't
us.
even know. Hold on. I got this. Give me 2
Getting
seconds.
into character.
I'll see. He's got a card. Even the Rick Van Winkle card in this game is goated. It's just like the best card in the game.
It's like Exodia.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it's like Charizard. Like
bro.
he doesn't have a picture, but it's just like the fake news channel's logo.
Love it.
That's really
Hello and welcome to WGBITN Channel 10 Nightly News. This is your host, Rick Van Winkle.
Bro, how did you
And
just
I'm Billy.
Y'all just
What are we
really
doing today, Rick?
Oh my
What are
god,
you
yeah.
sending me?
The alter egos come out so hard. I had to take that hat off too. And my hair is fucked.
But yeah, there's a rule book and everything.
That's so cool, man. That's such a cool game. Like nobody has ever made a game about like paranormal cryptids and stuff. It's
Not
like
that I
I've
know.
never seen it like anything either. And I was like, dude, that's a fucking multi-million-dollar idea right there. I was like, we have to sit on it. And we were really like, do we kickstart it? Do we Patreon idea it? Do we, like give it out as a very selective like gift on certain big events that we have? So like the last time we gave a gift box, we gave a set of trading cards out like that.
Yeah, so that's why it all happened, is because we created this Dybbuk box and I wanted something special to go in it for him. And I was just like, I'm gonna make a trading card game. And I didn't realize how difficult it was gonna be. Like I had a concept.
You
in
spit
my
it out in
mind.
like a week though, which was so fucking impressive.
The goat.
Yeah. I get really like obsessive on things.
All the
like-
thumbnails is Riley. Like that
Yeah, I do all
backdrop that
that
we have,
stuff.
he did that, and it's like that's fucking impressive, dude. Like I tried to use like Adobe Photoshop and all that bullshit, and it's like
yeah, who did the who does a TikTok like when you guys have like guests on who does like the TikTok like
That's
we
all
kind
me.
of share both of the ideas too, because like sometimes I'll do it on my channel, which has a little bit bigger following because I started it earlier, and then Riley's got the main channel, which he puts all of the stuff, which a lot of times like a lot of our videos are similar, but we do have different creative styles sometimes. But like the most recent one, like he did for POV, fucking nailed that shit. That looked super good.
dude, the one he did for us was like, I'm like, damn, this
You
shit's
got me
lit.
more hyped to see us
is
than we
freaking
do.
sick.
Like I was
I'm
like,
Oh yeah,
that
I
was
made that
probably
one
yours.
today. Yeah, I made
Yeah,
that,
that
one
was
this
sick,
morning.
sick.
dude. I was
I
like,
was
damn.
at work and I was like, I have to get something cool out, and I was like, I hope they're not mad that I used one of their videos.
No,
that was so dope.
No, hell no, dude.
I feel like, yeah, like the
We love
creative
that.
aspect, it's like I think that it's good that you guys share it a little bit, because it's hard to be
I
the
kind
one
of forced
you
him.
know?
I'll be honest.
He
I
fucking
was
taught
like,
me
dude,
most of what I know.
I was like, dude, I'll teach you, but like I can't always do this myself. Like
I feel that so heavy.
I was like, dude,
I'm the
sometimes
same
my
way.
brain just like the creative connection is just not there. like I have a lot of templates I use. That's why a lot of the stuff looks similar.
And
but
I'll
it's
just throw
like
something together.
sometimes I'll be
there's
like,
the
I don't
difference
want to
there.
use the template. Like for my birthday episode, I was like, I want to do something different for my birthday. I want to have a lot of people watch. So I'm hoping something different will help. And if it works, I have the template there and I can just change it. But even that took me like 5 hours to do the one that I did for POV. And I was like, I can't do that every week. Like I would love to do it for everyone, but it's just like sometimes I only have 30 minutes to work on promo material and I just gotta get it
I always
done.
feel like I want to do it justice too, and it's like I always want it to be better, damn it. Like, and it's like just add in those like little motions to things, like it always adds that little aspect where it's like it grabs and like the color changes here and there. And like the video that I used where it's like, you know, like I think there's other people here, and it's like boom, and now we're interviewing.
That was
like,
awesome.
Perfect.
I loved how you did that. I feel like it's hard to like at first when you first start getting into like the creative aspect, like if your brain doesn't really work that way to like put yourself in that mode, but it's like just looking at what other people doing, learning from other people who do the same thing. Seems like Riley's a very creative person from making that card game. Like that takes hella creativity. So
Yeah.
it's just awesome that you guys can like, share it.
It's so nice too, because like the Indian Battleground video, like we worked a little bit together on it. Riley did the most part of that video, and then I did the Nunica video that just came out, and then Riley's did the new video that's going to come out for the Haunted Forest video we're gonna have. So it's like it is so nice to take the load off of each other's shoulders here and there, and then be able to just be like, all right, you're busy, cool, I can do this, don't worry about it, and to like have that knowledge of like, I know exactly what I'm doing. You're killing it. Like your audio is better than mine, but like I'm doing the best I can with what I know. And it's like it's only getting better every time. And it's like it just you can see that every time the videos come out, it's a step up every time. And
that's the same way with us.
That's how you should, yeah.
Same
it's all
thing
you
with
can
us,
do.
yeah.
Like you're never going to be perfect from the start, but as you grow as a creator and like it becomes easier.
Yeah.
You start like learning your own formula and like
your own style.
Your own style.
My big thing right now is like this last video that I did, soundscaping was like
That's
the
so
biggest
nice
thing.
He has like 14 different fucking channels just for the sound itself, not only to like add to the video
Hell
files and
yeah.
all the rest of like the little clips that add into it. It's like there's at least 50 or 60 lines of like just production in there, and it's like
wow,
it's so nice. And then
like
it's
building like
and then when it
intense
gets
moments and,
quiet
like,
to where you need to hear it,
like Matt Benton that we had on, he showed us his like channel lines for videos, and he had like literally like 150 channels, and I was like, wow, so like we're missing a lot of stuff. Like
yeah, like we could be adding a lot more to make it
And
better.
he said a lot of it was like just soundscaping and like finding sounds to help build suspense and like doing all this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I've made music on the side. Like it's making a video and doing a little bit of music is like kind of the same thing. You have stems and you just kind of build and attach.
And
so I was just like, I'm just going to use what I know there and apply it to this. And I think everyone will enjoy it. Like you could kind of see it with the Asher Walton video, how we started building sound.
I was going to say like the
videos.
piano in the background. Like I noticed those little things like I loved how you guys did that. Like
it's
I
nice
felt
and
like I was coming
subtle.
along with like for the ride, like the story, I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it, I'm hearing you narrate it. It felt like I'm like coming along for the ride. So very well done.
It felt right too, because like me and Riley have been back and forth like a lot of times where it's like, do you want to narrate this? And it's like, I think you like your cadences actually fits this vibe better. So like, why don't you read this one? And it's like, and Riley when he does his little interjections here and there, where it's like, all right, let me interject here and explain this. It's like perfect voice for it. Like I can do the narration parts and you can do like the interjections. Like it's perfect.
I like that too. I noticed you both do that. You switch off, which is really, maybe we could like do stuff like that.
Yeah, because I guess I usually do it with my voice.
Yeah, he's usually like the one that does a lot of like the post editing, like definitely chopping up the video to like just what it needs to be. And then I'll jump in and I'll be like, okay, like where can I add like a fun little edit? Where can we add sound effects? Where can we do all that? So we're trying to be more collaborative in that sense, because at first it was just him. And I feel like
it's a lot, dude. Like editing,
it's a lot.
Editing,
huge undertaking.
B-roll, like first of all, B-roll, editing.
Like to have two camera angles to line up and sound right too, because they might not start at the same time. So you have to like match them by listening. That's hard. Like that's what I didn't realize was going to be so time consuming. Was like
Well, there's
literally
actually
matching.
there's a trick to that. I mean, it's in Adobe Premiere Pro, there's a thing called Match Sound. If you get the software, and it actually automatically links both of them together.
We've spent 5 a.m. many a time, like 7-8 hour sessions together in the same room editing, and like, all right, we have to like slide this just a little bit.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if just to save time and stuff, like definitely use Adobe Premiere Pro. I mean, it's a little bit
sounds worth the switch though.
But literally, dude, like I wish I knew this because when we started doing podcasts about the paranormal earlier on, I wish I knew that because we spent so many freaking hours trying to get the freaking thing matched up. Because we're trying to use these microphones because they're a lot better than the camera microphones.
Oh hell yeah!
So definitely, I'm telling you right now, if you want to save mad time, I would get Premiere Pro. And there's literally again an audio match where you get 2 audio layers, and like it'll automatically just like connect it, and that's it.
I was gonna say when it comes to the Premiere, like when it comes to the Adobe Suite,
yeah.
Basically, if there's something that you're doing that you're like, oh, this sucks. This should be way quicker. Why?
There is a way.
There's usually a macro.
There is a way.
That's why we use Audacity for doing the podcast means. So like after this, I'll rip it and then I'll go to Audacity and I have macros already built to where all I have to do is click best EQ settings and it'll put all of my noise gates, compressors, everything that I use to like already do that when I was doing it just one by one, and it'll just start the process and I just sit back. It's like, all right, it's streamlined.
You guys do captions too? Like in your video?
Sometimes. So we like to do captions when it's quiet audio. So like if there's like because
important.
Yeah, because a lot of the times like we're splitting the audio between different phones or different cameras because we'll switch the angles and it'll be like the person talking is now away from the mic, so it sounds quieter. So it's like, all right, we have to make a decision here. Do we use that camera microphone or do we use the camera microphone over here? And then sometimes, other things get picked up better on other mics because they're closer to the action.
Sometimes it'll be the audio from one video, but the video
of my mic or something instead. And it sounds like I'm like right fucking there, even though it's like, hey, I passed that off and I'm standing like way across from everybody else now.
Yeah, audio is the most important. I feel it's probably one of the most important parts.
But it's like the most overlooked too. It really is.
A really big spot where we were lacking in the beginnings of the videos, where it's like the audio was okay, and we were just not really paying too much attention because we wanted to catch the visual stuff because that's what people watch is the visual stuff. But now it's like
evidence.
Oh, I could not understand what the fuck you said at all. And now we have to like make people watch and read, and now it's like, oh well, is it going to be like this the whole time because that's low quality? Where like I might just have to like shell out like the $100-$200 to get like the clip mics where it's like the lavalier mics where it's like always right there. I think
that's going to be our next big purchase is a lavalier mic, because then we can just literally press record and we have the exact audio from the entire night in chronological order.
Yeah, you should get.
And we don't have to stop it. Yeah, there's all the DJI ones are also really nice. I definitely want to get one that has the backup files. So like if you're recording and something loud as fuck happens, it has that -6 decibel already. So it's much more reasonable in post where it's like, okay, this is not gonna blow people's eardrums out or fuck everything up because it goes from being monotone to like
exactly.
And they'll probably catch EVPs.
Yeah, easily.
Exactly.
And who's to say, because they're the clip type where you can take it off and then put it on your camera and then just leave the camera and everything and just walk the fuck away. And it's clear audio because generally most phones and camera microphones aren't that great. Like they work well. Like the iPhones do a good job, but you have to be generally pretty close. Like the Rode microphone does a good job of picking up everything in front of it and pretty close to being behind it. But like those clip mics that you get, they're those like Omni mics where it's like you put the windscreen on it and it's all around. You can get the whole 360. That's why I really want that.
Well, yeah, I think, it's always good to like think of how you can improve your production because, at first it's hard to like see from the viewer's perspective. Then when you watch other creators' videos, you're like, oh, that wasn't really that like, they didn't really like blow my ears out with that sound. Like it probably would have when they heard it. I wonder how they did that. And you start really considering like how you can improve your own production. But
it's so funny that you bring that up too, because the Asher Walton video, it's not the best version of the video that it can be. I uploaded a version that's in lower resolution because we need to get out quicker. Because I tried to mess with the audio because there was fan noise in the background of it, which it wasn't that bad to begin with. I was just being a super fucking anal about it, and I had messed with it so much that all of it was off. Like all the audio sounded wonky. It was missing things. There's like stuff
They were
that isn't
off.
in it.
Audio was off, unlined up. So
Yeah,
our
so
mouth
it's-
was, it looked like an old Chinese, Japanese movie.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
shit. It's like there's a 4K version of that video that's much better. That is audio is actually correct. It's the original audio basically that we had cleaned up just once. Like the part where we caught like in the room where it's like we thought we heard Asher say, "Did you know?"
Yes.
It doesn't sound as clear in the video as it does in the original video clip that we have because it was like clean as day over like 7 different stations. Where it's like, "Did you know?"
I
Same with
could hear
the
it in the
child
one that you uploaded, but I could see
It
why
was
might,
loud,
it might
but
bum you
yeah.
out when you know that it could have been like louder and more clear. You're like,
Yeah, and then
"Ah."
I Love You was clean as day too, but it sounded like somebody went, "Ugh." And it's like, oh, it's because I put the compressor on it and fucking tried to like take the noise out of the back with the noise reduction, and that just messed with all of the audio, and I was way too thick with it.
Yeah,
And it's like people don't realize that.
No, I feel
It's a
I was gonna
lot.
say like I feel like that's like the kind of forgotten part about this whole process. Like people just think like, oh, you just go to a place and record.
No.
Oh, I wish.
Oh my
I
gosh,
wish.
it takes like
60% of the
30 minutes just to
experience
set
audio.
up to do like a 15-minute.
And then I gotta
session.
poop and stuff, and it's like, bro, we gotta take another 20 minutes. Like, hold on. Do they even have a fucking bathroom? Yeah, Jenna's over here going,
You
poop
start
gate
investigating
2023.
someones' stomachs, just like.
It's
You're
like, dude,
okay,
that
well, let's go
Reuben.
get some food real quick, and we'll come back.
That's literally our friend Keith. Literally. He's like, "Can we go to Wawa, bro? Can we go to Sheets? We gotta."
I love
Quick Check."
that.
Yeah, we have to start doing like ghostly mukbangs now because like we just always go get food. So we might as well just record it. Why not?
Like we before we investigated the Asher, we had ordered the pizza and we were sitting on the porch just I'm so happy. Like this is so great. And then full as fuck just walked in there and we're like, "What's up, ghosties? Like, let's talk." But not like
Why this
literally.
bottle on the floor?
Pretty much. That was the craziest part too, is that was the end of the night. We were like basically like about to shut it down pretty close after that. And then we were just standing in the gear room for like 30 minutes, like, okay, what do we do next? The back hallway seems pretty spooky. It's dark in there. And then clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah,
What?
literally where we were about to head to, like the moment that it happened, I wish we would have been recording, but we were literally turning our cameras on.
We're like face to face, like, all right, bro, you ready? Ready.
And then we just hear blink. And I was like, what the fuck was
Why?
that?
Well,
And
that
like,
was
we
cool.
would have seen it. We literally just before that too. We were watching the cameras.
Yeah,
just
and we
sitting there like,
turned
I
to
wonder if
go.
anything's gonna happen. And then we're like, well, nothing's happening. And then we're like, okay, let's grab our cameras and go in there. And then a freaking bottle falls over.
I
It's
hate
like,
that. I hate when you forget to hit record or
it's
you're
because
just
they
about
know.
to.
They know.
They know. It's like I feel like they do that on purpose. Because they're like they've been recording me all freaking night. They're trying to get me to do stuff. Let me just throw this over real quick
That's
while they're
happened
not
so
paying
many
attention.
times to us too. It's
Yeah.
happened so many times.
It's just the life of a ghost hunter. I feel like it's like
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
they have like they have a sense of humor. They definitely do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Then
100%.
they definitely like talking to any spirit. Like you can get a feel for their actual personality pretty quick just by their
Oh, yeah.
responses.
I feel like that's
Like-
how you entertain yourself when you're dead.
Yeah,
You gotta
like,
fuck with
I
stuff.
would screw with people
Just-
too.
just haunt
Oh
people.
my
I would try
gosh,
to
I
make
would
them
all
think
the
they're
time.
crazy. Like I just put that there. Now it's moved over here, and I'm just like,
Like,
that was me.
Car
Is
keys.
there-
I would mess with people's car keys. That would probably be my favorite
Oh,
thing. to
when they're
do.
on their way to work,
Bruh.
hilarious, the best.
They
in
grab
your
their car keys
shoe.
and then set them back down to put their shoes on. You like move it to the other side of the room and just like watch them freak out. That would be so fun.
Is there anything that you guys like in an investigation that like would just literally freak you out? Like something that like would just be like,
Yes,
oh my
something
God.
that actually happens in this next video.
Ooh,
Kinda,
Really?
Yeah.
We
Oh my
literally
God,
got
October
we
18th.
caught footsteps running up to us,
running? Oh no, dude.
and we were in the
that
And it's
was
in the middle of the
okay.
woods.
on a trail. Like it was literally like an
Wow.
intersection. So there's 3 trails that met up to each other.
And it is public fucking park, but it's over after time, so like nobody should be out
And
there. People
it literally
could,
sounded
but
like someone went boom, boom, boom right up to us.
That's terrifying.
Oh
and
my
all of
God.
us
we all
turned
thought
around
it
and
was
we're
a
like,
person.
Were you like frozen for a second? Like you just didn't even know how to react? I feel like because like your flight or fight kind of kicks in. You're just like, For me, I just freeze. I don't
Yeah,
have
that's
either.
the
I'm
third
just
literally
option.
what
It's
happened.
fight, flight, or freeze.
freeze.
100%.
I'm a
We froze.
freezer.
We
I'm
froze.
just-
We all just looked and we're like, I don't see anything. But like, is that an animal? Is that a person? It could be either, but like still, I heard that.
Yeah, we were in the woods, so it could have been anything. It could have been an acorn dropping on the ground for all we
Fuck,
know.
could have
but,
been a
like,
big
it was-
cat.
Still though, just hearing running though near you.
It sounded like
Night
footsteps.
That wasn't the only thing that we heard out in the woods too. There's one funny one and one sketchy one.
Oh.
So it's like it's exciting to shit. Like the whole video is really cool because I think it like Riley definitely like encapsulates the whole vibe of the night where it's like it starts off on a fun vibe, like we're all in a really good mood. The whole video itself is just in good spirits and it's a lot of good evidence. And then towards the end of the night, you know, you can feel it coming on a little more thick. And then when that stuff starts happening, it's a little bit more heavy at that point. It's like, yes, you can feel it on the video. And it's like, that's exactly what it was like that night.
Yeah.
The
That's
one
like my
weird
favorite types of videos. You feel all the emotions that the person's feeling. Like first, like, oh, I'm just chilling with my friends, going on like a little ghost hunt, and then it's like, oh, shit's going down.
Yeah,
I've
especially not
definitely
editing it
watched
too.
Question though, do you guys use a spirit talker? You have said before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Has it ever freaked out on you?
I was just
Oh, I
about to
forgot
say,
about
I
your
literally,
trailer.
as soon as you said that,
Oh,
yeah, RGYYC.
Yeah,
Ah!
we generally
How did we
were.
forget?
It was
Never,
probably the
though.
most scariest, literally because of all the activity that was happening before, all the answers, all the response we were getting was
Like who we were speaking to was not malevolent. Like we didn't get that vibe at all. They were asking like genuine questions, like what year is it? Where am I?
like we just opened a literally. I
yeah,
felt like we
they were,
opened a portal.
They were like, "What is in
Yeah.
your hand?"
and you hear the footsteps literally when we tell it
Yeah,
goodbye.
it's like quap, quap, quap.
Something like
Oh.
shook above us, and then you hear just like a. It was like, dude, that. Oh my god.
The thing is, there were other guests in the hotel.
There was.
So I kind of believe that that might have been just a guest. Maybe they dropped something
Yeah.
and they went to go get it. I don't know.
We don't
But
know.
it was just like the fact that it happened in
like
such close
and
proximity.
as soon as I said goodbye,
Ah!
you know what I
And they
mean?
hear
Like,
it. Yeah, that's wild timing for sure.
Yeah, and then it did the whole like A B C D E F G, like it was just
that's what I'm saying.
spouting
So like,
off,
that
like,
never
never
happened
seen
to you
that.
guys. Never.
I have
We've
never
I
seen
have
that.
different
that?
languages before.
so Tommy and
language.
Randy had the same exact thing happen to their spirit talker. at
Really?
our
Oh, they
video.
did?
I
Oh my
wish I
God.
know what video it was, but it happened in one of their videos, and it's the only other time I've ever I've
That's
watched
rare.
hundreds.
People
of
We're
Weird.
gonna
YouTubers.
talk to Spotted Ghost, the creator of it, soon. He's actually a pretty good friend of the pod.
I'm
now,
surprised
where
he
it's
didn't hop
like-
on.
Yeah, usually he's in a lot of the lives, but it's like I really can't wait to just like pick his brain about it because he has a few videos on his channel and he made a playlist of it of him basically breaking down all of the Spirit Talker stuff. And
Really?
he does such a good
What's
job
his
of
name?
it. Spotted Ghost. If you look on
Spotted
YouTube,
Ghost.
Spotted Ghost is his YouTube channel.
He
He's
made-
also a fellow investigator. Yeah.
He made the app.
Let's go.
He's currently going to get what is it, Riley? His fucking like master's degree or maybe even higher than that. Doctorate. Yeah. He's brilliant.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
I'll
like
just
holy
increase
shit.
my subscribe channels number by like 10 tonight. Like
I know it's the networking. It's the best. It's honestly so nice to be able to connect with so many different groups from all over the place. Like we've connected with people in Canada. We've connected people in Texas. We've connected people in Florida.
So
It's like
Finland.
I don't get to go to these places very often. If I do, you best believe I want to pop in and say hi. My boy
Texas.
literally speak of the devil.
Hey, what's
there
up?
he is.
So it's like it's just the friendships that we've gotten to establish because of this. It's seriously wonderful. And it's like, man, like I have so many more opportunities now because of it. Like POV Paranormal, they literally are fucking awesome. And
They're so
even
cool.
and Paranormal Search, they like Paranormal G. I can't talk. Hold on, I'm excited because
Words
this
are
is all
hard.
coming up.
We
Words are
haven't
so
said that
fucking
yet.
hard. Hashtag words are fucking hard.
Yes.
But in October 20th and 21st, POV was like, come on down to Post Town. Like, we are the home team here. Like, we do all the investigations and stuff. And we basically run it. And they were like, you guys can come down here for free and you guys can stay here the night before and hang out with us. And, you know, we can get to know each
Awesome.
other. And then, you know, the next day they're hosting an event too. And it's like, they were like, put up a booth, you know, hang out, you know, it's, you guys are coming all the way from Michigan. It's awesome. And it's like, I genuinely have love for them because it's like, it's just those connections. Cause when we talk to them, it's just like, all right, I literally have made new friends today, easily. Just like today, I made more friends. I have so many fucking friends I can go to and be like, "Yo, check this out. What do you guys got coming up?" So nice.
The
And then
paranormal,
G,
man. That's awesome.
yeah, G was like, "You and Riley come out to the, I think it's the Monroe House, where it's like we've never got to go there, and it's infamous for being crazy." And he's like, "I got you guys. Just make the right, just make trip." It's like, fuck, like that's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so dope.
also
like,
because like we always wondered how people got into places, and it's like it's by getting your name out there, making
Yes.
connections, and
Connection,
being
yeah.
friends with people. Of course, they're gonna be like, "Hey, I want to hang out with you. I'm gonna make it happen. If you guys, financially can't, I'm gonna help you, and we're making it happen."
That's
And
so
That's
nice.
so sick.
But like,
that's
and at the end of the day, we're all in this for the same reason. It's like
Yes.
if we make it and we can bring it back tenfold, and like provide, because at no point did me and Riley ever think that this many people in our little careers now, I guess you could call it, of doing this would reach this many people. Like if it does what we want it to do and we're able to like do this full time, connect with people all the time, it's like,
The
yeah,
dream,
I don't give a fuck. I will pay for the full location and you guys just show up, please, and let's make some cool videos.
And
I
like
have a
that's what
feeling
I
I'll be there soon.
love seeing about your channel. It's so new, and you found like success right away.
The
Which is awesome, and
traction,
it's hard
I'm
to
so
do.
happy
Like,
about
it's
that.
super hard to get 1,000 subscribers. Like people don't realize that. Like
Right.
The
you
YouTube is
think,
the
like,
hardest to
like
grow
I have
on.
1,000 friends on Facebook. You'd think I could get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube easy.
Like
But
tomorrow, but it's
It's not
not.
like that. It's
No.
not like that at all.
Mhm.
So it's like we literally in May had less than 100 subscribers on YouTube. I think we might have had
Mhm.
like 125 at the
Y'all
max.
already like what tripled that in like
Now
a
we're
couple
almost like
months?
400.
In the past 6 months, it's
Wow.
been like a
Tripled
rocket
that.
ship ride.
That's awesome.
It's like
That's
we
good
went
growth
from
though.
It is.
getting like 25 views on a live stream to like what Among the Unknown said their video just hit 100 views, and
I
it's
didn't
like
think 100
it's
people would
because
ever watch a live stream of me talking.
that interview deserves 100 views because that interview was awesome with them, and we had a great fucking time, and we're still friends, and like we still communicate, and it's like it was a real connection. And like Ghost Seekers Alex down in Texas, like we talk almost on the daily, so it's
Yep.
like we're making real connections, and like we say, we're always genuinely ourselves. And like I've had an absolute blast talking to you guys, and like I even told Trevor this when I found out about your channel. I was like, I can't wait to talk to them because this is gonna be, I can already tell it's gonna be so
It's
much
so
fun.
new. Like you guys are so new to the scene, and it's like
Yeah.
to see the growth that you guys have experienced is very welcoming, because it's like it makes me feel very good to know that like one of these days, like if we make it first, you make it first, like people are gonna see this stuff and they're gonna hear all these awesome takes, all these awesome people that are gonna be like put into the spotlights too, where it's like, hey, there's a lot of really cool stuff out here. It's not just like one channel, two channels, like not just the big ones. Like go check out some of these other channels that people haven't really heard of yet. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I think that's why your guys' platform is so sick, because there's not that many people. I don't even think there's any other channels doing what you guys
No,
are doing.
y'all are like we
I really
wanted
don't
to do
think
what you
so.
guys
No,
are
I
doing,
haven't seen
but
anybody doing it.
when we saw that you guys were doing it the way you are, we're like, they got it on lock. Like they, we could never do
But
it
it's
the way
also
they do.
cool though, because like you guys are having other channels coming on your channel, so it's like, so you kind of grow together. You know?
It's I mean, it is a community. Like what's the point if not all of us are growing? What's the point if not all of us are, having success? Like
Exactly.
you got to lift each other up. So like if we ever had access to a place and we're like, yo guys, if you could ever come to New Jersey,
come
like
to Jersey, guys.
I would love to collab with you guys. Like I think
We
that'd
were
be
saying
so
plane
cool.
tickets really aren't that out of the question for real, because it's like to drive there is about the same price as
I'm
plane
not even
ticket.
kidding you. I could probably pull up the text message. He sent me a text literally a week ago of plane tickets to New
A
Jersey.
round trip to a round
Please,
trip.
Dude, come to
please
Jersey,
come
guys.
here.
I'm being
Please,
serious. Like,
please. There is so much shit here.
I wonder if I can pull that up.
Like this whole
It was
state
either
is
Boston or
full.
Jersey. It was
Like,
one
this
of
whole
the
state
two.
is just
It
like
might have been
a ghost
Boston.
town.
yeah,
It might have been
great, dude.
Boston,
And
actually.
we got good
That's-
food.
that's
We're in
close.
between two cities. We can go to New York City. We can go to Philly in an hour and a half.
Dude, mad spots.
Like the thing is, that's what's great about New Jersey is like we can go to other states as well within
Yeah,
an
it's a
hour.
landing spot, and it's just woo.
It was to Boston, but
But it's
like
still
right
to the
around-
East Coast, It's
Boston.
still not
would
that
love it.
out of the fucking like pond jump where it's like, oh, that's to like Boston, Mass, like literally like downtown.
because
their
it would
fucking main,
definitely
like,
cost more
airport.
than $250 to drive there. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, gas these
food,
days,
gas,
bro.
yeah, no
Fun.
way.
Tolls.
The toll on
yeah.
humanity.
Thank God Michigan has
Oh,
no tolls,
tolls?
but
I
the
didn't
more
even
south
think
we
about
go, fuck
those.
that.
Oh, gross.
Oh wait, y'all don't have tolls?
No,
Ah!
Michigan's great. The
we
only
have
toll you
tolls.
have is to go out into the UP to
No,
get
that's
across
why
the
our
bridge.
roads
I
suck
wish we
so
had
we,
bad.
we pay a breathing toll here, I feel like
Seriously.
it's not good.
We just get told that like don't use the dunes on the fucking beach to like run up and down. That's about the like, all right, cool, now do whatever.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
much.
yeah, but Jersey's sick, guys. You guys should definitely come. I mean, we
It
can
would
show you
be-
the Pine Barrens. You know, we can do like a Jersey Devil video.
Or
do
there's
stuff-
Cape
yeah.
May. Cape May is like a very old beach town all the way down at like southern point of New Jersey.
Oh, God,
They have like a
yes.
lot of like haunted bed and breakfasts that are very cheap
Mhm.
to rent out. Like we've been thinking about doing it. There's of course
Burlington County
Burlington
Prison.
County
That was actually
Prison.
not bad. to
Oh
be
fuck
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
2024 is gonna be a big year, and I'm pulling for everybody to like do big things, and I really hope that this is the year that me and Riley find the footing where it's like, all right, either like I get a huge raise at work, and it's like we can financially like support our traveling a lot better to where it's more realistic to do one a month, like where it's not
Yeah.
like, all right, we're gonna be financially crippled for fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
It's a grind, man. You just got to keep grinding
It
and
is.
being consistent. We're doing the same exact thing. I mean, we're just trying to find our path, you know?
And not go broke in those meantime.
Yeah, that's the hardest part for sure. Where
It
it's like
is.
I have
This-
so many wants, but like the means aren't
Yeah, and then
coming
like
fast.
like honestly, for our viewers, and I'm sure you guys feel exactly the same way. Like if we ever get monetized and make money, like we're not gonna use that money to lavish out our
No.
lifestyle.
Oh, no.
We're literally going to change our
Into the
lifestyle so
chin.
that we can just do this
Reinvest
more
it.
often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe
the
not
dream.
do live streams, but like literally go to that person and like find a place to do the interview. Like that would be like
Sick.
That would be really
like in
nice.
person. You
Cool.
know what I mean? So like
Yeah, like a real collab would be so cool to be like, all right, let's just like find a space where we can all sit down, maybe rent out a location. And like if we can do that from like ad revenue, which would be awesome. Because like I
That's
do
great, yeah.
think Patreon is cool. I would like to do a Patreon at some point, but I also am like it's a weird feeling asking for donations, but it's like I know I'm putting out content there and I'm gonna put out exclusive things for people, but also it almost feels kind of grimy. Like in a good way, because it's like I'm glad people are supporting us, but also it's like I'd much rather have these giant corporations just fucking luking my pockets up.
Yeah, take it out of Coca-Cola's bank, not your,
For
you know.
real.
But the thing
I'll
is,
do an Adam and Eve ad. I don't give a fuck.
hell yeah, bro. That's the dream. I want to be like the next Jacqueline Glenn, like making videos about toys. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Sponsorships, man. They're
Like the thing
huge.
is, yeah, like I'd rather take the money from a corp than, you know, a human
Yep.
being who's working hard for their money.
Exactly, because we're all blue collar as fuck. I already know 90%
Anyone who's
of the
watching our
people
channel
are.
definitely is. That's for
Mhm.
sure. So, you know, I
It's
think
hard
that
in
I
these
do see.
streets.
I feel like y'all are really doing the right things though, and the
Mhm.
fact that you're bringing on other creators, I know that like if you guys just like keep doing what you're doing, it will come.
You're gonna hit, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, and I don't care how small channels are or how big
Yeah,
channels
that's where I
are.
was
Like,
gonna
it's
go,
cool
like,
to have
just put
Mark
that out
Smith
there.
on, but it's like everybody deserves a chance. Like Devon said, like we were the first people to give him a chance. Their channel was already big. They were bigger than our YouTube, and it's like, no, you took time out of your day to come and talk to us. Like we appreciate that so much more than you guys know, because it's like at the end of the day, me and Riley just do this shit for fun. This is fun to us. This is what we
Mhm.
live to do.
This is what we were doing before we had cameras. This is what we
Yeah.
were doing
Yeah.
before. Literally, like, what else was there to do? Like, I mean,
Mhm.
y'all probably come from a small town. I mean, our population is dense, so we can't really say we come from a small town. But in
It's
comparison,
moderate here.
Yeah.
in comparison, we do live in a kind of small town, boring area because it's all woods.
Yeah, that's all we did.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna go in the woods. We're gonna
Yeah,
go
like,
visit the Devil's Tower.
Devil's
That's a
Tree.
lot of what it is here
Devil's
too.
Tree.
We have
Devil's
we have
Tree,
really nice
road.
beaches, but like that's about it. Like if you go to
Yeah,
the beach all the
for-
time, you're gonna get burnt out of that.
For me, it became like a whole lifestyle change because I used to go to the clubs all the time and like
We
saw
party and,
concerts
like,
every
all that,
weekend.
and then I
We were kind of doing
had
that
like
too.
a life-changing chronic illness happen, and I quit drinking.
Best thing
and
that ever happened though, to be honest.
I was
Love you,
like, well,
buddy.
what am I gonna do now? And I was like, well, on a Friday night, why don't I go ghost hunt? instead. Like that.
It changed our whole lifestyles, like you said, because now I don't do that. I have a 4-year-old too. So like as soon as like Riley stopped drinking and we stopped like putting ourselves into those situations where it's like I'll go out every now and again, and Riley is a fucking G unit because he'll be like, I'll drive you guys. That's fine. Like I'm not drinking. Like exactly. He's the ultimate
DD
DD
for
because
life.
he's like bestie. And it's like, yo, I got you. Don't worry about it. Like, I'll even hang out with all you drunk idiots. Like, it's fine.
That's usually me, even though I'm drinking tonight. I usually am DD because I'm like, I don't like to feel like when I'm with like a bunch of strangers, I don't like to feel out of my element. I like to be myself.
I
so.
get very social, and it's like, we're just going to
fun,
talk
isn't it?
so much tonight about ghosts and all of people's stories because everybody loves to just spill their fucking stories out at the bar. And I even do too. And it's like, it's just literally like, there's my colors bleeding
how we
out
got
again.
access. It's how we got access to Double J.
Yeah, literally, I was at my wife's work party, and we were sitting there, and she was
so
like,
sick.
"I think this place is haunted." And I was like, "You think so?" And she's like, "Look at all these pictures on the bar." And then the bartender was like one of the higher ups there, and she's like, "Yeah, it's haunted." And we just start talking about it, and she goes,
Y'all want
"If you
it?
guys want to investigate, like
That's
we
so
can work
cool.
something out." And she gave me her card, and I called her, and she's like, "Yeah, we can work it out."
That's how you do.
You
That's what
never
we
know.
do,
Like
yeah.
you literally never know who you might meet, what like how this might come up. But like you just say like, oh yeah, I'm interested in the paranormal. They're like, oh, this place is haunted. Here's some access.
I'll
You
keep
guys
our
seem
business
cool.
cards and just like throw them at people when I'm checking out, and I'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I was trying to grab my like card out and it fell out." And they'll be like, "If you like
When
paranormal
we
stuff,
go on
here you
road
go."
trips, we hand out business cards to whoever checks us out at Walmart or
I
like
love that.
at the drive-through. We're like, hey, check out our podcast.
Oh my gosh,
Hey,
we never
man.
thought to make business cards. That's
Gotta-
actually really
It's
smart.
gotta grind. You gotta do
Here,
what you
I'll show you what we did.
Oh my gosh.
They're actually sick.
Oh,
But they have Twitter on them. Like we made them, and then a week later it became X.
Jesus.
Twitter. God dang, Elon, why must you change everything?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my god, those are so sick.
Yeah, if it has your contact information too, and you're going to locations that maybe offer like hunts or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, these guys are professional. Like they have like all their contact information. Like here's their platforms. Like there you go." And I mean, I got really lucky because one of my really close childhood friends, his dad lived or his workplace is across the street, and he's basically the owner of a print shop. So I walked in there and I was like, "Can I get some business cards made? Like, how much would that run me?" And he goes, "I'll make you like 1,000 for free." I was like, "Oh, fuck, okay."
That's those connects. You guys are good guys, and that's why people want to like. I always feel like when you're good people, other good people want to see you succeed. They want to help you.
That's the craziest part too, where it's like I definitely think like positive energy brings positive energy. And it's like
negative energy brings negative energy.
it's almost like the magnet theories, you know, where it's like
Good vibrations.
opposites will like usually attract, but like in like a sense of like if you're a positive person, it's like I'd rather be around somebody who's not just like negative Nancy all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
And
so
it-
fun.
And if I'm like being vibrant me all the time, where it's like, hey, I love you, and like somebody else is like that too, they're gonna be like, I want to talk to him because I'm not scared. It's like, okay, cool, like let's be friends then. That's fine.
Yeah, I definitely see that. You know, I could just tell from your videos and just like this interaction, like y'all are just good guys, and people are gonna want to see and help you, and you know that'll get you further in life. Being good will get you way further than being negative. So just keep being you.
Yeah, the funny thing
Exactly,
is
and-
too, like we met Tommy on an investigation. Well, Riley did technically because I wasn't there because I was doing baby stuff. But
That was
Tommy
a
just
huge-
walked up to him and it's like, "Yo, what's up?" And Riley being Riley, it's like, "Dude, that's cool. That's what's up." And then next thing you know, now we have a whole saga and videos coming out together, and it's like, wow, that wasn't very hard. It's just us talking to people like how we talk to
how it is,
every other
yeah.
person.
Yeah, and he was even a smaller channel than us when I met him, and now he's fucking doing like 1,000 views every video. Crazy.
Awesome.
That's crazy. You never know. I mean, everybody's journey is different, but I feel like as long as you're doing what, you know, you're putting out good content, you're putting out positivity,
Yeah.
and you're putting out legit stuff, you will get noticed. It's just a matter of time.
You guys are a very good example of that. That literally that shadow figure you caught, I'm pretty sure has a very big reason to why the success has been so good because that is the most credible
Biggest video.
random shadow figure I've seen in a long
right.
time. Like we've
Like, and that-
gotten the very lucky to see a lot of different video clips on this channel, and it's like that one is very compelling.
That one's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we-
Yeah, I mean, we're just out here just trying to get ghosts. We're trying to
We
prove
just
that it's real.
grinding.
We just grind and that's
we're
it.
just trying to prove this stuff's real, you know. And also, like, it's cool because like we were featured on Chills.
That's so
it's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
Oh, you
having
were on
Snap-
Chills, really?
Couple
Yeah,
times,
having
yeah.
Snap Reactor like put our video out on his channel too and reacting to
So
it.
cool.
It's like, oh wow, like did we make it? Like to me, like I think we did. Like, granted, this is probably just the tip of the iceberg, which I hope it is. Not like we're doing it just for views, but it's like it's really cool to see like just just that small amount of window that we've really hit the mark where it's like creatively, we've always wanted this. Artistically, we never had the tools until now, and now that we're utilizing our tools correctly, it feels right. And it's like all the evidence that we've been capturing lately actually has been super good, and it's like I can't ask for better. Like, we've been
Nope.
super fortunate.
Y'all are capturing really cool shit. I mean, I haven't noticed if you post shorts. but
Try
that's-
to. It's hard though.
That's
Yeah,
what got us noticed by Chills. It's the shorts.
It's the shorts
Because a lot of, I think, unfortunately, lately people don't really have the capacity to like watch a video that's an hour
Exactly.
long,
yeah.
35 minutes long. You have to like change what they're seeing every 4 seconds. It's very like TikTok esque.
It's so cinematic style now. and I don't like
It's a new
Yes.
meta.
It's
It's
the
a new
new-
meta
yeah.
now.
I think people just can't really focus too long. So if I would just suggest like take that stuff that you've captured, because I've seen your videos and I really I've seen the evidence you've captured and I'm like, holy fucking shit, that would go viral.
Like that should be
Or, like,
found.
that should be
wild?
on
we had
Chill.
one.
Only
we had one
one of our
video
shorts
go viral.
Only one.
And that was the video of the Shadow Reaper figure at the Mouth Cemetery.
Yeah,
It
that
hit,
Jenna
like,
caught with her camera too.
4,000
Yeah.
on YouTube Shorts, and then it did like 4,000 on TikTok, and then it did like 11,000 on Instagram.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
all of the other videos that we do post where me and Riley both are like, this is fucking insane. Like, this is some of the craziest shit I've ever seen, and it's super, super visible to see it. It does like 14 views. And it's like, wow, algorithms were weird.
But we did
man.
learn from Hauntings of Ohio that if you just tweak maybe like the color
Just a
grading
little bit.
or
Right.
change the caption text and post it again, that might be the one that goes.
And timing
add
is
a couple
everything
different-
too.
It's all it is.
weird.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's
'cause,
like
if you
posted
post
at
a
2 in the
video-
morning. No.
Like, yeah, because like if you say, for example, you go to a location, right? And then another bigger YouTuber goes to that same location and they post the video a couple days after yours. Now people are looking up that name and your video is going to get seen. So it's really all about, it's kind of luck and timing.
You gotta hit the
It
algorithm.
really does.
You have
Yeah,
to hit
it
the
really does
algorithm,
feel
right.
like, because I only had one video, and that I think it was one of our trailers. It did like 4K in one day, and
That's
all the
amazing.
rest of my videos are
Amazing.
like 100 to 200, where it's like you can see the algorithm pushes it out until it's like, all right, not enough people were liking or they're forwarding it, so they just stopped it there instead of promoting it. But a few will hit and they'll click.
Yeah.
I'll try to do that formula again, 15 views. It's like, man,
And
it's
the thing,
ever
too,
changing.
is like I'm sure you look into your like analytics, like
Oh, yeah,
our
every day.
lives
Yeah.
That's
monthly
all
get
you.
like 15,000 like where it
Impressions.
comes across the screen impressions. So
Mhm.
like YouTube is pushing us. It's just we're not getting the click rate, which who knows what that could be. It could be
I think a lot to
titling,
do
it
with
could be
titles
thumbnail,
too.
it could be
That's where I'm
I think our
disappointed in a
thumbnails are
lot of
sick, so
titles.
I don't know.
I do
Well-
think thumbnails and titles are huge, but
It-
like
They
when you
are.
mislead in titles, that's when I'm like, yuck.
Yeah, it's also the intro too. Your first like 30 seconds has
That's
to
what
be
we've just learned a lot.
super
lately.
impactful. But also, you want to
Mhm.
grow though. I think our best short we had so far hit like 34,000 views.
Mhm.
And it was from actually the Crescent Sanatorium video.
Is
And
it the shadow thing?
no, it was we were in the
Oh.
church. There was a church section in the building, but we
that's
captured
crazy,
we
that
captured
one.
like
Really?
footsteps and stuff. But
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah.
we got 32,000 views from that video. I just think really the secret is just like, even if you post great content, you need people to see it. You want people to see
Right.
it. You have to post like what we do. We post like a full, like usually we try to post once a week, like a full length video.
Mhm.
And on the weekdays, we'll put like maybe 3 to 4 shorts from that video, like clip
that's-
that parts.
That's a
what we
pretty
need to get
good like
better
yeah,
at.
that's a
We
pretty
did
good
it
like
really
schedule.
well for the Asher Walton, and we did it really well for the Haunted in Your Bill.
We also didn't have nearly as much going on.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
got
tags
also,
work too. You gotta focus on
Yeah.
the tags in the description. are really
Yeah, like
important.
do you guys use the same tag list or like the same like hashtags all the
I mean,
time,
to
or do
be
you switch
honest-
it up a lot?
To be honest, we switch it up because like we use like vidIQ to help.
vidIQ is very good. We like to use vidIQ, and then there was another one too that was attached. I forgot what it's called.
TubeBuddy.
TubeBuddy, that's what it was.
So I use vidIQ, and like it's helped a lot with like like recommendations and like tags and like stuff like that. And there's like an AI bot as well built into the vidIQ.
Yeah, we actually used it on one of our recent videos because we had an idea of the title, but we were like, I don't love it. I'm not in love with it. And then we let the AI bot like change it up and use different words that we weren't thinking of, and it's like
and it
cool.
sparked something for us.
And then we switched it to what we wanted a little bit, and it's like perfect. That's exactly what I wanted now. So it's like there's so many tools. Yeah, I actually think it was too. There's so many tools that are integrated into those softwares that I really like utilizing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to use the tools that are there for you.
Do you guys like to do AI art for like any type of like thumbnail stuff or like video clipping or anything like that?
Lately we've been getting into that, but most like at the very beginning, the thumbnails was just me like using Canva and like taking like this Canva, if you pay for the subscription or whatever, you can get the pictures because they have like some really nice pictures on there. So I would
They really do actually.
They really do. So I'm like, okay, might as well just download this isn't whatever, and I make my own whatever the heck that is. I don't know. It's like an amalgamation of like a bunch of different like circles and arrows and shocked face and this and that, but I feel like lately we've been getting more into the AI art for like, for example, like if there's like a B-roll thing that we don't have anything to show, like say, there's a picture, we're talking about like somebody that there's no image of, we'll put an AI image and we'll,
Do you guys use a lot of B-rolls in your like video?
We try to.
We try to. We're not.
We get a lot of B-roll footage, but it's hard to like, where do I want to split this and with what?
Yeah.
Because if I throw something in there that just doesn't make sense, I'm like, I hate this. It looks like shit.
I'll be honest, our next video has like no B-roll at all. Just like a couple times when
it flows
changes.
Very well.
That's good. Yeah,
it's just like it's in your face investigating. Is what it is.
It really
and
is.
There's nothing wrong with that. If there's like enough going on to keep the viewer watching, just from the investigation alone, why do you need the fluff?
Yeah,
you don't need it.
we do it. We do the B-roll stuff, like because we use
Like the
we
history
also use
section.
story blocks as well sometimes to get certain things. But like, yeah, we use AI generators like Mage.space or Midjourney to prompt us like a certain like image that we want that we can't, because obviously you don't want to like get an image from the internet and like they copyright claim your video one day if it does really well. So we use stuff like that to basically when we talk about like a story or the history portion to make it visual, because people like to see things and also hear it. So I feel like that's also, I think, because our retention rate has gotten higher on YouTube since we've been doing
welcome.
Hello.
It's like the watch time, basically.
Yeah, the retention rates for us very, very early on were super low. And that's where we really realized, like, hey, we have to figure out why this is happening. And once we figured out, it's because it's very stagnant. It's very, like, blasé compared to a lot of what is out there, where it's like, you don't need to do a lot. Like, especially the Nunica video is a good example. Those clips were literally just us sitting next to a tombstone talking. And it's like, you get the pan in and the card pulls out. You get the clip to the other side. It's like, it's just that little bit where nothing's being manipulated or changed. It's just you're getting that other angle, the little motion here. It's like, it keeps you engaged.
Zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, like, I feel like, didn't you say that like it has to like change every 4 seconds or people get
there's
bored?
like a meta or for like a lot of like I think it's like Mr. Beast style, like
the Mr. Beast style of editing.
Oh yeah, like it's just a lot of people. It's like with the whole short attention span thing nowadays with like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. It's like like every 4 seconds there has to be like a new thing happening. Whether that be like a text, or whether that be like a B-roll, a different camera angle. Maybe some captions, maybe like a zoom in or like a zoom out. Like there has to be every 4 seconds, and I feel like we try to do that sometimes. It's too much sometimes. Maybe we do like maybe 8 seconds, but sometimes
right.
Sometimes I'll be like editing a video, and I'll be like trying to do all this stuff to change, the camera visual, and I'll just be like, man, I am not feeling this. Like, this just makes it look so stupid. Like, why do I have to do this? And I was like,
sometimes I feel like it takes away from like,
it does,
I like to leave things genuine. Like, if we're having like a genuine reaction to something, why add the edits? Why do all that? So I like to do like I like to leave that in sometimes, but like for the parts that I feel like people would get bored during, like the history, that's
Yeah,
when
we
we'll
have to
put like pictures
spice
and
it up.
change
Yeah, we have to
things.
because I think people like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So we are from Michigan. Me and Trevor are on the top here.
Woo.
And we're from Jersey, New Jersey.
Najazy. I'm
Jersey.
currently
Jersey.
using CapCut to make this AI art really quick of our pretty much our logo and our what do you call it? Our background right now, basically, just a little bit different than what that is. Where it does the AI like animation to change it and all that, and then I'll upload it to CapCut really quick, and then I'll show you guys where it's like this is the fucking next wave of video editing software.
What are you using to do that?
Just CapCut. That's what we use
Just
for
CapCut?
everything. Yeah. So like what
Yeah,
TikTok is
damn.
pushing to use to like cut your shorts and stuff together is what we use for every video we put on YouTube.
That's actually
Even
Everything.
the AI thing you were just talking about.
Yeah, it
It's
has
only on
AI
the
in it.
phone app right now,
It's so sick.
but it's like I showed Riley a video of it in our group chat, and it like morphs our faces and it like moves the image that we have and starts to like manipulate it into like a space theme almost, and it's like, whoa, like
What?
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we gotta play around with that.
Yeah, I mean AI
There's
is
so many tools.
You gotta use AI. You know, people say, "Oh, AI is taking over," but like, I feel like if you know how to use AI to your benefit,
You guys have heard of Chat GPT, right?
of course,
yeah.
Have you guys told it to write you a story yet?
I have told it to write a story because we
And
wanted
it's super
to.
in depth too, isn't it?
Yeah, like the one thing I did notice though is that it doesn't give like specific info.
Or it sounds
look
too,
at that.
or it sounds too robotic.
Yeah, like sometimes it's like me and my friends
Yes.
right here, and then my one friend had this. It's like, what's the friend's name? What is your name? They won't include names, but you can add that yourself.
That's what me and Riley did. We had
Mhm.
AI write a couple stories and we would just spice it up with the flavor here and there. And it's like,
Exactly.
I didn't have to do a fucking thing. This just
Mhm.
wrote it for me. Like, are you kidding me? And I think the new versions of ChatGPT that have been put out are like supercharged now. Cause the
Oh,
last
yeah,
time I did it, I was like,
4.05.
It's
I
gotten
think I
better since
yeah,
we
I think
did
I
it.
told it to write me a story about pirates and aliens fighting. And it wrote me a very specific story of like Captain Longbeard that was fighting this like crazy like gray black-eyed alien from like this Xenon universe. And I was like, "What? What's happening?"
Oh, I remember that this is where they collided in the rift and destroyed the entire world for centuries.
Yeah. And it was like a fucking 12 paragraph long, like really deep. It was actually very detailed, had like synapses from people and dialogue parts from like people that were like supposedly characters in the story. And I was like, what?
See,
That's
that's
pretty
where
wild.
maybe we need the new version of ChatGPT because I think we were using ChatGPT 3, and that's where you get like kind of like the basic, like it'll be like a
Mm.
paragraph or two story, and you're just like, I'm left wanting some things, but you could spice it up yourself. But that is like
Or add the plugin to Google Chrome for ChatGPT. Because every time you Google something, instead of having to sift through like all the different websites, it'll
Really?
pull all of the information from every website that it sees, and
Really?
it'll give you a synapse of the best information out of all of
Really?
Are
it.
you serious?
Yep. I've
My
been
re-
using it a lot.
Oh shit!
Bruh, my research phase is gonna. Oh my god, my research
Mhm.
process
I
for
had
videos
no
is gonna be
idea.
like minimal now. Thank you.
Yeah, like here, I'll even show you really quick. It's actually seriously the best thing ever. I will present my screen to you, Riley. Give me 2 seconds.
You should look up Frederick Holman.
Oh, maybe it's not gonna do it. So yeah, ChatGPT for Chrome. As the last knowledge update, September 2021. I don't have specific information, but if I were to do something, say like, let's do Heretics Fort. Like I was looking up meanings for this,
Right,
and then
because that
generate.
came up on something, right?
Yep, and then it'll say generating because I was just like, all right, what is this? Yeah, Heretics Fort came up in the Nunica video,
Mhm.
but then it's like, all right, here's all the information you need.
Wow.
That's amazing. I had
Wow.
no idea I didn't know there was a plugin for that.
Yep,
Are you
it's just
serious?
yeah, it literally is just I think I have one for YouTube too where it takes notes on videos, so it'll give me like basically the synapse of what happens.
What the? Oh my gosh, this is
Yeah, it's Search
the
GPT for
future.
Chrome. That's what it's
Search
called.
GPT. All right, I'm
That's pretty
downloading
wild,
that like
actually.
as soon as we get off.
Whatever's gonna help our workflow. I mean, hey.
The thing is,
100%.
yeah, it's
Thanks-
already here. Like, why
Yeah,
deny
thanks for
yourself to
thanks
use
for
it?
the knowledge, guys.
Mm-hmm. It's these little nuggets of information that's like, if we can spread this and help everybody else out, it's so nice. Because for a long time, me and Riley were like, This is such ass, dude. There's so many random websites that are just fucking terrible to read through because it's not right.
And there's there's contradictory information between one article to the next, and you're just like, bro, how am I supposed to know? Like, you're the
Mhm.
journalist, do your job better.
Exactly. But yeah, being able to have it pull from every source and then generate that just because that's what it does.
so
It's
cool.
literally generating the information for me. It's like, cool. I don't have to do the information. I can just take that down. Plus, that's royalty free right there too. If I wanted to take that word for word, I don't have to like give Chat GPT any
Mm-mm.
type of reference or anything because it's literally an open AI.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's crazy.
It's the lazy man's like history, but it's been super accurate for me. So I can't really say anything bad about it.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe we'll have to try.
Yeah, and you saw it fail. Like it doesn't pull up everything, but like
Mhm.
general stuff where it's like you look up like big locations. If you were to type in like Pompeii, it'll generate like a shit ton of information. Where it's like I don't have to go to Wiki, and I probably I'll rely on that more than I would Wiki, which we used Wiki a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which it's mostly truths, but like it is peers fact checking peers. So
Yeah.
True.
human
There's no-
error is real.
AI or too.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it's here. Why not use it? You know, it's the future, but the future's here. So get with it. or-
90%.
Use the technology
90%.
and tools that are there for you because I know I wish I would have had that back when I was in high school writing book reports.
I was just about to say this
Dude.
is the lazy man's book report. Like, I wish I had this back
It's like
then.
Spark Notes
But
on
then
crack.
again,
I was literally thinking Spark
on
Notes.
crack.
Spark Notes on crack, dude. Literally.
Wolfram.
Yo, these
or,
high school kids right now, it's probably so easy.
Bro, Wolfram Alpha for like geometry and shit. Like that was great, but like, god damn. Like now I can literally just type it in and it'll like work it out for me, show me how to do it, and it'll circle what I did wrong.
Yup.
I mean, most kids are doing their homework online. You could literally copy paste your homework into Chat GPT
Yeah.
and have
College
it
is
solve the
basically all
fucking-
online.
Yeah, so just
solve the
yeah.
you wouldn't even have to do anything. It's like why even give
get a
kids
whole
homework
degree
anymore?
like literally using ChatGPT.
AI is basically getting a public education right now. Like,
Yeah, we say YouTube University, man. I live and swear by it because it's like every
I learn
single time
everything.
I've needed to learn something about the equipment we're gonna buy, the stuff I'm looking into down the road to get. I'm looking at product reviews. I'm looking at how it's made. I'm looking at all of it. Like these mics and stuff. Great mics, sound good. Audio quality is good. The only thing that I now have noticed is I had to tape the frame because it rattles. So it's like, motherfucker, I can't move it around very much. It wasn't intended to, but I have a bad habit of moving. And then the board itself has every little thing that I need. Like it's got a pitch changer so I can change my voice.
oh whoa.
It's got all like these pads that I can record any type of audio that I want into it and then play it back. I can connect my phone to it to play songs. It's got multiple
so
different
sick.
settings. Yeah,
You
so it's
don't
like
even use it to its full potential.
no, we don't. That's the sad part.
Not even close.
But it's
Yeah.
like it wasn't too expensive to get it, and it worked out so wonderfully. All right, sweet. This video is done. I'm gonna fucking upload this real quick.
Yeah, we use the Roadcaster. That's what we have.
Dude, Roadcaster's sick though.
You don't have to
Yeah.
upload it, dude. Just share your screen.
It's on my phone because that's the only way you can use it. I have to put it into CapCut, and then I'll do it off CapCut.
That's right. Use the AI. I forgot it's only on the phone. It's dumb.
Yeah, but it's literally not gonna take very long because it's a 6-second clip.
Yeah, I wonder if the AI thing though is what's impacting like the education level of the youth because
Oh, it has to be.
if I could like cheat on everything, why would I learn?
Like, why would you read a book anymore?
Why
You
would
know what
I
mean?
learn? Like if I want to go play Roblox rather than like doing my
Oh
homework.
my god. I feel bad for the amount of kids that are probably going to grow up and do that type of stuff and like develop that skill, you know, and become really good at it, but it doesn't have any useful skills in any type of societal like workings right now. Where it's like shit, video games can make you a lot of money, but you have to be damn near like a savant to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got to be the next PewDiePie or something like
100%. Okay. So just did it change yet? Stupid thing. Give me 2 seconds. Technical difficulties. I have to represent it as a different screen because it decides to do it in like a different format. It's weird.
And yeah, technology is weird. It has a mind of its own.
Definitely does.
Okay, there we go. So just check this shit out, right? Oh, why did it black it out? Whatever, we'll just do it small. That's just AI art that it does.
What
Why
the
did it turn
heck?
me into a girl?
It turned you into an anime.
I don't know
girl.
why it turned you into an anime girl, but it literally just morphs everything and changes it
It
to like
turned you into
an
a black
urban.
man.
Changed your
And you
race.
got a fucking cat, dude. Yeah, it changes my race completely. It does.
Bruh.
But like, bro, like look at how detailed
That's
it gets too, though.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it gets so detailed.
Did you prompt it to say to do something or?
The dog in the back. I love
No.
that.
So like you just like click on, I don't even think it's in here.
You can't do it on the computer.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's
like
on
how
the
you can like add effects like this. There's one online where you can go to style and then you can literally change the style of it. So it'll change it completely and it'll do that. And then there's a
Oh.
couple other ones where there's like a transcending one, there's like an anime one, and there's like another one.
So
and
sick.
it's brand new where they just rolled it out.
Yeah.
That's sick because like the more people use it, the more intelligent it's gonna get, and it'll stick more closely to what you're giving it,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll sooner or later it'll have like Trevor and Riley like animated like legit just them like just you guys.
At the beginning, like where we first were like, what do we want to go aesthetically wise? Well, let's sit around a fire and just talk ghost stories. I love that. Well, let's animate it. Let's like get somebody to like, you know, like have us sitting there and like head motions or us talking and stuff where the fire is burning in the middle. That's way too fucking hard to do. But now it's like, I don't think it'd be that hard if like you just gave an AI prompt to do something close to that. And then like how Apple has their like, you can talk to your phone and it'll move your mouth for you. It's like that software is there. I just don't know where to find all of it.
Right. There like that's the thing. It's like there are things out there that already can do the things that we think are impossible right now. We just don't know about them. But in a couple years we'll have that to our disposal. It's like
Just wait till like
they're the same.
CGI is like a technology anyone can like get their
Dude,
hands
the
on.
trailer
totally.
that the AI thing put out where it's like a full like CGI trailer for a movie that's never going to be made by AI was sick as fuck.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen
There's a
that.
video?
Oh, yep, I'm gonna fucking pull that up too really quick.
It's like a Spielberg movie. Like
It's literally
Oh.
crazy.
that's so cool.
Art.
Yeah, you definitely have to be up to date with AI because I feel if you're not gonna use AI, then I feel like you're gonna fall behind. Like
People have already done insane things with AI. Like they just hacked MGM Graham, I'm pretty sure, or BetGB.
I heard of it. Yeah.
They hacked the casino and shut the entire casino down and like asked for a ransom of like millions of dollars, and the casino had to give it to them because they're like, we're literally losing millions of dollars every second that we are not running. So
I can tell you why that happens. It's probably because the people who are coding at their companies are using AI and they don't understand the code. They can't read it themselves. So when somebody uses AI to infiltrate their code, they can't fix it.
right.
All right, this is crazy.
Until this day, where we're only able to read brain signals and visualize dreams into images. But it's time to step forward.
You have one new message.
Helen, these experiments are dangerous for all of us. This is madness, blood everywhere, people around terribly screaming. If you get this message, stay away from this place.
Jesus.
What the actual hell?
Are you ready for the future?
This is not real.
Bruh.
The detail. What?
It's
I need to wake up.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh my god.
I would definitely watch that.
Dude,
I
AI
would too.
animation.
That looks insane.
AI animation. Like
Wow.
what the actual fuck? And that's not even like there's other ones too that are actually like more cinematically like
How are they
done.
making that? Like
You give it a prompt, and then you follow the art style that you want, and then off those prompts, you pick the one that you like the most. That's what we were
Is there a
doing.
site for that, or like?
I have no idea. I think it said like he used like MJ something, like probably as like the
Dude,
animation
that
thing,
is
but it's like that's
freaking
crazy.
I saw
crazy,
Mid Journey
dude.
too, so maybe he
Yeah,
uses
that's
Mid Journey to like get the image, and then he uses that image to like import into like a animation AI.
And that voice is
Animation,
that is AI
the
voice
voice
too.
is oh my god! So they probably have like a recording of like maybe a celebrity's voice. They make it say stuff like this is insane. I don't know.
Where's the world headed?
We won't know what's real and what's fake in a
No.
couple of years, and I guess that's why you have to keep your mind open because it's like we're not gonna be able to freaking tell.
No, not at
Like
all.
literally, if we wanted to do an episode where Snoop Dogg was us, like
We could
do that
easily.
with AI.
Like easily. It wouldn't even be hard at this point, I feel like.
Crazy thing. So like my cousin, he is like in marketing, and he's like one of the top marketers in the entire country, actually.
Oh, wow.
And he said that a lot of companies are switching to AI generated, like basically what I used to do was work in a call center.
Cold
so
calls.
they're using these AI programs to do cold calls, and they have equations put into them to solve every single like rebuttal that you provide to the AI.
That is
And
the wave.
It'll know exactly what to say to get you to do what it wants. Essentially,
Crazy.
StreamYard's starting to use this stuff too. Like StreamYard's offering like a server, basically like an AI farm for server where all of these streams will go to a local channel there, no matter what type of connection any of us have. It'll locally record it, so that way when we get it back, there's no skips, no dropouts, no audio fuck ups, nothing like that. Instead of like if we're talking, it's like it's like I cannot believe that we're living in this type of technology wave. Like it's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
It's to the point where like we went from being kids with like limited technology, like like I had a leapfrog as a kid. Oh, it talks when I poke it, like that's cool. But now it's like you've got a computer in your pocket. You've got your computer that you can basically make a video of anybody saying anything, doing anything. Every company can basically get rid of human people and employ AI. And it just makes you wonder, like, what skills are we gonna need to be employable in the next couple of years? That freaks me out.
Exactly.
Like,
it freaks me out too. Like I
YouTubers.
think back at like
YouTubers,
my
you can't
childhood,
Gotta be a
replace them.
YouTuber, bruh.
like I didn't even
double
have
cross.
the internet or know what YouTube was until like I was like a senior. Like I didn't have the internet at my house, so I had no idea what YouTube was.
I
And
was
then
alive during
eventually
dial-up.
we actually got
Instant Messenger.
real
Let's
internet,
go.
and I was like, this is a whole like I knew what the internet was. I used it at school, but like it's limited access.
I
You
played the
can't go
fucking
on
Oregon
everything.
Trail for
Dude,
fun.
Dude, oh my god.
Bro, we were playing cool math games. Like that's all we had.
Fucking Zoom
Pinball.
Zoomafoo?
Pinball.
Yes.
Yeah, Space Pinball and Zoomafoo or
my
whatever the
God.
fuck it was. I remember all
Solitaire
that
that
shit.
comes with the computer.
The mind game that like blows up. Remember that mind
Yep.
game?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Minesweep.
Yep.
Dude.
That's my shit.
Dude, it's seriously insane to know that like my daughter now can grab my phone, unlock it, get to YouTube, and then type in basically what she wants, or just start scrolling till she sees what she's like. All right, I think this looks cool, and then do that.
Wow.
Space Cadet. That's the name of it.
Yeah,
And
Space Cadet.
It's insane though, because like it's kids younger and younger now are figuring out how to play video games, figuring out how to work phones, are like more in touch with like the social aspect of being online. It's like, whoa. I was still riding my bike to my friend's house when I was 15.
Back in my day,
Like I
used to
couldn't
have to
call
walk
them.
4 miles.
Have you guys used the VR headsets?
It's so great. I love VR headsets.
I actually
It's
haven't
kind
done
of
VR ever.
overwhelming. Like the first time you put it on, it's like, I have a headache. Like this is seriously crazy.
Yeah,
It's
I've never
like-
actually done VR.
Like I like they're saying
Sensory overload.
Yeah.
Is, like,
Yes.
It's very like if you grow up using it, like I'm sure a lot of kids are now, like they're just used to it. But for me, when I first put it on, like my little cousin's like, I got this for Christmas. I put it on. I'm like, take this shit off. I'm like riding a roller coaster where I'm
And
sitting.
you're
I
like,
I'm
I feel
falling.
sick.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, no, that's all.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all Gen Alpha. That's all yours.
Yeah, I heard schools in the future is going to be like, all the kids are going to be wearing like Oculuses, and like they're all going to be
It's like
like
implanted in their
they're going
head.
to be in like this metaverse of like they're all just sitting in the classroom,
What?
like virtually
Oh, like
from
that's
their room.
Wild, because I remember
Dude,
thinking the
flirting
smart
is gonna be
boards were
so
cool.
weird.
smart board.
Yeah, smart boards were so crazy when they introduced those.
Bro,
I remember the
yeah.
projectors where they put the laminated fucking
Yeah,
staple
the
clear
papers on them,
sheet,
dude.
bro.
little marker on
They
it.
got the
like-
marker, the dry.
Let me roll the fucking
wet erase
giant
marker.
box TV with a VCR in here so we can watch fucking Remember the Titans.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
He's goated for life. That
Walking
man,
into-
I never knew
walking
was such
into-
a fucking badass until after I
Walking
grew
into
up.
a
He made science
classroom,
class,
seeing the TV on the
Like, he
cart.
made science class fun.
Made it.
Bill,
Best day ever.
Bill. Yeah.
And then just to find out he's just such a fucking savage outside of the fucking child stuff he did is awesome.
He's the goat.
We should have listened to him. We should have
That's
listened to him.
exactly how I feel. That's why it's like talking to some of these people that are like kind of have like the bigger names and whatnot. Like Bart Cybrella is a really good example. Hearing his like aspect of being like the very like I am a naysayer to the moon landing, and just to hear his accounts and like, well, my perspectives are a whole lot different, and it is a wild take you have, sir. But it's also really fun to hear this take.
Well, we don't know what's real anymore, so he could be right.
That's where
he could
I'm
be
at.
wrong. I don't know.
I
Was
also
it-
when he started telling he could move things with his mind when he was young, then I started getting less credible. But like taking a right hook from Buzz Aldrin also is pretty cool.
telekinesis? I don't know if we're quite there yet, but you know.
I don't know. Project fucking MK Ultra. Ooh, that was some weird shit.
That's a whole fucked up thing.
That's a can of worms in itself. I don't know if they could do telekinesis. Maybe there is like an 11 somewhere they have hidden in a black site. It's just like
Who knows, man? Nowadays, nothing shocks me anymore.
Well,
nothing
what do
is
you
as
think,
shocking
Trev?
as that.
We're almost approaching the 4 hour.
I was literally just gonna say is nothing is more shocking is that this felt like 20 minutes.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
Hey man, the vibes are there. It's just such an awesome podcast.
No, yeah, it's wild. It always seems like before we know it, it's like almost 4 hours in. It's like, man, we could probably talk for another 4 hours and then
We
not
could.
skip a beat.
Well, it feels like you're having like a sleepover with like new friends. It's like,
100%.
you just stay like you don't actually sleep. You just stay up all night talking about each other, like
Are
talking
you
about your
asleep?
experiences and like crazy things. So this was really
Yeah,
fun.
I
Like,
mean,
thank you guys for having
yeah,
us
thank you.
on.
Thank you guys.
No, yeah.
Hey, you guys were the first people, again, like just like among the unknown, like basically inviting us to do a podcast. It's our first ones.
Yeah, it makes us feel part of the
Yeah.
community.
It'll
It's
be
like,
one of many. Don't you dare think that this is the only.
Oh, dude, yeah.
oh no, this
Hit us up,
conversation
man.
needs to continue. Like
Yeah, yeah.
we've touched so many topics at like the very surface level, but like we gotta get deep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Where it's like, man, we hit the very like the skimmy skim of just like Anunnaki and the surface of Egypt, and it's like, yeah, I could go in depth for that for hours.
It was like
Oh,
it's like when the Titanic hit the the iceberg.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys are able to come to Jersey.
That's us.
If you guys come to
It's-
Jersey, we'll definitely
it's
like
seriously on my like. I think this next like 5-year plan is like, I really want to try to get out more and like do more traveling and like realistically, you know, like if I can get into a new house soon and like really settle, and then it's like, all right, financially, are we able to do all this? Yes. Okay, cool. We're doing this then. Like, let's plan it out. Cool. We're done. Cool. I am so happy.
You gotta come out to the 13 original colonies. We got so much crap going on
Yeah,
here.
or we'll go over there. Like we haven't even we won't even investigated the East Coast. We've never been to like the Midwest or like the
Yeah, we could even.
There's
pick
a lot
somewhere in
out here,
between,
too.
Like meet in the middle. That's what.
yeah, for sure. We want to go to
Definitely could
Indiana,
happen.
Kentucky.
Kentucky would be fun.
We want to go to Bobby Mackey's. That's on our list.
Oh my
We were
God,
saying Bobby
yes.
Mackey's would be
Good.
cool. I think that I did hear recently though that the price is a little steep for only the amount of time that they allow you in there, which it wasn't like that when I looked into it before. So it's like I don't know if it changed or not yet. But granted, anywhere in the Midwest and the mid Southwest at that point is so rich with paranormal places. It's fucking
Yeah.
great.
Ohio, Indiana, like the
Massive.
paranormal culture there is so different than any other state that I know about.
Wow.
Yeah, we can.
And like
I
y'all said, dude, Jersey. I ain't never been that way. That's the only side of like America that I really haven't gone towards.
America.
Yeah, I haven't done much of the East Coast either. It's been
Yeah.
mostly like Midwest stuff.
Mhm.
I drove to Florida. That was it.
That's it.
That was it. And then we've been to Ohio and Indiana. So we're getting out there.
Yeah, we can definitely meet in the middle. I mean, 100%. I mean, we can all
I
pull
also do
together in
think-
a place, you know.
I'm down.
I do think friggin' the Pine Barrens would be a sick place to go because
Oh my
we love
gosh.
that outdoor aesthetic look to videos too. Like
I mean,
It's
if
so
that
much more
backdrop
creepier.
doesn't show it,
It's different at nighttime, man. I'm telling you. It's definitely different, more scary.
a whole new animal.
But
you
as
guys,
always, I throw everyone's links
Yes,
for
I was just
everything
say,
down in
find
the
it down.
description. So make sure you go check out the videos that we showed off today and the other videos that they have on their channel. You have
Everything
some,
they
like,
do is
podcast
great.
style episodes too, as well, right?
We're actually kind of phasing out a podcast. We're trying to do more like surface level deep dives of like lore, like topics, things like that, like
Okay.
cryptids, stuff like that.
And
So-
investigations, obviously.
and of course, investigation.
It's a new series.
We're
That's what we
in
always
it,
say.
we're
We shelved
in
it for now.
It's the new era. New era.
We're experimenting, but
Season 2.
yes. Stay tuned.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for joining us. And remember, folks, to keep your ears and eyes open for what really goes
Bump in the night. I love you guys. You guys